He had to go take care of his kids.
Conference finals, baby. We are finally here. And then there were 4 teams. Obviously, we know that we have the San Antonio Spurs advancing after beating the Minnesota Timberwolves last Friday in Game 6. So now we have the Spurs versus the Thunder. They will play Game 1 tonight. But yesterday, we had a pivotal Game 7. Winner advances, loser goes to Cancun or back to whatever city they're from, or who knows. But the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up knocking off the Detroit Pistons, the number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons. First team All-NBA, Cade? Maybe. 2 MVP votes, Cade? Maybe. But either way it goes, the Cavaliers ended up on top. Donovan Mitchell, chill. Boy, he had a hell of a game. Let's start here, and then we'll get into our Eastern Conference Finals preview, and then we'll get into our Western Conference Final preview, and then we'll also talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going back-to-back. But yesterday, Game 7. Let's talk about it.
Ron, you have a...
And before we do that, I'm sorry, Chill. This is Chill. This is Swiper. This is Mars. I'm your favorite host, most hated host, Ron. We're gonna start doing intros because as I seen earlier, some people watch the show but they don't actually know who we are. So this is who we are. We're the panel. But fellas, take it away.
For yourself.
My bad. I'm not as Twitter famous as some people.
They don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. That's what they did. Chill.
I'm PC Ron.
Chill from now on. Chill ain't got to introduce himself. Everybody know who Chill is. Chill has memes floating on Twitter underneath my tweets. There are memes of Chill floating around on Twitter, man. And then Mars, no need no introduction, man. Everybody knows Mars is the ultimate troll, the ultimate Twitter troll. You know, shout out to my dog, man.
Mars, you are 100% a Twitter troll. That is a
Twitter
fact.
troll, man. Shout out to my dog.
That is not your opinion. That's not Swiper's opinion. That is a fact. You might be president of the troll network, Mars. Do you fight that? How do you fight that, Mars? Because especially considering what trolls do and the consistent lurking in the weeds.
A lurker.
Consistent lurking in the weeds like you do and just waiting to just get that Louisville bat out, especially when it comes to Swiper. Like, soon as Swiper say something.
He don't bother me no more. Mars know better. Hey, Mars. Hey.
I haven't responded to a Swiper tweet since he said that 4 of the best 12 players or whatever tweet he put out.
Facts.
Other than that, I haven't responded to Swiper. I've been chilling. Because I don't.
Speaking of responding, Ron, since we're on the subject of responding, Ron, have you ever picked up a couch bed before? You know how heavy a couch bed is?
Oh my God.
Hell yeah. That's the worst. That's the worst part of moving.
Chill. Goodness gracious.
Them shit's ridiculous. They ridiculous.
500 pounds. No, Chill. Let me tell you how bad it is. When I move, Chill, I'm bigger than the people that are moving. Sure. So you know what they be doing? They be looking at me.
No, that's not why I'm here.
That's not why. That's exactly why I'm paying you.
It's a bunch of little people trying to move out.
They your size, Ron. They scrawny.
Why don't they call the real movers?
Who's the real movers?
Not you and not them, apparently.
Well, it's definitely not Swiper because he's paying them, so it's not me. No, that's not it. But I bring that up to say, Ron, that you know how heavy a couch bed is, right? So
yeah.
We pick up this couch bed, and you tell me, Chill, the service elevator is right over here. We could throw this couch bed in the service elevator, shoot it up 20 floors. No big deal. No problem whatsoever. You know what I do? Hey, Ron, let's take this couch bed to the stairs. Let's carry it up 20 flights of stairs. And we ain't struggling carrying it up 20 flights of stairs, by the way. We throw it on our back, and we run right up 20 flights of stairs. We get to the top, and you're like, yo, what did we do that for? We ain't have to do that. We could have just threw this in the service elevator and brought it up. I say that to say, Ron, what the hell we doing in Detroit yesterday? We could have got this over with already. We could have done what the hell we come back here for? We did not have to come back here to do this. We could have done this on Friday, which is why I have my reservations about Donovan Mitchell. And the reason why I say that is because there's a difference between what I believe and what the truth is, what I think and what the truth is. I think Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game. I think Donovan Mitchell can take a team to the NBA championship. I think he's that good. But what's the truth about this guy? Like, what's the honest truth about him? Is he that good? Like, what I saw in Game 6, is he really that good? Can he do that? I'm not sure. I don't think so. And because the inconsistencies of who Donovan Mitchell is, he'll give me awesome performances like he gave me yesterday, like he gave me in Game 7, which, by the way, Swiper, he's 3-0 in Game 7. He's played in 3 Game 7.
No.
He's undefeated.
No, he lost to
He lost in the bubble.
Denver.
He lost in the bubble.
That's
Sure.
right.
That don't
Off the
count.
blow,
Those two
2-1
games.
lead.
No. Chill.
That's right.
Disney
That's
does not count. That doesn't count. It's 2-0.
apologize. That's the one loss. That's the one loss I forgot about. And
he had the Game 7 versus the Magic where he I don't remember how many points he had, Mars, but he had that game.
Yeah,
He had 50. He had 50, and then he had this one. Then he had last one. Yeah, that's right.
yes. So I say that to say that he's shown me that he can get busy in the playoffs, but he's also shown me that he can just be another guy. And the great ones are never just another guy. It's never either this or this.
Yeah.
They're awesome they're awesome or they just didn't play good. And they don't disappear in the biggest moments. Watching him in that Game 6 and then watching them yesterday looked like two different groups that I didn't know who these guys were, because that didn't look like the same group last night than the dudes on Friday. I seen a more intent group. I seen a more focused group. I seen a tougher group. I seen a more precise group. I seen guys that cared about what was actually going on, who knew the extent of what was happening. I really think that they thought that Detroit was going to roll over in Game 7. In Game 6, I'm sorry. I honestly think that they thought that. But watching Donovan Mitchell, I'm very conflicted on who he is, because who I think he is and who he actually is are two different things completely.
Yo, fellas, I want to stay right here with Donovan Mitchell because Chill painted the picture perfectly for those who didn't get a chance to see it. In Game 6, Donovan Mitchell was a no-show, essentially. In Game 7, if you had never watched anybody play, that was your first time watching the Pistons and the Cavs, he was clearly the best player. You would have walked away thinking he was clearly the best player. So I want to ask you guys the same question that Chill kind of asked. Where are we at with Donovan Mitchell? Is Donovan Mitchell good enough as a 1 to make this thing happen? We've seen him in round 1. Seen him around 2. We've seen him go off in series. Now against the Knicks. Are you guys confident in Donovan Mitchell to lead them through this?
I mean, he's a really good player. I don't think that he's an all-NBA player. I don't really think that anything's changed for me. He was bad in this series. He was good in this series. I mean, that's kind of what he was. Like, he had really good Game 7 yesterday. I thought he made a lot of important plays for them. He set the tone early. He was scoring well. He was playmaking. That's his best playmaking game of playoffs by like a lot.
Yeah.
I think that 43-point game was amazing, obviously, but he had the 21-point game, right after that, 7 of 18. I thought he started the series off well, but then like when Detroit, started getting back into it, I thought he disappeared. I thought he had some really bad moments versus Toronto as well, but he also had good moments. He's a guard. And maybe that's the best way to say it. Like when you're a guard in the league, I think it's really hard for you to consistently have great performances night in and night out in a playoff setting, because that just typically no one really does that like constantly, because shot making, that stuff can vary so much. But then on top of that, defensively, he's not a good enough player to make like
but does it
meaningful
those
impact.
And the reason why I asked you that is because as a guard, I mean, there's things that you can get to that just are absolute. Like I can get to my mid-range. I can get to the mid-post. I can get to the rim. I can always get to the free throw line and make free throws. Like the Cavs did not make free throws, and I thought that they were bad yesterday at that. So when I think about variance, I think about things that are way more difficult, like shooting the long ball.
Well, he's not been shooting the 3 well. He's taking 8.5 threes a game, shooting 31%.
Sure.
So like he's not scoring like uber. I mean, he's good from 2, but he has 33 turnovers this playoff, the 46 assists, and a lot of that because of yesterday. So I think about some of this is he doesn't create a lot of advantages for his teammates at all. I mean, he was averaging I think he's averaging 3 assists, I want to say, or something like that. Yeah, 3 assists this playoffs. That's been the biggest mark for him. And going into this game, a lot of people were on Twitter, especially a lot of the chart FC people. They were tracking like all of his rim assist and his just overall playmaking. It's just not there. It's non-existent. And James Harden was actually the one that I think had been. I mean, you could argue he was better than Donovan Mitchell in this series, just in totality, just in what he meant overall to the Cavs and what
he
they
got
were
them
doing.
2 games. He got them Game 4, and he got them game. Game 4.
But even with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, like I mean, if anything, if anything, we'll get to that later on. If anything, my opinion on Evan is kind of adjusted. If anything, but I think Donovan Mitchell, like I think he had a good game yesterday. Like, I think he had a good game, and I think he's still an all NBA player. Go ahead.
Swiper, but with you just highlighting like his 3-point percentage, don't you think there's a chance or a world where that goes up to like 40, 42, 43 in this series? Just in this series. I'm not talking about overall throughout a playoff run. Isn't it like if he has been cold, what's it gonna look like when he gets hot?
Versus the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of worried about the Cavs versus the Knicks personally. So,
what are you worried about?
They might get routed by the Knicks. There's a possibility they can get routed by the Knicks.
So you got them. It's a possibility that they can get smoked by them.
Yeah, but the Knicks haven't shown a lot of inconsistency since what game? Well, Mars, what game was that when they went on that run? Game 5 versus the Hawks.
That's when it turned around. It was actually game 4.
It was after they went down 2-1. They started just.
I think it was game 4.
Game 4. They've won 7 straight games, right?
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Like, and they're a better offensive and defensive team. Now, OG not being there, that obviously Ox has talked about a lot. That's going to be the concern. The good news is, Chill. They've had 10 days off for rest since May 10th. So that means by the time we get to Tuesday, they could be in a completely different situation. OG's been off now since game 3,
which is a good thing for him.
So he's had 12 days. And so if this is a grade 1, 2 weeks, they technically could literally not have him for game 1. He could be back for game 2.
Sure.
And obviously, I think the upside would be there for the Knicks. But I am definitely concerned with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell versus Deuce McBride and respectfully Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell and all that size and all that stuff, because they've been playing swarming defense so far.
Well, the thing
hold up, Chill. Before we even get to this series, I want to stick on Donovan Mitchell because Chill.
Yes,
I want to talk about Donovan Mitchell.
Sure,
like, don't you want to talk about D Mitch?
What's up, Ox?
What's up, Ox?
Good morning, Ox. How you doing, man?
Good morning, Big Ox.
How you doing, Ron? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
I just wanted you to continue talking about Donovan Mitchell. What's up, Chill? How you doing, man?
You know what time it is when you see
Good
me.
morning to you.
You know what time it is when you see me.
Yeah, what's up, Swipe? Mark?
You want to talk about real talk? You want to talk about Donovan Mitchell?
I'm just saying we can talk about Donovan Mitchell. Go ahead. I'm just
all right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mars, real talk, Ox. I want to hear from you guys, and I'm gonna pass you the ball by way of a super chat from 3. Mike. 3. Mike said, "I'm from Cleveland, and the city is on fire about the Cavs. My only thing is, I don't think 45 can be a number 1 option on a championship team. I think he's a number 2. That means Cleveland has some problems." Mars.
What, you want me to talk about Donovan Mitchell being a number 1 or whatever? Or just what?
In terms of like what you've seen from him last series, are you impressed with Donovan Mitchell?
No.
Mars, can we do one thing? But before we go any further in this, Mars, you already, I think that you've already answered this question. I don't think you've answered it for the masses. Mars, Donovan Mitchell, this is the first time that he's been in the conference finals in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's been a number 1 seed in both conferences, in both the East and the Western Conference. With him getting to the conference finals, does this change your idea about him as the better 2 guard in the league?
No.
This is what I'm talking about, Mars. The reason why I asked that question is because getting to the conference championship has never been a thing. That's never been a thing, ever. Whenever we talk basketball, a guy getting to nobody up here said that Joker was better than Joel Embiid in 2020 because he got to the conference championship and Joel Embiid wasn't there. Nobody said that. That's not a thing. The fact that Donovan Mitchell, the fact that Donovan Mitchell is
He's
now
saying D Mitch been like this, making the conference finals doesn't make him a better or worse player.
It doesn't. It does not. The fact
and
that
I agree with him, but I'm surprised it's coming from him.
The fact that
that's what I'm saying. This is L propaganda push.
Why is it? Well, I don't understand why it is. Because
now he mad that Chill being logically consistent. I guess.
No, well, this is the thing, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. Chill. Y'all must not watch Chill with Chill.
Watch Chill with
the
Chill.
best show on the network.
When does Chill with Chill come on?
I agree.
It comes on Saturdays, noon Eastern.
I thought y'all was on Sundays.
Nope.
That's why I've been missing the
It's
show.
good too. Because you don't get to show up and screw what we got going on.
Well,
you don't get to screw it up.
I did it.
Some way, somehow. I don't get it. I'm not sure, and I could be wrong. But Chill, seems like you're kind of upset that they won yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you were so out on Donovan Mitchell after Game 7?
Because I'm conflicted, Ox. I am. I don't know what to do with this guy. Like, on the one hand, before you showed up, I was telling the guys, it's a difference between what the reality is and what I think of him, right? What the reality is he's an inconsistent, injury-prone player in the playoffs who could get busy and win a playoff series. But when it's time to get to the real money and when it's time to move further, he's shown that he could go in the tank. But he's also shown me that I'm as good as this guy at any point. I'm as good as this guy at any point. So this is what gets me to thinking he is that good. But when he shows me what he showed me in Game 6, the reality is he isn't that good. So maybe I'm wrong about him.
Sure,
And
but
that's why I'm having this
he
conflict
played
with
well. He
myself.
played well last night, though.
I thought he was
That's
awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
He hooped last night.
I thought he was
Now, that boy
awesome
was
last night.
hooping.
I do.
That 26
That's
felt
gotta
to me.
count for something.
That 26 felt like 36. It was a loud 26. And maybe it was the score. Maybe it was the playmaking. I was conflating the playmaking with him scoring more, but that was a loud 26 and 8.
I think he got busy. I'm not
It was
arguing.
the-
I'm not arguing that point. I think that the issue with Donovan Mitchell that I have is that the roller coaster is real. It's one of them rickety roller coasters, them wooden ones, where like there's guys that I've seen
And make all that noise, chill.
Yeah, like we're still gonna have fun on this ride, but I feel like there's a point when we're on a roller coaster, like this thing could fall apart.
Yeah.
And this thing, and we could just fall right off
But
the
that's
track.
why you need a team, though, Chill. That's the whole point. He's
Oh,
not
that's
a
100%.
he's not a
I'm not arguing
singular
that point.
individual force that can change the dynamic of a series. He's really good. He's a really good player, and he can play very well. But then when he plays really bad, especially a volume scorer, then yeah, they lose like markedly. I think the thing about this series for me is just Evan. I thought Evan was spectacular, like for most of the series. I thought
Jared
he
Allen,
just
too.
was.
Jared Allen, too.
I know Jared Allen for me was the best player on the floor last night after the first quarter. I think. I mean, Jared was going crazy, especially that third quarter, bro. So I think Chill. If anything, I think this is more about you and your thoughts and feelings about Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he's the best shooting guard in the league. I don't think he's going to be the second best for real talk when we get to about May 2027. By the time we get there, I think there might be another guy maybe taking
that's
that
next
mantle.
year.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to say it now because I don't want to go too far, but I do.
You already took it there.
I
already said it.
Just think of someone who went to
No. He did not go to bed. I wish we would have won
It's
again.
not Baylor. I think he's talking about Stephon Castle, which
Oh,
I love me some Castle. I know.
He does. Yeah,
It is
him
early.
and
I do
Ron
love me some Castle.
Wow.
are
Did you see that
super
pass that he made
Castle
to Wemby? Where he
Welcome,
threw it-
Swiper.
He threw it.
Welcome.
And then Wemby. You were talking? Donovan Mitchell ain't never made that pass.
Oh,
Look,
also, by the way, to you, good morning as well. I had to address the Donovan Mitchell.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. I know it's always love. It's always love. But I am saying this though, Chill. You should be jumping off a roof for Evan Mobley right now. That's what you should be doing. You sir, should be up here saying, you know what, y'all, Swiper, I was right. You's a bum. You never
I'm
was
not
right
doing
on
that.
Evan
No,
Mobley.
no.
But the reason why is Chill. Evan's been hooping.
Absolutely.
Hooping, and I think he's not getting enough credit at all. Evan Mobley, y'all, this playoff, 17 points, 8 rebounds, like that's really good. But he's shooting 64% from 2 versus very good defenses. He did this versus Toronto and also versus the Detroit Pistons. Yo, Ron, he has been hooping this series.
I just think it's dope to watch a guy mature in front of you and for you to see what exactly you've been looking for. Like I'm watching him attack Asor Thompson off the dribble and get Asor Thompson off him legally, by the way. Get Asor Thompson off of him, lay the ball up with his weak hand.
Chill, wait, hold on, Chill. You know how many stocks he averaged in this series?
What is it? 5, I think.
4.5.
Yeah, 5, I think.
That's a lot, Chill.
Well, here's the thing. What I want to do, and
4?
Ox and I have had this conversation. What I want to
It's
do
almost 5.
before these playoffs started, right? Before this playoff started, what I wanted to get to the bottom of is I wanted to shed the tag, the soft tag. That tag I think has been shed. Like you can't talk about me like that anymore. I've stood up to the physicality. Not only did I stand up to the physicality, I've thrived in the physicality. I thrived in big moments. You saw what he did in game 5. You saw what he did in game 7, knocking down open shots, getting on the glass, not just getting on the glass, accepting the physicality from Jalen Duren and fighting back. Evan Mobley 2 years ago, I'm not sure if he would have done that. But I'm watching the maturation of him, and this is the guy who I've been thinking about in terms of a basketball player. Now, he's never going to be, I don't think, a 25, 26 a game guy. But I also think that he could be one of the better two-way players in the game. Always thought that he could be that good. But I do want to ask a question. Ox, my good man. Is this not the Toby that you've grown to love and respect? Is that not him? Is that the Toby that you've been waiting for? That Toby yesterday, is that the one that you've been telling us about?
Who's Toby?
I'm not gonna stomp out Tobias Harris. I'm not gonna kick him.
Ox, you know he didn't have a bucket yesterday, right?
I'm not gonna add insult to injury. I'm proud of Tobias Harris.
Did you see Tobias the last 4 games of the series?
I am happy. I am happy with what I saw from Tobias Harris in these playoffs. These last 2-3 games.
4.
Yeah, man, that was bad.
Hey, Tobias balled out these playoffs.
Tobias was so bad, Ox. He was letting Penn get Cade hate off. That's how bad Tobias was.
I refuse to kick this man while he's down. He could have played better last night. He could have played better the game before. Shout out to Tobias Harris.
Yeah, the only game I'm mad about him is the overtime game where he scored 13 points. If Tobias could have gave him just anything in that fourth quarter of overtime, anything, they win that game. That's the only game I'm mad at Tobias about.
I'm not criticizing Tobias Harris at all. He played well above his pay grade.
26 million.
Well, I'm saying he played well above his expectations for majority of the playoffs. So, like, him finally playing like Tobias Harris is not – I'm not finna, like, criticize him for that. I think I agree with Ox. I think he had a phenomenal playoff run. I do want to go back to Mobley and Allen because I do think this series – yeah, Jared Allen has been fantastic. Basically,
by the way, just to weaponize you a little bit real talk, just so you know, in the playoff this year, you know how elite that he's been this year?
Jared Allen?
They're a plus 13.4 with him on the floor and a minus 5. He has a plus 19 swing.
He averaged 20 and 15 in game 7, Ron.
19 swing, dog.
He's averaging 20 and 15 in game 7.
Jared Allen has been fantastic, and Evan Mobley. I think that Detroit series can be like a career-altering series for the both of them because they have had the narrative of, you know, they're soft and you can push them around. And then a lot of us, including myself, had the expectation of Detroit winning the series based off them being the more physical team. But the aggression and the fight that they were able to bring to the last few games in this series, basically having, you know, Jalen Duren benched. They were outplaying him that severely. So salute to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. For right now, they do, you know, they've shaken that soft tag a little bit, but they have a daunting task in front of them. With
they do.
Anthony Towns and Mr. Robinson.
Maybe the best player in the playoffs. They sure do.
Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure that I'm clear on I'm clear on who Donovan Mitchell is, and I still think that what I think about him is different than what he actually is. Those two things are not the same thing. And I think that he's good enough to be one thing, but he's got to show it because he has yet to show. And the conference championship is not the bar for me. That's never been the bar. I've said this to you guys countless times up here. I did not say that Ewing was better than David Robinson in 1993 because he got to the conference championship. I did not say Olajuwon was better. I did not say Olajuwon was better than David Robinson because he was in the NBA championship or Ewing. No, he was better because he was better. That was it.
Well, chill, you don't got to worry about too much more because all that shit is over now.
Yes. I think it's done.
This is where the road stops. You know what I'm saying? The
train for Cleveland?
The train is not leaving the station.
It might be done, bro.
This is a wrap.
But before we even get there, y'all, we gonna get there. But I want to stay here because that was a great one of the best second round series I've seen. It was a dogfight. It was back and forth. There were highs. There was lows. There was a lot of physicality. There were breakout performances. Guys coming off the bench. Shout out Sam Merrill. Shout out Karis LeVert. Shout out Dennis Jenkins. It was an action-packed series. For shout out Max Strus. It was you got a lot from a lot of different characters. But I'm gonna change gears from a super chat from Tupac Westside. Chat, you guys know Tupac Westside. Tupac said more than fellas. Great performance by D Mitch. Guess he's still in the number one option though. Detroit got work to do. Cade needs to cut down the turnovers. Asor Thompson needs to shoot better. And they need to get a second scorer and ball handler. Let's talk about Detroit for a little bit. Cade, Asor, Jalen, all of that.
So we can start.
They're away. They're a long shot away.
Are they a long way?
Yes,
Ron, they're not
yes,
close, Ron.
yes.
No,
They're
so
not.
here's what I'm saying though. Here's what I'm saying.
Oh, they are
Here's what I'm
very
saying.
close.
No, they're not.
That
They're
no,
not
no,
close.
here's like, but Ox, it can be the same thing too. They can still be close, but you know, the closer you get to something great, the harder it also gets as well to just get over that hump. So like, how close are they? Is what I'm asking, or how far are they?
What I'm saying is, number one, they need another All NBA caliber guard or perimeter player next to Cade.
All NBA caliber.
But-
Like who?
yes,
Can you
but-
give us a name?
Understand the difference
Kyrie
between all-
Irving or a De'Aaron Fox or Austin Reeves, at least level 2 or 1 next to Cade Cunningham. That is the formula, in my opinion, for Cade. I think it's a very, very similar formula to Luka as far as rim running and vertical, spacing big, some good two-way wings who can shoot. And then you need another good ball handling, shot creating guard. The fact that Cade is taxed to do basically all of the creating for the Detroit Pistons is a problem. That's been a formula that does not work ever in the history of the NBA. That doesn't work. So they need to get a Kyrie next to him, a Fox, AR. They need to be looking into some secondary ball handling. This is also why I didn't even agree with I agreed that they needed to get somebody at the trade deadline, but I disagree with the type of player that Ox and Swipe we're talking about with Lauri Markkanen, because to me that doesn't address it addresses some of the problem and some secondary scoring, but it didn't address the complete problem, which is even with Lauri Markkanen is an off-ball player. They need another on-ball, can run pick and roll, can create off the bounce, get to the basket, and hit shots next to Cade Cunningham. It's ridiculous, the offensive load that he's tasked with. And then they were asking him to guard James Harden and Donovan Mitchell.
And he was actually really good at it.
I agree with that.
To be honest with you, I think he was really good at it. But real talk, I want to stay right there. Why do I have to conform to what's going on in the NBA? Can't my style be good enough? What I mean when I say my style, for example, Detroit is built around my lead guard in Cade Cunningham, my almost 20-10 all-pro big man, and I got an elite wing defender. That's my style of play. We're rough, we're rugged, we're a great transition team who, when we get in the half court, we do rely on our point guard a little more than your liking. I can appreciate that. But is it fair for me to say that maybe instead of adding this guard that you're talking about, how about we just upgrade our style of play? How about my big man get better? How about that? How about the dude that the 22-year-old? How about the dude that you spent the number 5 pick in the draft on, and Ron Holland? How about he improve? How about
Ron
the wing?
Holland.
Yes, Ron Holland, the dude you spent the lottery pick on, number 5. How about he get better?
Who should have been playing more too, by the way.
How about that? How about
they had this type of player that I'm talking about, Chill. They drafted him. He just wasn't good enough, and they traded it. This was supposed to be Jaden Ivey. The player I'm talking about is supposed to be Jaden Ivey. When you look at all of the great ball-dominant, heliocentric players in the league's history, all of them have their best seasons with another ball handler. When you look at James Harden, when the Rockets were at their best? 2018. You want to know why? Because Chris Paul was also playing at a very high level on that team. You want to talk about LeBron James? Do we have to go down the list? Dwayne Wade in Miami. When he got to Cleveland, wasn't going to win that championship.
Mario
without,
Chalmers.
Mario, shout out to Mario Chalmers. When he got to Cleveland, wasn't going to win that championship without Kyrie Irving. Luka Doncic, when he's at his best, when he got to the finals, who did he have next to him? Kyrie Irving. Who did he have even before Kyrie Irving, who we didn't know at the time was this good, but Jalen Brunson was on those rosters even before Kyrie Irving. These ball-dominant players, they need somebody that can alleviate them from time to time. It is, chill, you can't ask one person to create off the bounce, bing, 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 to create every single play. That's not feasible in the NBA. You're never going to win with one player doing that.
I can definitely get with that logic. I'm just thinking about my style of play that won us 62 games. My big man being the enforcer that he is. My big man being the ball handler that he was. Now, he clearly's got to improve. 100%.
Ball handler.
Yeah, he was
enforcer.
That was
Who?
Yes.
Who?
Jalen Duren. That was
Ball
the thing.
handler.
Yes.
Enforcer.
Yes, that was the thing. And here's the difference, Ron. The difference is before this series
there was
started,
no security in the club last night, Chill. There was no security in the club all game and all round two.
He
There was
doesn't
no
ball
security
at all, actually, either, by the way.
No, one thing is a fact.
Y'all
I
ever
know
seen
you
a bouncer
dudes
get
are saying-
bounced?
You dudes are saying that shit right now, but I promise you, real talk, on our way to the club, what was the conversation?
No one ever said he would have.
Pushing our way right through here.
He don't touch
We
the ball
getting
to
in.
dribble. He
We
touched the
ain't
ball to
worrying about nobody
bounce,
stopping
score.
us at the door. We ain't showing no IDs. We just walking right up in here, only to find out that the dudes at the door of the club are like, "No, y'all ain't coming in here." And that's what this conversation was about. That's what this conversation is about now. So I say that to say, to your point, real talk, when you have another off-ball guy, I don't think you need another 20 a game guy. I really don't think that, because to your point, Kobe Bryant, as ball dominant as he is, like how much of an addition was Derek Fisher? I think Derek Fisher was a huge addition to what they was doing in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
he never won without Derek.
Nope, that's not what I'm saying.
No, but that's important. No, I think there's a specific reason. Yeah, that to your point, Joe. You need another guy to take that pressure off. 100%. Ron Harper too, when he came to the Lakers. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. I think that.
And
to get, I don't think you need a. I don't think you need a star. I don't think you need another star. I think that looking at your style of play, I think that's conducive to winning. I just don't think Detroit is there yet. Duren got to get better. Ron Holland got to get better. Asor Thompson got to get better. Kay got to get better. These guys have to get better before we just go, yo, go get Lauri Markkanen. Go get this dude as a bucket getter. That's not enough.
Can I ask
we
you a
got
question,
problems over there. We got problems with this group. At its core that needs to improve before we can add anything else.
There's a name you didn't say, and I think he deserves incredible credit for being maybe he might be the most disruptive through 2 rounds defender we've ever seen, possibly, like legitimately, because like in terms of just stock accumulation, Asar Thompson did something that nobody else has ever done, ever. Like in terms of stock accumulation on the defensive end. But chill, I do think there is this other thing. Asar's up for a contract as well. So is Jalen Duren. I think I brought it up. If Jalen Duren makes All NBA this year, I think he's going to be eligible for $287 million. Yep. I believe it's the number. Asar Thompson, I think he's going to be eligible. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think his rookies. I think he might be eligible for $250. Okay, I think that might be the number for Asar.
He'll be eligible for the same thing as his brother because he's going to be first team all NBA defense too.
Right. So if that's the case, again, I got to work through it
just
could
paid
be
Cade too, by the way. Keep
going. But
like,
Cade making good money.
Literally just paid Cade.
So. Yeah, he's making money through 29 and 30. So Cade is set.
Just
he's
paid
good.
Cade. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Asar is incredible. But I think this whole point, Chill, is also this. They have way too many players that are either really good shooters or off-ball players or really good defenders. They don't have any in-between guys except for Cade. Nobody in between there. Asar can't do anything offensively at all whatsoever in any way, shape, and form. Not yet. He's even more limited than his brother is. So some of this is chill. He does need to be developed more. But I also think he's clearly their second foundational piece. I mean, that's not even a question. But I think, chill, to Real Talk's point, I'm not necessarily all NBA, but if you told me like next year they had like Drew Holiday on the roster, I'd feel great. I was
younger than Drew Holiday. Like I can appreciate these older guys. Yes, I definitely can appreciate these older guys. Can I get younger though?
Who?
That's the thing that I'm thinking about. Can I go
younger?
Well,
I can tell you somebody who will be in discussions. It's going to be Jamal, but obviously that might cost too much in gut what they're doing. But like, there are players of that archetype that are younger that are really good. But like, the premium money is going to be like, if you're getting these 26 to 29-year-old guys, chill, you're going to pay so much money. Now, somebody said Ja.
No, Ja's not what they need. Ja's jump shot has No.
I actually wouldn't be all that mad at Ja.
Like I
because K could play the 2 and
also,
3.
And also I was saying, obviously I
K
was
can
saying
play
earlier,
center,
like
like
a guy like Laurie. I was saying big names, but I honestly don't think that Detroit is like that far away to where they need to go get like a all NBA level guy. Like obviously if they did that, I think that puts them way over the hump. I just don't think they're, like I'm saying like get somebody that makes you a contender without going overboard and getting, like obviously for them as a franchise, you want to secure your, championship contention, obviously. So I mean, you get the best player you can get. I just don't think they're that far away. If you get what I mean. Like I think just another guy that can score the basketball, dribble the ball, help out with the load for Cade. I think that's all they need really. On top of that, like to your point, do they already got those guys and they maybe just need to improve a little bit? Like
internal development, Ox.
Yeah, could they just play Dennis a little more? Maybe he get a little better and he help with that. Marcus Sasser just get a little better, him do that. Asor learn how to shoot the basketball, things like that. Like Jalen Duren play in the playoffs like he played in the regular season, just mature a little bit, get better. I don't think Detroit is that far away, y'all. Like, but obviously if they were to get a Tyler Hero, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll be, great. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they need to. Like I really
that's where I'm at with it.
All NBA. When I say all NBA level guy, I'm not saying like first or second team necessarily. I feel like there are a good group of players in the league that are good enough on a year-to-year basis to possibly make third team on NBA, right? Mm-hmm. So like an Austin Reeves, in my opinion, to me, before he got hurt this season, I think he was on pace. He was playing at like a third team all NBA caliber, in my opinion, or level. So I'm saying like if they get like a Austin Reeves, who I also think is still young enough to kind of be there for what they're trying to build in Detroit. I do agree with the internal development, but one thing that they've run into, Ron, is like it's the Houston conundrum in a sense to where maybe you're kind of better right now than I think many anticipated, even yourself, right? You just had a 60-plus win season, right? You did well in the playoffs. You showed well for yourself. So now this offseason, how do you approach it? Do you approach it as, hey, we're still this young team developing our guys? Or do you approach it as, hey, we're on the brink of being a contender and we can really go out here and win this championship or really, compete for this thing? And that's a whole nother mindset in the offseason, supposed to just like, oh, we're still young and developing.
Real talk. Either way it goes, whether they go get an all NBA caliber player or whether they, try to win through the draft, or maybe they make a lateral move. Like let's say that they lose, for instance, Duncan Robinson, and then they go get another shooter to replace him, whatever the case may be. Internal development has to be their top priority. I don't care who they trade for. I don't care who they sign. I don't care who they draft. Ron Holland needs to get better. Asor Thompson needs to get better. Cade Cunningham, their best player, needs to get better. Jalen Duren, my God, you need to get better because you're going to get paid. And if they give you that money, you are going to cripple this franchise if you don't work on your deficiencies. And quite frankly, I don't even know what his deficiencies are. I just know he needs to play much better. He needs to look like in a postseason, somewhat similar to how he looked in the regular season. And just right quick, Swipe, I just have to read this because this is daunting. This nigga Jalen Duren averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds over 14 playoff games. Jalen Duren, this isn't a ha-ha shit on you type of moment. This is just a dog. I'm just, it may feel like that. I'm trying to say like you guys have a really good team. And dog, if you average 15 and 7, 15 and 8, you guys are probably in the conference finals right now. You guys might be going to the finals if you look like how you look like in the regular season. So it's just, I'm mad because I was starting to become high on Jalen Duren. Like very high on Jalen Duren.
You still can be, Ron.
And by the way, their defense was 16 points better when he sat this playoffs. 16 points.
That's because
why B-Ball Paul looked, dog. Yeah, B-Ball Paul.
That's because of who?
That's because of Paul Reed.
Bibbity bobbity Paul.
Shout out Bibbity Bobbity. And I was gonna be one more thing I was gonna say. In this series, Jalen Duren averaged 9.9 points, 7.6 rebounds in 29 minutes.
That's almost half his production.
Paul Reed averaged 11 points and 5 rebounds in guess how many minutes?
18, 15, 12.
13 minutes, you got outscored by Paul Reed. I'm just saying it is glaring things that he has to work on.
I just think
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, Ron. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to make Jalen Duren look like he's completely useless. No, we've seen great players have bad playoff series and make them get better. And that's exactly what's going on with Jalen Duren. This is the second year in a row. Like, he didn't play well. I didn't think he was terrible against the Knicks last year, but he could have been better. I thought he was terrible this year in the playoffs. I didn't think he was good. He gave me a game, maybe 2 games where he was good, but for the most part, I don't think that he was good in these playoffs at all. So I say that to say this offseason is going to be a watershed moment for him where, he's got to get better. He's got to commit to being a better jump shooter. He's got to commit to being a better ball handler. He's got to commit to being a better defender and a better glass cleaner, a better situational player. You cannot, as our second leading scorer, our leading rebounder, get played out of a series, Ron. You can't get played off the floor. That's not conducive to us winning. You just said 10 points and 5 rebounds?
8 rebounds.
8 rebounds. That's almost half his production in the regular season. That's almost half of what he's doing in the regular season. We're talking about almost a 20-10 guy who's going to be an all-pro. I can't have your production if we're going to go far in the playoffs. I can't have your production.
He shot
dropping
51% from 2 and mostly paint touches.
Hey, Swipe, Chill, Ron, Ox. I have a problem with the order of operations sometimes on this show. I'm not going to lie, right? Ron, when he says stupid stuff, which is frequently, he gets held accountable for it, right? Swipe,
yes, he does.
When he glazes Jokic uncontrollably, we get on him for that, right?
We do that.
Chill. Whenever Chill said something that we disagree
anything,
with, especially when Swipe was up here, it's going to get some pushback.
And the chat does backflips.
Yeah, exactly. Ox is in a great space to where he's labeled as like this free spirit. So when he says shit like Chris Webber's better than Jokic, we just gotta let him slide. But when I'm up here and he getting off that Jaylen Brown shit, hell no, I ain't letting it happen. We need to get to the Mars.
Where are you going with this?
Mars comes up here, right? And everybody knows that Mars is the guy that's always right, and he's best b-ball knowledge on the show. I got it, I get it.
Which is not, by the way.
I was also told by the Martian,
yes,
that Jalen Duren
is
better than Bam, better offensive player than Bam. This, that, and the third. Oh, look at what Jalen Duren is doing on the court when Cade isn't playing. All of this. So I just want Mars to let us know what Jalen Duren needs to get better at, and that he was flagrant. I want him to say he was flagrantly
Real
wrong.
talk, you're not a good
Duren
friend, bro.
How am I not a good friend?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He 100% is.
No, great.
Real talk, you like this nastiness.
You know why? You know why? Because Real Talk is the dude
that's,
if we're going out, if Real Talk is the dude that's telling me, chill, don't wear that. That shit is whack. That's my friend.
Yeah.
Right? Real Talk is the dude that Real Talk is the dude that I'm going on American Idol and I'm like, yo, I'm nice. Real Talk is like, you are not getting your ass up on that shit.
Yeah, if you can't sing, I'm gonna let you know.
No. Real Talk is not going to send me out there knowing that I suck. He's not going to do that.
And chill. So Mars wrote a verse, and Real Talk's like, no, don't go in the booth with that shit. Bring your ass back over here.
That shit
there's two things, man. As long as your clothes fit you, like they not too tight or nothing like that, man. Rock that shit, man. It's fashion. It's fashion.
That shit is
It's
whack.
fashion.
That's why you be wearing tie dye.
It's sometimes I wear tie dye. Hell yeah. My daughter made me that shirt, but you know what I'm saying?
That's
if you. Hey, as long as that shit fits you, man, rock that, man. Go on, you got it. You can make it look good. And if you can't sing that well, maybe if you go on American Idol, somebody can hear some potential and get you some lessons, or you know what I'm saying, take you under their wing. You know what I'm saying? Teach you how to sing.
Or I could go on American Idol and find out that I suck and I'm crushed. As
So
opposed
you'll
to
be
my
all right.
dude telling me that I ain't that good anyway and not letting me go up there. That's what a real friend is. But
Hey,
I
Swat.
digress. Let's get back.
Go ahead, real talk. Get
point.
nasty.
Let's get back
Yeah,
to real talk,
I-
point, please.
I did want to hear. I just wanted to hear from Mars. You know, he's been quite quiet so far in the show, and I just want to hear my friend. It's been a while.
Well, first off, remember Mars just had to. He's been on dad duty. Okay, people he has.
correct.
He has 3 kids that he has to take
Correct.
care of. You know what I mean? They're
Remar?
still,
Hey,
they're
might
still
go
doing
get
the
that,
settlement with annulment and all that kind of stuff. So we had to go take a break. So
Mhm.
How's the youngest
Swipe,
doing,
but
Mars?
also Swipe. Hey, somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, you can't judge the outfit." Real talk. Didn't you wear cowboy print to the club? Hey, Swipe. What happened when I wore that jacket to where we went? What happened?
I remember
What
this
happened,
girl
Swat?
walked up to you. She was like, hey, "You
What
look,
happened,
you look,
Swat?
you look good, like moo good."
No, that's not what happened. See,
it was working. It was going well. It was doing well.
It was doing well.
You were
Performing
hot.
well.
You were very warm in the section that we were in because it was a hot environment, but it worked. It worked.
It
Shout
did
out.
work.
Shout out.
Anyway,
I think he had a center.
Mars, sir. Sir, we can't hear you.
We
Mars.
can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Mars. Turn your microphone on. Yes, sir.
What?
I know, Mars. I know you're not ducking right now, Mars.
What do you want to say?
Real talk
No, we
has some
just
things.
waiting on the Jalen Duren.
Yes, Real Talk has some things that he'd like to discuss with you. So, Mars.
What do you want to discuss?
I just want to know what you thought about Jalen Duren, how he played. Did he meet your expectations, and what else he needs to get better at?
Oh no. I spoke about it in the first round. He's been terrible. To close the regular season, I said that his defense was inflated by Asar Thompson's presence. I think the playoffs indicated that more than ever. He's still just not. I don't think he understands defense at a high enough level to impact the game at the level you want from your 5-man, despite like his physical tools and whatnot. So just understanding basic defensive principles, I think will help him a lot, being better in terms of whether it's hedging, because they have him hedge a lot, hedging and getting back into play, not falling asleep, ball watching. He gets attracted to the ball too often. If he's able to stay down there and near the rim and like not get dragged in and force people to pick up his mess, I think he can be an effective defender. So that's, I guess, what he needs to improve on defense. Offensively, I overstated his physical advantages, particularly because I think he just has a higher center of gravity than I initially thought.
Mm-hmm.
So often when he's bumping people off of him, even if he can create separation, it normally knocks off his balance, which makes his finishing a lot harder. And I think his touch in this playoffs was just terrible. Some of that I think is just more bad timing on his part in terms of, I don't think his touch is as bad as it was shown in the playoffs, but it just went the complete other way at the wrong time. So part of it is that, but part of it is I do think just being able to leverage your strength in a way that allows you to initiate the contact, which I still think he did at a relatively high level, and then being able to remain on balance and still being able to finish when it's not a dunk. And then when it comes to like the rebounding thing, I think both teams, so the Magic and the Cavs did a good job of just attaching bodies to him, in part because guys like Asar and them can't shoot, so you're able to sink all the way in. Evan Mobley's roaming off Asar the whole series. So when he has 2 on him on the glass, it does make it more difficult for him to impact the game on the offensive glass. And then on the defensive glass, because he's so far away from the rim at times, in part because of the position issues I just laid out, I do think that hurt him. Now, when it comes to the BAM stuff, the BAM offensively stuff, the principle was I don't value versatility for versatility's sake. When you're not that effective, but you can do more things, I don't necessarily value that over someone who's mastered the few things they've done. Jalen Duren has not mastered the few things that he's good at. So that's where I think I missed the boat in terms of I didn't anticipate Jalen Duren's strengths to not be as strong as I thought they were in the regular season. In the regular season, I still think he's a better offensive player than Bam. I still think he was this year. I still think he was. But in terms of just who's the better offensive player, just period, not regular season player, just better offensive player, yeah, I think I was wrong on that. Because although I'm not the highest on Bam's offensive game, his ability to get to lower efficiency mid-range shots would still provide a better offensive floor than what Jalen Duren did in these playoffs, regardless of personnel around you, because he can get to a 42% mid-range. Jalen Duren can't do that with any sense of reliability. And when you take away his strengths, he looks the way he did. So, yeah, I think I was wrong on that. I was fine saying Bam was a better player because of the defensive gap. That was something I said at the time. That wasn't really something I was pushing back on. It was most of the offensive stuff. But yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I have no problem saying that. But yeah, that's the things I think he needs to work on. And I'm definitely not giving him no max and hoping he works on it. He's got to show me the improvement before I'm paying him whatever money he's looking for. So
he shot 18% on non-restricted area field goals as well.
Shit.
For a big,
I mean,
there's no way for Mars to anticipate that.
He was just bad. There's no way.
Yeah, it was just bad.
Just bad. This is what it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Wendell, and then it transferred to this series. So, yeah, bro. He just this was you know what? Chill. The great thing about the NBA, Lord willing, you stay in the league a long time. Jared Allen, remember 3 years ago, Chill, he said the lights were too bright, and that was a growing moment for him, and he realized that he wasn't ready for the moment, and ever since, Jared Allen's been hooping, and he's had 2 great game 7s this year. He's been clutch as all get out. He's been a great defender. He's been a great finisher. Maybe that's just what it is too. Jalen Duren just needs to go through his seasoning, get older, learn about what he needs to do, get his touch together. And then by the time we get to next year or 2028, Jalen Duren's a completely different player. And mind you, by the time we get to 2028, he's 24 years old. So like he's still extremely young.
There's no maybe about it though, Swipe. I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. Because Jared Allen, who, by the way, had not been to the playoffs, I don't think ever in his career up until that point, gets to the playoffs, and he was being honest. The lights were too bright. So automatically, this is who he is. He'll never be prepared for the playoffs. He'll never be able to get it done. When we've seen growth, and when you see growth, I think it's important to recognize it. He's gotten better in the playoffs. Ron, I think he's averaging 20 and 13, 20 and 15 in Game 7 in these playoffs. Evan Mobley has grown.
Game 7, you say?
Game 7. Yes, sir. Evan Mobley has grown in these playoffs, stood up to the physicality, which is what I said right from the beginning of this playoff series. I thought that the Cavs were better than them. I thought that the difference in this series would be if you guys can stand up to the physicality. When we have to now play basketball, and now we got to match wits, and we got to match skill, I think Cleveland is better. And Evan Mobley showed with his skill set, which he's improved on, his mid-range game, his long ball, his ability to get to the rim, his ability to protect the rim and rebound the basketball. Yes, we had games where he didn't have a high rebound count, but we also had games where he kept Jalen Duren off the glass. He kept Isaiah Stewart off the glass. In fact, he made Isaiah Stewart irrelevant in this series. Isaiah Stewart was almost nothing in this series. So, I mean, I think that that's growth coming from a guy like Evan Mobley. So I like what I'm seeing from these guys. And I just want to put something on you guys' mind because, Ron, I know for a fact that we're going to talk about the Knicks in this series. Just so you guys know, Cat averaging 14 and 7 against the Cavs this year. That's it. That's all you get.
Have you seen this version of Karl Anthony Towns get, brother?
Yeah, I don't care what the regular season.
They ain't using how they used him in the regular season.
That boy, hey, chill. Remember
any Karl Anthony Towns stats from the regular season mean nothing to me.
But chill, you remember that Wilt Chamberlain when they was when they used to put that music on him when he was doing that, them passing DHOs. That's Cat right now, bro. Cat is going crazy, dog. I am very happy for Cat. I'm extremely happy for Cat. I think this is going to be a great series.
This is the Cat I thought they was going to have this year, like using him as like the hub, like the Sabonis role, basically. And they just waited till the playoffs to start doing it.
Shout out, Mike. Hey, sometimes you got to do that. But before we get to New York, y'all, y'all don't want to talk about anything else?
I just want to talk.
What do you want to talk about, Ron?
Because
I'm just saying. Don't it sound like it? You mentioned Game 7, and I just think it's convenient that we talked about Jared Allen having a hell of a Game 7. Donovan Mitchell balled out.
Oh my God.
Evan Mobley got busy. Hey. Would you believe me if I told you that Sam Merrill? Woo, that boy was smoking hot. 8 from 3.
However,
Sam Merrill won him that game, by the way, too.
Yes,
him and Jared Allen that third quarter. Mind you, by the way, with Sam Merrill, I don't remember what their exact record is. Maybe Mark can look it up real quick while I'm doing this. I think they're a 500 team when he didn't play this year. I think with Sam Merrill, they might. I think their record might be 40, 42, or 43 and like 21 this year or something like that, including the playoffs.
That's a great record. I remember. I saw that too. Where they were like 500 without him.
37 and 15. That's just regular season, including this.
Oh, that's 37 and 15 in the regular season.
That's
in the
cool.
playoffs. It'll be
Bro, that's not to me. That's a big deal. Like that you're able to make that kind of a swing. And Max Strus, and they have Max Strus to do that.
20.
Yeah, 45 and 20. That's great. That's elite, bro. That's elite.
I mean, they have, he's their best shooter. I do think, with the one-way player swipe is like, as long as when they're making plays on the part of the game that they're obviously like not good on, right? So like Sam Merrill was surviving defensively yesterday. Like he was doing some stuff to have him stay on the court and relevant. Like he had a good steal, and I think he had like a block from behind or something like that. So when players like that are making plays like
he got
that,
trucked. Don't forget that.
Yeah. When players like that are making plays defensively, when you're just an offensive player as it is, we're stealing time. You're getting more time, and then the spacing is out there longer. You can get, and then he hits the threes and whatnot. He was fantastic last night.
Meanwhile, Ron, since we on the subject of Game 7, is there somebody particular that you want to talk about who may have reared their ugly head?
Old habits die hard.
No, they
all I'm
don't.
gonna say.
No, they do not. They don't die at all. They don't.
They won the game, y'all.
They did win the game.
Exactly.
You're
They
right.
won the game.
Hey, and he did what he
No
typically
thanks
does.
to your ass, though. Let's be clear about that.
He gets
No
you.
thanks
Hey,
to
chill.
you.
He
Yeah,
does
but
what he
they won
typically
a
does. He
game
gets you
five.
2 games.
Exactly.
Right.
When your guy Chill was out there chatting down his leg in Game 5, you know who showed up? James Harden.
Don't leave
on
out
the
Game
road.
4. Don't leave out Game 4. Also,
On the road.
don't leave
You know
out
what
Game
I'm saying?
4.
So look,
Also, he got
Hey,
you 2
Chill-
games. In
Hey,
the series.
Chill, by the way, the guy that made you jump off the train when they traded for him now has your player in a position where he's never been before, by the way. So you need to be up here praising James Harden. You need to get over your Harden hate and give that young man a clap
And Chill, just
thank him.
just to back up this point, mind you, Chill, just so you understand. I mean this matters, Chill, because this is a small sample size, but also shows the importance. Mars would also love this. Shout out to Mars. Donovan Mitchell, the Cavs, they are a +14 when he plays. They're a +8 when he doesn't play, but they have a +5 net rating when he sits this year, +1 when he plays, like in the playoffs, like which is whatever, not super impactful. Like I said, he's had a very up and down playoff. But would you like to know
I really wouldn't, but go ahead.
that in the playoff this year, they're +62 in the minutes that James Harden plays and a -40 when he sits, which Chill, that is a +18 point differential. They're 18 points better with James Harden, the guy you were worried about. He's more impactful on this team than your guy. Still, your guy. That's crazy.
Well,
So James is the number one.
Wait, bro.
Space as
Ox,
soon as
this
No,
is-
no,
context, chat.
This is
Context,
bullshit.
chat.
We're talking about.
No, it's not BS. It's not BS.
It
No, stop.
is.
No, y'all have to stop. Don't denigrate things you might not understand or you don't care about. Because other people might do. Other people might do. Other people
He
might.
was a +31 yesterday.
All I'm saying, this matters
He
because
was a +31 yesterday.
and he was. And James Harden's defense was also. And this, I'm gonna tell the whole story because I'm not gonna let y'all do this. James
Hold on,
Harden's defense,
swipe up. Either you have a minute to tell the story, or you just got to give me a minute to tell the chat a better story.
You started this.
You did. He 100%.
Yeah, but he conveniently timed it so that when it was time to move
All right,
on,
never mind.
we
never
could
mind,
talk about
never
what we
mind.
By the way, I haven't mentioned anybody's name, so y'all
You
don't know who I'm
started
talking
this.
about.
We know what
Yo,
we know what
I
an
haven't
alliteration is.
mentioned
We all went to
nobody's
school.
name.
We all went to school. We know what an alliteration is.
Nigga, I'm
And
talking
you know.
about Dean Wade.
Get the fuck out of here. No, you ain't.
Go to the
But-
ad, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But to get to better things, other than Dean Wade and other than anybody that wears a beard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, let's talk about Splash Sports because it is the conference finals. It is down to 4 teams, which means that we're in a very good place. And I'm going to tell you why when you're playing quick picks on Splash Sports. Because, sometimes you get overwhelmed. You're like a kid in a candy store. It's so many players to choose from. I could take his more. I could take his less. I could take his points. I could take his PRA. But now we're limited to only 4 teams, and we're limited to 1 game per night, which means you only have a couple superstars to choose from. You only have a couple shooters to choose from. You only have a couple rebounders, defenders, all of that good stuff to choose from. So now it gets even more sweeter because, well, you really got to lock in and make sure that your picks are solid and you're making the right picks. And well, you came to the right place because we always make the right picks on Splash Sports daily on the panel, but also we have something special for you. We got a nice little treat for you on the panel. When you use code CHOICE, you will get a 100% deposit match up to $50 plus a 100% quick picks boost. This is the only place you can get it. Using code CHOICE is the only place where you will get a 100% quick picks boost and a deposit match up to $50. Oh, and by the way, on Splash Sports, you have the highest multipliers in the industry. So not only will you be able to make the most money possible, more money than any other platform, but when you use code CHOICE, you get more perks on top of that. However, enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and make these picks. Fellas, we have a game tonight, a big game tonight, a Super Bowl of a series tonight. How do we want to rock?
Good morning, Mr. Ox. Can I have a extra large glass of Wemby, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, real talk.
Yes,
we want an extra large glass of Wemby. Ox, can we get two?
Wemby, please. Thank you very much.
Ox, supersize us.
Yes. Mhm. Yes, sir.
All right, but what do you want in this glass?
The PRA. So what am I looking at with that? That 40
and a half.
I will
PRA.
definitely take the more on all of that. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about SGA? Y'all want a cup of that too?
Yeah, real talk. You want a glass of SGA?
I don't want the glass of none of these niggas. I would take the over on his points though. What, 30 and a half?
more?
Yeah, he getting that.
The more? Nice.
The more,
All right.
excuse me, the more.
All right, give real talk a glass of SGA's points. Ox, make sure to put a straw in that glass too for real talk.
Let me show y'all how ball knows
He's not
do
getting
this.
30 and a half in Stephon Castle's NBA.
Yeah,
Facts.
let me show y'all how.
Brother.
Let me show y'all how
These
this
is
works.
facts.
That's the Splash
Stay in
Sports.
game one. Ugh.
That's the Splash Sports champion here. Please give me Julian Champagny 9.5 points. Give me the more, please. That he will be. That
Quick.
three will be wide open.
Ox, click on Champagny though. I wanna see what his threes are on here.
All right.
If they have it.
Come on, bro.
Well, I mean, 9.5 is essentially you thinking he's gonna go more than 3 threes, so not mad at it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Mars?
Is Lou Dort going to
Ox.
make 2 threes?
That's actually not even funny
I'll
because
take the more on that, but you never know.
I'm
2
not
threes,
mad at it.
5.5 points is the same shit.
I'll be
Yeah,
I'll
'cause he
take
damn
the
sure ain't
5.5 points.
Yeah, it's up to you because he ain't going to score with Wemby down now. I guarantee that. So
Excuse me, Mr. Ox. I was wondering because I'm gonna take a grande, extra large glass of Wemby. I'm gonna take a scone on the way out the door. I'm gonna take a scone on the way out the door too. So I was wondering what
Who's
that
the
Luke
scone?
Cornett, I was wondering what that Luke Cornett line looked like. Can I take a
so
look
you
at
just
that?
going with
please?
both the bigs. Okay.
Yes. Can I take a look at what that?
Luke is also a game time decision. Him and Foxy.
So he is a game time decision.
Oh, them boys is playing.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think
it's
Luke's,
the conference finals.
I think Luke's gonna go. 3.5 rebounds. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take one of those, please, Mr. Ox. Thank you very much.
Does Shea get given the MVP award today?
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Did the NBA
Motivates-
wait for this? Is this what they were waiting
Motivated
on?
No, they did this last
Motivated
time.
Wemby.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be motivated Wemby.
Yeah, they gonna have
Right
Oh, wait.
along those lines, Mars, I'm glad you brought up the MVP. We are going to touch on that right now. But before we do that, once again, make sure to use code CHOICE. Take advantage of our deposit match and our quick picks boost. And on top of that, get all your multipliers in. We made some good picks. You make some better picks. Get paid, and we'll see you in the winner's circle. Mars, Shay, MVP. You brought it up, so let's talk about it. Salute to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Back-to-back MVPs. This fella's pretty good. He scored 20 points every game this season.
In the
His
regular
brother's pretty good. Led them to the best record in the league. His brother's pretty good. He averaged what, 30, 32?
31 and a half. 30, I think 31.3.
season. He averaged 32.7.
Oh, so 33, yes.
Yeah. Okay, number. Put some respect. Yeah.
I know this isn't too much shocking because we all pretty much had Shea winning, but I do think we should still talk about Shea.
So let's
just how
start the
great he is.
conversation, Mars, with the fact that can you tell everybody here how Shea won the league MVP? Was it close or was it just going away?
It was a landslide.
It was a landslide.
First place votes.
No, even close. Not Wemby didn't even get double. Wemby didn't even get.
Well, Wemby came thirds.
Yeah, he didn't even get double-digit first place votes. No, and I think Jokic got what 10. I think,
10.
if I'm not mistaken. Yes,
It's on the screen for those who haven't
SGA
seen it
won
yet.
it going away.
Shout out to Cade's 2 first place votes, by the way.
Sure, Jaylen Brown didn't get
Facts.
any, which is incredible.
Sky blue.
Facts.
Yes,
Didn't deserve it.
he didn't get
Sky
any.
blue,
Of it.
grass green. I mean, yeah.
Yes, he didn't get any. Leonard didn't get any. That's pretty. That's
I'm
pretty
surprised that
impressive.
there was that many first place. I'm surprised that 17 went to someone else,
3, 4.
to be honest. But you know,
Yeah, whoever voted for Jokic, you need your vote taken away.
yeah, I'm shout out to those guys.
Ridiculous.
I was on the side of this is more close to being unanimous than close to anyone being close to him. So, you know, I just want to put it out there. The person who voted SGA 4th should have their vote revoked. That's criminal.
Facts.
I don't know who they are. The fact that
Even
this thing
third.
is-
It will come out soon.
Yeah, that's
I
ridiculous.
don't know.
4th
Actually,
is
let me
crazy.
see if it's out.
Third is still insane, but I guess, but having him outside the top 3 is ridiculous. But yeah, it was never really a question. Like, I know people like, when is it going to be announced, blah blah blah, because they wanted it to be official or whatever. Like, we knew 3 months ago he was going to win this award, so it's like
It was just a matter.
whenever it got announced, it was more of a formality than who's going to be the MVP. We all knew who it was going to be. The Jokic fans are kind of giving up the fight. They knew it was going to be him. The Wemby fans were making their late push, but they knew. Luka fans, you know, they were just trying to argue. They knew Luka wasn't coming close. Jaylen Brown,
No,
FC,
we were just trying to
you know,
argue top 3. You know, we knew.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Claire-
you
Claire-
knew where you stood.
Claire
Jaylen
had
Brown,
SGA
FC,
third, not fourth.
clinging
Claire
on
put
to things.
SGA third, not fourth, and she gave.
I actually thought that
give
it was
her
going to be
reasons.
closer. To be honest, like Mars, you and I.
You
had
thought it was
gone
gonna be
back and
closer
forth.
last year
Yeah.
too, and I told you it wasn't gonna be close
Yeah.
then either.
You and I
You're
went
gonna have
back
to
and
put some
forth. I
respect on
did.
Shea at some point.
I thought it was going to be
No.
closer, and that's why I'm saying today, and I'm going to say this to you guys, and this might be a mind blowing moment for you guys. He's going to win it again next year too, and the reason why
No,
I think
he's
he's going to the reason why he's going to win it again next year.
If they win the chip, he has a good chance of going back to back to back.
You dudes have told me countless times about what this Oklahoma City team looks like. You dudes have told me how good this Oklahoma City team is, that they got 10, 11, 12 guys, and it doesn't seem to look like it's going to shift in the other way.
Brother,
Shea is what?
That's
28.
just. Have you
Shea is-
seen this new era of the NBA?
Shea-
Yeah, I was
Shea is-
gonna say, but
Shea is
like the
28
NBA
years old.
have we seen Wemby?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have seen
Wemby.
Wemby.
Chill.
Shea-
It's
Shea-
going to be Wemby next.
Shea is 28. I mean, how many times have
Y'all can't just say that.
wait,
definitively.
Ron,
No, I
stay
don't
right
think
there.
it's definitive,
Stay-
but
stay
like,
right there,
have
Ron.
we
And the reason
seen
why I'm
Wemby?
saying that
I just want to make
because
sure we
how
seen
many,
Wemby.
how many more 34, 9, and 9 seasons do we need to see from Luka before he gets the league MVP?
That's not.
He's not gonna
that's
win
not how
it.
that
He's
works.
never- he's
That's-
never-
Oh yeah,
he's never gonna-
Luka can stay over there and
Right,
come
he's
top.
not gonna
Shots.
win.
Yeah, he's
But-
going to be in the
Meanwhile,
top
this
five.
They
Oklahoma
stole
City
from
team-
us in 24, and we're not going to get another shot at it.
I'm
I'm gonna be honest.
Meanwhile,
If
this-
You're
Luka
saying
didn't-
FC
if Luka
now.
didn't
That's
win-
for
if
us.
Luka
That's for
didn't
us.
win 24 as board, it's hard to see the year in which he wins it. Outside of like health from everyone else. Like,
Right.
you know,
Meanwhile, this Oklahoma City team and Shea, who is 27 years old, 28 years old, is in the peak of his career, right? In the peak of his career. They've obviously shown us with him winning both of these league MVPs, winning matters. And this Oklahoma City team, barring any major injuries, still going to be at the top of the Western Conference. So if Shea continues to do what he's doing, which I don't have any reason to believe, barring injury, that he's not going to be able to, and they're at the top of the Western Conference again next year, he's going to win it again next year.
Chill.
I mean, yeah, he's
I'm
obviously
on
gonna be
the
in the
plant a
race.
very strong flag right now, brother. First off, Victor Wembanyama. I've already said this. Victor Wembanyama been the best player in the NBA, I think, since January 1st. I've been on this, right? I think the other side of this is in the playoffs. I think this playoffs also proving, like, in terms of just pure like value, Wemby's been on another level. Number one, I think if Wemby's healthy next year, he plays 72 games or whatever else it is, 69 games. But it just there's not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
Swiper,
Them-
don't don't you think that these playoffs also might have opened up some people's eyes to Cade's impact and value for his
No,
team
for
too?
sure. Cade's always gonna get love from me. There's only a couple people on the planet that don't like Cade, and I ain't one of them. All right, I think Cade is
one of them?
incredible. I don't know. I don't know. There's people that
Y'all need to stay
watch
out the
Cleveland
group chat with
Cavaliers.
that nonsense.
Yeah. I think Cade Cunningham has a great
Who's
argument.
y'all?
Just
Only
the
one
people
person
that was on
said that.
nonsense yesterday.
Proceed, Swiper.
As
Proceed.
you were
Yeah,
saying,
I think
Swiper, you were making a
Cade
point.
is I think Cade is a great argument. But yeah, bro, like I mean, the thing is, chill. We've said this multiple times. I think the issue is we haven't seen a lot of parity. Like we've seen arguably too much, a lot of parity in this league in the 2020s. We just have no idea like how things are going to split out. Like just generally don't know because there's been time. Like again, this year, I thought, and I think a lot of us thought, Jokic to December 29th. We was like, oh, sure, it's his. Like it's over. Like the conversation was over for.
I didn't think that. I still threw
I know.
it.
No. I'm just going through it.
It's over. It's over. Was
not over, but he was playing in like this all time. Like
yes.
Embiid, but I was going to go through it, but Embiid in 24.
I'm so glad that era is over.
Sure, you were gonna go through it.
No,
Sure.
real talk. We guess we're going to be right back here.
When Shea was averaging 40 on 70.
We're going to be right back here. A matter of fact, let me shut up because
No, keep going, Swiper.
No, let him shut up. Let him shut up. You know what
I got you. Let me remove all hate from the screen.
Jokic,
I will remove all hate from the screen.
Having like transcendent season. Obviously,
that's all I was saying. That's literally all I was saying. But whatever, however you want to do it. And Ron, I want to be weird. If you want me to go, I'll tell you exactly. I think Shea belongs in the league. I think he's third best player in the league. But you asked me. But I'm not. I know that's going to get people whatever. So I keep moving. No, I think it's Wemby right now. I'm perfectly fine with Wemby. I'm perfectly fine with Wemby.
Is that because Jokic wasn't healthy? Like he wasn't.
Yeah. Jokic left. He lost it for sure. He lost it.
He can get it back next year.
Yeah, he can. Of course he can. All of these players can get a chance.
Third. He's not even the second best player.
It is so hilarious. Hey, chill.
You know what? Hold on. No. Real talk. You're going on a run.
Has to be the third best player.
Yeah, you're going on a run. You're going on a run.
Chill. I'm actively watching. There is a
no matter of fact. I'm not gonna let him cut me off in the middle of this.
Now,
No.
Mars.
The whole point.
Pipeline.
The whole
These
point.
niggas is jumping.
The whole point.
Look at all of the niggas.
Jumping.
Look at all of the niggas, bro. And there is a clear. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. And the basketball community right now.
I've been talking about this for years. What are you talking about? I have literally been talking about. No, this is what
Swiper, hold on, because you might not be a part of the pipeline, Swiper.
Control your
you might not be a part of
the whole time.
This
is literally a lie. I have been talking about the Spurs for years. This is why real talk. Anybody else?
Talk about the Spurs.
What I'm saying.
Talk about the Spurs.
Embiid is like that. What are you watching, clown? I told you. I told you last year.
You don't know about the victory lap that you saw.
I showed you last year Wemby was going to be a top 10 player.
Over there,
I told Chill literally
that
he was a top 5 player in the league last year. Right? I literally already said this. No, what you're not going to do. Nobody can lie to me. Last year, shut up. Not you, Chill, not you. Last year, Chill.
No, yes, you Chill.
I told you.
Better than that.
I told you, Chill. He was first team All NBA until he went down with injury, and everybody disagreed. I said that last year. I also said going into that season, or Mars, but I mean Mars, you were there. I don't know who was all there. I told you last year going into the year he was going to be a top 10 player, and he was. This dude,
having conversations about
since January 1st has been the best player in the sport. I've been saying this. I've literally been saying this for a good bit now. And in the playoffs, it's not been a conversation. It's not been a combo. So you can say whatever you want. You can literally say whatever it is you want. You can say whatever you
want.
want.
Telling people in 05 that, hey, I saw LeBron.
Agree.
I told you LeBron was gonna be like that.
Mars. It's not about being right. It's not about being right. No, it's not about being right. No, I think the issue is you turn this into an argument. No, that's cool. You turn this to an argument. Mars, it's not about being right. A lot of people are hiding with me. But I'm telling you my position. This is how I felt.
As soon as shit gets hard for Nikola Jokic,
all of this.
Off the train.
Because I don't say it better than him. I don't. And guess fine. I have that perspective.
Really?
I do not think Shea is as good as these players. And on top of that, if you want to go to the guard, if we're going to go through the conversation, because now, by the way, chat, I was cool with letting this go. But real talk, you want to get fired up, you want to start arguing all this stuff, cool. I don't think he's better than Curry in 2016.
I'm disappointed in you.
No, let me keep going.
Let me
real talk. Let him get through this because I want to hear this Jokic to Wemby pipeline thing.
Let me add all this.
I'm going to ask you to mute yourself, and then we're going to remove him from the screen.
No, there doesn't need to be a removal.
Oh, no, it will be a
we
removal.
all up here, Swiper.
But go ahead, Swiper. Hold your composure.
This is why this
Jokic, hold your composure.
We were having a basic conversation. Real talk wants to get off and glaze, talk about me and how I feel. This is how I feel. And what I'm telling you is, I already told you, we did this conversation on Twitter where people were like, he's just clear of even just CP3. He ain't even been like that in the playoffs outside the first round. So if you have a conversation with me, last year I don't think he was like that in the offs either. Now you want to go through all the great scoring series, great scoring run, great guard run. I don't think he's better than Steph. I don't think he's better than CP3. But again, I'm barely a hater because that's how I feel. I don't. This is how I'm telling you. I do not think so. We've had these conversations. Matter of fact, I know for a fact if Mars got up here and asked to be honest about playoff, and you brought up SGA versus Steve Nash, I know exactly what Mars would say. I know exactly what Mars would say because Mars is going to go through all these series. He's going to go through all these scoring runs, all these playmaking runs, and then he's going to ask you, how are you going to have a conversation with this player when somebody got these numbers with deficient rosters and injuries on his roster versus elite defense and constantly putting up great offense, but not even just the on-court offense stuff, just literally hooping and ball. Obviously, Nash has better runs. CP3, apparently everybody just forgot. CP3 is one of the best guards in the playoff, period. Everybody just forgot. What you're asking to do and what Real Talk is not acknowledging in this point, we have not seen Shea put it together for a playoff run yet. We haven't. It's not happened. It's really not happened. So what I'm asking you is, if you ask me a conversation, what think he's better between him and Wemby, I don't think he's better than Wemby. I don't think he's better than Wemby.
Wait. So now the 82 games doesn't matter?
Does it matter?
Wait.
No, it doesn't. Wait, it matters to you? When did that start mattering to y'all?
Exactly. Tell them. When did it start mattering?
Please.
I'm going to chill.
When Nikola Jokic in 2021 and 2022 was putting together outstanding regular seasons, people were getting this, especially Swipe. You've been over here for a while.
You didn't even know me.
Wait. Stop.
We seen it. It's
not like Nikola Jokic at that point had some impressive playoff resume. He did not.
Did he not play dominant
until that point? Wait a minute. Up until that point, he had not had some incredible playoff resume put together. He had not.
Did he have better series than Shea?
Wait a minute. People were calling him, including you, the best player in the
21.
world, one of the greatest offensive players ever.
21, Giannis.
It's either Giannis. Even people were arguing with Steph at the time, and I was cool with it.
Okay.
Jokic hadn't done anything at that point.
It was Giannis.
Brother. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about you.
I didn't say that in 21.
I said, okay, you didn't think Nikola Jokic was the best player in the world in 22?
In 21, I don't think this is what I'm telling y'all. This is why when you ask people what I think, you got to talk to people who knew me at that time. I didn't even think he was a superstar. I didn't think he was a superstar after the first MVP. He hadn't done anything. Yet. He hadn't done anything. By the time you get to 22, and just to remind people, because he deliberately brought up my name and what I said about Jokic in 22. Jokic in that series versus the Warriors averaged 33 and 13 on plus 10. That was the difference. We saw him versus the best defense in the sport, and he dominated. That was the difference. We saw him do it.
Just like
he was out in the net. Thought he was the best in the world.
Wait. Just like we saw Shea last year against one of the best defenses in the league, and against Minnesota, he cooked. What are you talking about? This is one of the best defenses in the league.
That was a good series, but what was he, a plus 4?
What about the Indiana team? You're trying to
be able to measure it. That's the whole point.
You are trying to divert from the point, which the point is. The point is that now all of a sudden you're trying to base best in the world conversations off purely the playoffs.
No,
purely.
That's not
and
true.
We're going to now ignore when that was not the
Who's
case.
Ignoring it?
That was not the case for Nikola Jokic in 2022 for you specifically.
Who's ignoring it?
You are a Swiper?
No,
you.
Make your point. We know Swiper's ignoring it, so he can sit in the back and ignore it by himself. Well, ignore him while you continue to go. Real talk.
All I'm saying is that
the emphasis now on the playoffs being the thing that determines best in the world. When, mind you, Nikola Jokic just last year, in my opinion, didn't live up to a best in the world level last year in the playoffs. Neither did he. He didn't do that in 24, and he didn't do that in 25 when he got bounced at home in Game 7 in the second round. And he was still in that game. That was the whole point. What did he do in that? Can I talk for 15 seconds without you goddamn opening your mouth, nigga? Golly. What I'm saying is that nigga hasn't been playing to a best in the world standard in the playoffs for 2 seasons, and everybody still had him as the best player in the world. At least the consensus was he was still the best player in the world. So we're not going to
wasn't great in that Lakers series.
We're not going to make. Oh my God,
he wasn't great in the Lakers series. Real talk.
Playoffs and
he wasn't great in the Lakers series.
We're not going to
answer the question.
I'm not. My headphone is
not. You
hear you because I'm not going
to
be talking.
28 and 16 on a plus 10 is a great series. Real talk lied again. So again, if you're going to address me, make sure you know what you're talking
for best in the world.
He clearly was good in the playoffs that year.
Because your guy got his snatched by SGA. So it's fine. It is what it is. SGA's been putting together historic regular seasons. We're not going to ignore that because, oh my God, he was only a +4 in the playoffs. It's whatever dumb shit you try to get off right now. Mind you, even if chat, everybody up here, panel, listen, even if SGA was cooking right now, you know what they would say, Mars? I mean, who is he playing? I mean, the Lakers, no Luka, no.
How is that not the combo? That's the same thing you dummies say about Jokic in 23. That is the same thing That's the same thing you say about Jokic in 23. The exact same thing. Who is he playing? Everybody in the chat right now said, who did he play in 23?
You got the wrong person. You got the wrong person. You got the wrong person.
Well, this is the
thing. Y'all to move the field goal. I don't say that.
Move the field goal for whatever reason. That's what it is.
I don't say that.
So wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me be clear about this. Because the issue is you move the goalpost constantly for Joker. Constantly. And I mean literally move the goalpost. And by the way, mind you, by the way, just to clear this, Real Talk said he wasn't great in the 24 playoff. That first round, he averaged 28, 16, and 8 on like a +10 versus his bum team that got 5'd out. And then the next series, he got 30 and 11 on 7 and had 34, 19, and 7 in game 7 and got blamed for the loss.
We're talking about the last 2 years.
I'm acknowledging you. And then last year, versus OKC had 28 and 16 on +6. Had 2 3-bad games. I'm 100% with you. 3 horrible games. But you conveniently, Real Talk, keep leaving out that he had a 42 and 22 and 6 game. That he had a 45, 15, and 7 game on 17 and 25 with 15 points in the fourth quarter. And then he followed it up with 29 and 14 and 7. No, he did it. That's the point. You said that this year. Let me see this. Let me tell you this. Watch this. Real Talk. Because I remember this 2 games ago when the Nuggets and Thunder played. Let me tell y'all how dumb Real Talk's arguments are. SGA had 12 of 29 and 1 of 6 in the fourth quarter, and he still said that SGA outplayed Jokic in that same damn game.
Because we watched the game.
Yeah, because you're dumb. That's why.
No.
Because you have an agenda against
and
Jokic.
Also, you better watch it. You better watch it because you don't like getting called dumb.
I'm sorry.
You better watch it.
I apologize.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk to each other like that.
But the agenda that you have when it comes to Joker is definitely.
No, I said Wemby. I didn't even say Joker. I said Wemby. Okay. And then it turned into a whole other thing.
But this is what we're talking about when it comes to Joker. Because I vividly remember me talking about when Joker won the league MVP in 22 that he had the same season as Jabbar. It wasn't even close, Chill. What are you talking about?
Even though we didn't even know each other in 22. I didn't say anything about Jabbar.
Once again, we were up here having.
What's that got to do with me?
Yeah, I'm talking specifically to you because
I wasn't in the room. Your Honor,
I 100%
spoke about the 22 MVP in years after.
One more time, Mars, because he didn't hear you. Because one more time.
It's not about what you said in 2022.
No,
you spoke about that year after the fact. So that's what he's.
And in 2022, when Joker won the league MVP in 2022, I said to you that he had, even though he was the 6th seed, a season similar to Jabbar because Jabbar didn't make the playoffs. No, he didn't, Chill. It's not even close to the same thing. Even though Jabbar that year in 22 led the league in minutes, led the league in PER, Led the league in offensive win share. Led the league in defensive win share. Led the league in win share. Led the league in plus minus. Led the league in all of that other stuff, just like Joker did. But you made it clear to me. Yeah,
Mars, you were Jokic FC at this time. Stop rolling your eyes. You were there. You were on the train.
Jokic. I just don't care about these stats. He was ridiculous.
You brought him up.
I still don't care about them.
You brought him up early days.
I've
DC.
never brought up PER.
One stat. You see that real talk? One stat he didn't use. The other one he used. He didn't bring that up.
Every stat he just read off, leading the league in minutes. When did I bring that up?
When
did I bring up PER?
I didn't want to talk about Joker. I wanted to talk about Victor Wembanyama. I brought up Victor. That's it.
But hold on, Swiper.
I want to talk about the fact that SGA won the league MVP in back-to-back seasons, and he is the best.
I was fine with that. I was shut down.
Hold on. No, chill. We have to acknowledge one more thing.
What's that?
Before we talk about Wemby, and before we talk about, we've already talked about SGA going back-to-back. Real talk. I have to hear this Jokic to Wemby pipeline. Like, you brought it up, so now we need to know what it is. Swiper, you're not going to be able to be here for this conversation because you're not going to be able to stomach this. But the rest of us can. Real talk?
Oh, it's very simple. So when I say the Nikola Jokic to Wemby pipeline, I'm saying there is a certain segment of the basketball community who use all of the stats, right? Use all of the stats to say, hey, offense this, he's the greatest offensive player, right? And as soon, Mars, I'm talking about as soon as it looked a little shaky for Nikola Jokic, they are now going to Wemby, now making completely contrarian arguments to what they used to have to make for Nikola Jokic. It's actually incredible to watch in real time. There are great known creators, which I will not name, who are one end of the barometer, right, to the extreme. It was, oh my God. It basically, they were explaining how defense doesn't matter. That's basically what was happening with Nikola Jokic.
Who are you?
They are now Wemby fans.
You nasty for this.
And now all they care about now all of a sudden is, oh my God, defense this, two-way that, defensive impact this, defensive impact that. And I can't believe these are the same niggas who were just championing a nigga that didn't play defense less than 12 months ago. This is absolutely ludicrous. It is shameful behavior. And I'm seeing you. I'm watching you. We see you. This shit is ridiculous. You can't go from one end of the spectrum to the other that quickly.
This is why real talk. That's fine. You know what? But I don't know who you're addressing because you ain't talking about me. Hey, Mr. Moo Milk, you ain't talking about me.
Around you, Swipe.
The other side of this, the other side of this, Mr. Moo, the only other side of this is Wemby's offense has been great in the playoff. What are you talking about? What are you yapping about? Their offense with him on the field.
That's not the point.
I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about you and your little friends that you be doing streams with. Okay, you address him. Matter of fact, be a man and say his name. If you really want to go there, be a man and say his name. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No,
I know you're talking about
other people as well.
I'm going to be very clear about that. As a matter of fact, chat, I don't care if you don't like this perspective. I don't care if Real Talk doesn't like it. I don't care if anybody doesn't like it. You know why? Because you can't do nothing to me. Okay? I'm big. The other side is what I'm saying.
I'm big, you're small.
what I'm saying is Real Talk. Real Talk. Honest question, Real Talk. Is it unfair for me to think that Wemby's the best player in the world?
No.
Okay, then cool, fine, done. We're done. That's all I'm saying.
It's not unfair. I'm just saying.
We're done.
Stick with your man, right? I know it looks a little.
He doesn't get to be the best in the world after what you just did.
It looks a little rocky for your guy right now. But stay with him.
He was bad. What do you want me to say? He was good.
Chill. This why 50 made that song. Girl, it's easy to love me now. Hey, can you love me if I was down and out? But you still had love. Swipe didn't already bounce. Swipe.
I'm not off. Hey, Swiper. If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me?
Clearly
if I didn't smell so good, would you still glaze me?
Wait, whoa, hold on, Mark.
If I got locked up and bounced in the first round.
No.
Would you be there to support me mentally, Swiper?
Wait, no, Mars. We don't drop Real Talk, because he's absolutely going to interrupt me. Hold on, drop him real quick. You dropped me 6 times. You dropped me 6 times.
He's out.
This is the lie. Y'all, this dude Real Talk said there's levels to this Luka versus SGA. I still think in my heart of hearts, Luka's better. I think if you gave him the same team, Luka's better. Look at the offense, PRA. But then he hates PRA for another guy. But then on the other side of this is real talk. To have an anti-Jokic agenda every single time, real talk would watch Jokic say, Shay! Like, bro, we see you. We watch you. We see you. You are a chameleon. You are a Benedict Arnold. You switch sides. You run across the river. You cross the train track. You are a constant flopper. We have video evidence of you saying Jokic isn't the best in the world. Look at this bad game. SGA had a bad game. Oh, I ain't got nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Matter of fact, I did it last night to the Drake song. Put me on screen, everybody else, Ron. This is literally real talk. Don't put Mars up there. Put everybody. No, shut up. I don't want to see that finger. Put your finger down. This is literally real talk, y'all. SGA, Luka, SGA, Luka. Anybody but SGA.
Real talk. He's calling you a false prophet.
SGA. Exactly what he is. Y'all be letting this charlatan get up here and preach. He lies. Hey, guess what? Real talk. You are drinking 24. You lied. You lied, sir. You lied. Your reputation's in the mud, real talk. And everybody knows it. By the way, everybody in the chat, you make content hating on other people.
He lied.
Magic's PR is in the mud. Jokic, because of you and others, PR in the mud. I thought he was the best. Wayne Gretzky. Well, look at this. You lied. And now that Shea, if he gets outplayed by Wemby or by the Spurs or whatever, matter of fact, I know real talk is disgusting because you can't even admit that De'Aaron Fox has been worse than Dylan Harper in this run because you and Chill are like,
why you bringing Fox into
that
this?
negative agenda anyway. You like who you like, real talk. That's fine. Just like who you like. Just like who you like.
Yeah, okay.
W love. I like Wemby.
Can I now let me respond?
No.
And also, I was quiet. I didn't. Mars.
Hello.
And everybody in the chat. There is a date in which I stopped believing that Luka Doncic was better than SGA. It's literally recorded, right? That first game, the Lakers played OKC. We were wearing our purple uniforms. We went to OKC. I tweeted out before the game, there will be levels to this. Right? This is going we're going to see.
I remember that tweet vividly.
And ever since
arguing that Luka was better, yeah.
Exactly. Ever since that day, I have stopped believing that Luka Doncic was better than SGA, and I've been saying this.
You said he was the best player in the world after January. You said that. You said that. You said that.
Yeah, he was playing.
Oh, yeah. You said he was better than SGA for months. Even
this
SGA
of the season.
30 points
That
a
doesn't
game.
mean he's a better overall
true
player. Do you not understand that people can be playing better at a time? You still believe another player is better than them?
You never believed that about Jokic.
You know that, right? So I thought Luka was playing the best at the time, but I also still think SGA is better than Luka.
Do you think Wemby? Do you think Wemby's better than Luka? Do you think Wemby's better than Luka? A better player?
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we're going to end it at that.
I think he's better than Luka as well.
That was a sensational segment. Thank you, Swiper, for
of course
allowing
it's-
Real Talk to give everything up.
All he does is take a match and like I'm gonna lie on Swiper, and I got to defend myself. And now I'm
What did
looking
I lie
crazy.
about?
I didn't want to do this today.
What did I lie about?
I didn't want to do this today a lot.
Joker puts that's of course until Luka puts 45, 15, and 9 on Wemby for the second time, and then they end up winning the playoff series.
I still think Joker's
You know
a
what?
great. He's
Now
not
he's
out of the
better.
conversation.
Now
He's just
Luka
in
ain't
it
better
right
than-
now.
Now Luka still ain't better than Wemby. All right.
Wait, hold on. Is that not a fair
I
perspective?
doubt I think Wemby's just at a kind of different level. And I think in 2026, I do think he's been the best player in the league. Like I think from that time on, I think he has been. It's just about whether or not he maintains it or whatnot. And then we see what he looks like next year. Which is why I think it's gonna be hard for Shea to win 3 MVPs in a row. Because if Wemby continues to get better, it's like,
I'll never forget a certain episode where me and Damo got jumped. Well, here we are now, May 18th, 2026. It is a good time to be alive because it is the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals. We kind of talked about the Western Conference Finals a little bit. We'll get to that. We still have to talk about our New York Knicks playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got to do that. But before we do that, we have Super Chats, y'all. So I'm going to start with the first $50 super chat from Whoopity Scoopity. Whoopity said, I never want to hear Swiper ever say again he respects back-to-back MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How the fuck you still have Jokic over him, man? Respect my GOAT, Pilgis.
Eyes. I have my eyes. I have my eyes. Respect to y'all. Respect to y'all. If that's your
Yeah,
perspective,
you read them spreadsheets real well. Actually,
That's
no, you
fine.
don't, because the spreadsheets say that fucking Shea bad too. You don't even read them one.
which depends on which. It depends on where you're going. Again, that's cool. I still think you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. If you think Shea better, that's fine. Shout out to Shea. And by the way, congratulations to Shea, the 14th ever player to win back-to-back MVPs. That's great. That's an amazing feat. That's an
There's
amazing
been a lot
feat.
of back-to-back MVPs this century. There's been what, 6?
This
Duncan, Nash,
LeBron,
Bron,
yeah,
Bron
so 6.
again,
Yeah.
Steph, Giannis, Jokic, Shea. That's
Shea.
9. There's been 9 back-to-back MVPs.
And then there's another one on
Duncan
the way.
too, Moss. Don't leave.
Yeah, I said
Duncan
Duncan.
out,
Duncan was
Moss.
the first one I said. Yeah,
And then there's another one on the way.
Yeah, and then Wemby might fuck around and do it, so that might make it 10. And obviously, you got,
Darius
like,
Acuff then
guys-
after that.
It's crazy that
Shea
we
would-
all them back-to-back MVPs and no one's won 3 straight since Bird. Crazy.
Well, we
Well,
remember
that
what
was gonna be
happened
the
in
next thing I was gonna
2023.
ask because Chill brought that up. So like, Shea has a chance to do something like incredible.
He already has a chance to do something. If he wins Finals MVP, it's him, Bron, and MJ is the only 2 to win back-to-back MVPs and Finals MVPs. That's already like crazy company.
Yep.
Then if he does that and then wins 3 straight MVPs, it's him, Bird, Russell, Wilt, Kareem. Did Kareem do it? No, I don't think Kareem did it. Him, Bird, Russell, and Wilt, I think, are the only 4 who have won 3 straight MVPs. So
Shay's
within
in it.
12 months.
3 straight.
Yeah,
Which ones?
Shea might-
Oh,
3
you said
straight
MVP
regular season
finals?
MVPs. No,
Three
regular
straight of
season
everything.
MVPs.
But he has a chance to do 3 straight of everything. Like, as of right now, if I was to tell you guys what are the title, if I was to individually ask you guys, what would be the title odds for next year? Who would you have winning the championship next year? OKC would be top 2 or 3 for everybody. Probably 1. If I was to ask you guys MVP, who's going to win MVP? SGA, if he's not 1, he's going to be 2. And if he's not 2, which he probably wouldn't, he would be 3. So like, Shea has an opportunity to really do something that nobody's done. And like a good opportunity.
Man, don't
It's
speak
within-
for
it's
me,
within
bro.
the realm of
Don't
possibility.
speak for me. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm just saying the Mavericks gonna be healthy next year. Kyrie gonna be healthy. Derek Lively gonna be healthy. Hey, y'all better watch out, man. It's Cooper Flag League.
You don't even know if they're gonna be healthy. That was just an assumption. You don't know if Derek Lively gonna be healthy.
Well,
Yeah, you don't know Derek Lively.
well, they've been, you know, resting from when they got injured. They're getting healthy.
The
That's what they doing
Mavericks?
right now.
Yeah, they're getting healthy. Don't mean they're gonna maintain. But yeah, even if they did, shout to them. But
Shit, y'all better
I'm
watch out
excited.
for
I'm
Cooper
excited
Flag.
for OKC San Antonio, man. That's it. I'm excited for OKC. When's the last time we saw like this is back-to-back years where I could argue the 2 best players in the world have matched up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
The last time we saw
Shea
that,
versus Jokic last year, and Shea versus Wemby this year.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Curry and
I'm just glad you guys are here now. Like
Yeah,
when we
you
talk
can
about
say-
the
you can
2
say
best
Curry
players in
and
the
Bron or
world.
KD and Bron, depending
Curry
on
and
like
James and-
whoever the best player was on the Warriors
Sure.
and all that stuff. Like
KD
so
and
since
Bron.
then, yeah, since then it's probably the last time, and then before then,
Katie and Bron again in 12?
yeah, but that's not back-to-back years. Yeah, but
back-to-back years.
No.
yeah, back-to-back years where it gets tough. You're not
The
gonna see
2 best players in the game, Duncan and
Well,
Shaq,
KD won one of the best players in the league.
They never
in
met.
2012.
Oh yeah, they.
in 01 and 02. Yeah, in 01.
What'd you say, Alex?
In 01, 02.
That's not a
In
hot
02
take.
in
real
02
talk.
and 03.
2012, KD wasn't the best player in the league.
Oh no! I said no. Bron
Top
would be
2.
the best.
Yeah,
He said top
is what
2.
he's saying.
So Bron being the best, and then KD would be second.
Yeah.
In 2012?
Yeah,
I mean, who would be better?
No,
No, I would. Yeah, I would.
yeah. Who would be better?
Playoffs and back-to-back.
Never mind, Marcus. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Rondo? Rondo?
Yo, chill, bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah,
That was
I'm-
prime Rondo. So shit, I don't know.
All right, Spanish Jose TV
No.
said, salutations, gentlemen. On my way to the smoke shop to grab a cigar and celebrate year 3 Wemby making the finals. Yes, you heard that right. The finals is tonight. Fellas, who's winning game 1? And is it a blowout or a close game?
Ox,
Talk
you
about
and
it.
I had this conversation about the best. Is this right here the NBA championship? Like this is what we've been
well-
talking about. This is what we've been talking about in the past. Like, is would we much rather see a different format? Because this right here could very well be for the NBA championship. Like the winner.
Well,
of
I don't think that, Chill. I still think that the Knicks are a formidable
I
opponent.
agree.
I think the Knicks can beat either one of these basketball teams.
Mm.
I'm not saying they're going to, but I think the Knicks deserve some respect, right?
Yeah.
But Chill, yes, this is the reason. Things like this are the reason we need to go 1 through 16.
Mm.
1 through 16 is the only thing that makes sense for the NBA playoffs. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to take Oklahoma City tonight. Yeah, I'm going to take Oklahoma City tonight. I'm going
Is
to
he
take
getting an MVP award today?
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
it's happening tonight. Mhm. I'm going to take Oklahoma.
Are they going to present it to him like before the game?
Like
Yeah,
they do it, like when you hear the MVP.
Gonna make Wemby sit there and watch. Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he should.
So
Why-
Wemby gonna be
why-
over there
why not?
meditating. He ain't even gonna,
I
ain't even
do
gonna
think
be
these
there.
are the two best teams in the league, and I think they have been for the most part of the year. But that doesn't mean I think this is the NBA. I think it's possible these two teams beat each other up so much that whoever comes out the East has a chance of beating them, even though I think these are the two best teams in the league. I think the Knicks are the third best team left. So I think the Cavs are like quite
Yeah, I
clearly the
agree.
worst team. So spoiler alert, I think the Knicks are going to beat the Cavs. But I do think these are the two best teams, but I wouldn't be like, if the Knicks and Spurs met up, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, the Knicks won. Like, I wouldn't be like, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
I think the Spurs are the better team. So
If the Cavs ended up in the NBA championship, how would you feel about that? Like, what would you? Would it blow your mind to see them in the NBA championship?
a team winning a playoff series for the most part doesn't really blow my mind. Like, there are exceptions,
Sure.
but for the most part, especially once you get this far, and it's not like unfathomable to me. Like, it's, at the end of the day, all we do is win 4 games. Like, it's not impossible. All it takes is one team going cold, one team getting hot at the right time, a bad injury at the wrong time. Like, maybe OG isn't good to go. That changes the complexion of the series. So no, I wouldn't be blown away if the Cavs won, but I do have the Knicks as my considerable favorites.
Sure.
Agree.
If I look at this Oklahoma City team, considering they've been off for quite a while, which you got to knock the rust off. That's a big deal. And San Antonio just handled Minnesota, and they don't have nearly as much rust. But I think that they got more firepower than San Antonio. The problem is that Wemby is just the ultimate equalizer. Whatever you don't have, he supplements that. Particularly on the defensive end. I think that Oklahoma City has enough guys that they can cancel out. And when I say cancel out, understand what I mean when I say cancel out. As soon as you guys say cancel out, you think shut down. No, I think that with a guy like Dylan Harper, if Dylan Harper goes off, I think AJ Mitchell can cancel out that production because he can get busy. Also, Devin Vassell ends up getting busy. I think Oklahoma City has 2 or 3 guys who can cancel his production out. And then the separator is now going to be SGA
And Fox.
SG. Well,
That's the matchup. That is the matchup.
That's actually not the matchup
Well, no, it's going to be Castle
because
next year.
Castle is going to deal with SGA.
I mean, but he's their primary scorer, though, is what I'm saying. Like, De'Aaron Fox is going to be the ball.
yeah,
player,
he is. He is there.
which is, I think, going to be,
Is Fox their primary scorer? Or is Wemby their primary?
well, he's their primary.
Wemby's
ball
their
He's
primary
their
scorer,
primary
and I would
ball
argue Stephon Castle's probably their primary ball handler. But it all depends.
Yeah, I
on
don't even know if Fox is the primary ball handler at this point.
It depends on matchup, because if they go out and put like
yeah.
Chet on Castle, which I don't know, because they put Rudy on Castle to start game 6,
Yeah.
and actually did not work.
Yeah.
So I don't know what OKC's going to try, which is why I think game 1's always interesting to see what a team comes out with. I think this series is going to be interesting. That's it.
I'm really curious.
I do want to
get
get like everybody, and so I just want to get like everybody's prediction for this series, though. Like, who do you have winning and in how many? Well, not even how many games, but just who do you have winning? But
Well, let me ask this question: how shocked would you be, like just regular season playoffs, whatever? Because I'm not even buying into that in my head. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm picking OKC to win. But how shocked would you be if we get in this series and it's like they're the Spurs legitimately like have matchup advantages versus OKC, and it's like
what? Where at?
well, number one,
December
that
28 guy.
Okay,
So what?
so we got that problem.
The nine
that-
foot.
also, they
Okay,
can
so-
replicate what
so we got
OKC
the
does
big-
with
we
Chet
got the
and
big guy.
Iheart because they have Wemby and they have Cornette. Cornet is
But
very
Wemby
much.
can replicate that individually, in my opinion, and I think that's what
Yeah.
makes him special. He's a
You
one man.
think he can take up?
Yeah, Wemby is a one man paint defense, Cornet or not. He's a one.
But here's
I
the
don't think
problem with
OKC's
that.
gonna be able to score at the rim in the series if Wemby's out there.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mars,
Even
because
Cornet's
with
a good rim
Oklahoma,
protector.
City,
He is,
with
and it's like that's what's good. You have 48 minutes of rim protection. The issue is I need
100%.
this Wemby 30 minutes per game gimmick.
No, that's got to go out the window.
I need 36, 37 minutes a game. That's what I need.
Now, here's
I'm
the
sorry. We're in the conference finals. There's at most 14 games left. If you can't give me 36 minutes, that's the thing that's probably giving me the most hesitation for why he can't be the best player in the world. You can't be the best player in the world and you can't play more than 38 minutes
You
consistently.
can't be. Absolutely not.
Because at
But
the end of the day,
Mars,
it's more than per possession value. You're just not on the court enough. If Shea can give me 41 minutes a game and you can only give me 32, regardless of on a per possession basis, you're more valuable. Shea's out there for 9 more minutes. Like that's ultimately going to lead to being more valuable over the course of a series. So I need Wemby. I need Wemby to play heavy minutes. I understand his minutes per game in the playoffs are skewed by the 2 games he left early, ejection and then the concussion. So I'm not just looking at it as that. If you go through his game log, I'll ignore the Portland series because they kind of dominated.
Yeah.
they handled Portland. Yes, they did.
He played 40 minutes in game 1. They then blew them out in game 2, so he played 25 minutes. He then played 37, this is the bar I want him at, 37 minutes, and then in the blowouts it's 31-28. So what I'm saying is he's shown in the games that are competitive, he's playing the minutes. In this series, which I deem to be competitive, I need Wemby in the 39, 38.
He did that in the regular
37
season
minute range.
too.
That's what I need. And the issue is, if all of these games are due to be competitive, which I think they have the chance to be, he needs to be able to do that 39 minutes, day of rest, 39 minutes. That's what I need.
I also need them
can't do
to.
this 25-minute thing.
I need Mitch Johnson to be locked in, and this is also De'Aaron Fox. Like, if Dylan Harper continues to do what he's doing versus Portland versus Minnesota, he absolutely 100% needs to be like in the game as like the primary initiator, because I think him versus Kaysen, him versus Dort, he has legitimate advantages. He is so unbelievably fast and strong, and he is scoring. I don't remember.
Do you want to sit Fox, or do you?
No.
Chill. This is the series. Chill. This is the series where I employ him to run a 3-guard lineup, especially with the perimeter defense that they play in OKC. You need 3 ball handlers to be able to essentially spread this defense out and break them down, and put them on their heels too. Like if y'all sometimes you fight fire with cold water. Sometimes you fight fire with air. Sometimes you fight fire with fire.
You don't fight fire with air. You make it worse when you fight with air.
You ain't seen Avatar? Last Airbender? All right, that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is sometimes you fight fire with fire, and this is one of them situations where I believe it's like if y'all want to bring it to our front door with all that rah-rah defense, picking us up full court, we got something for you.
And
do that to Dylan Harper.
Yeah, that's what they're going to
do. That to De'Aaron.
They're going to go to 3-guard lineups. I'm fairly certain of it. I don't think
they'll run four. Well, technically 4 with Julian out there at the 4.
Yeah,
or Keldon.
But that's the thing, and that's what Wemby allows you to do, because no matter what you put around Wemby, you know the rim protection is going to be elite. So like you could put a bunch of guards around Wemby and still have the best paint defense on the court, and this is against OKC. Like for reference, I just want to make sure people understand what's going on with Wemby right now. Wemby in the playoffs right now, the Spurs have a 99 defensive rating. They are like quite literally
relative, right?
That's 13 relative to league average. If it's actually relative to the opponent's offense, it's a little bit different. I could look it up. Can't bother. I'll look it up while I'm talking. But for reference, like Wemby is anchoring like the best playoff defense ever when he's out there. That's quite literally what's happening. And that's regardless of personnel. Like we understand the Spurs have good defense personnel. Castle, really good. De'Aaron Fox is a good defender. Dylan Harper's a good defender. Vassell has been a good defender. Like they've got good defender. I'm not saying it's all Wemby. But the fact of the matter is, if Wemby's out there, the rim is so shut off that the lineups around him, you can lean heavily on offense and ball handling. And that's not what other rosters are usually allowed to do. So I think that's where you're going to see a lot of Castle, Harper, De'Aaron lineups, where if they're pressing De'Aaron, okay, Castle will bring the ball up. If they're pressing Castle and De'Aaron, okay, Dylan Harper can bring the ball up. You have 3 guys who can handle ball pressure, get into the lane and create.
Vassell too.
That's where they become hard to guard. And I think that's what makes them special.
Mars, may I counter with that? Your idea of Wemby being able to play in the paint is the exact same reason why Oklahoma City is so good, why he won't be able to. So if you look at what Oklahoma City does with Vassell, I'm sorry, with AJ Mitchell, with Shea, with J-Dub. All of these guys can stretch the defense. So he can't just pack the paint. So with these guys stretching, okay, Hartenstein can't. That's fine. But with Wemby standing in the paint, he does have that floater around 8 to 10 feet with Hartenstein. He does have that. He does have that floater. With that being said, with these guys being able to stretch the defense, now they can attack the rim. They can get to the paint. And Minnesota, their problem was that they couldn't stretch the defense because guys couldn't make shots. They showed that they could attack Wemby because they did that in game. Was it game 1 or I want to say game 1 or game 2?
Yeah, when he had 12 blocks. Yeah.
They showed that they can attack him. Well, and with them attacking
9.
him, yeah, 9.
I agree. 9.
Officially, unofficially 9.
Officially 12, but realistically 9. Yeah.
My point is that the Oklahoma City Thunder, with their ability to stretch the defense, they can attack Wemby and they can consistently keep Wemby because they.
Assuming
they're
that
going to put him on Hart or Dort. If Hart or Dort's in the game,
Wemby is not going to abandon his rim protecting duties because Lou Dort has an open 3.
Yeah, like
and that's
whether
fine.
we like it or not.
So but here's the difference with that though, Mars. You might not be concerned with Lou Dort, who has shown in the past that he can knock down a couple of threes or stretch the defense in multiple games. He has shown you
he's at 38% in these playoffs.
But that's also like I said about McCain. Like we got 3 other guys who can do that.
I think that's why they picked up McCain specifically for this series.
Absolutely, we got 3 other guys who can do that. So when we have the San Antonio Spurs defense on their heels and spread out, Wemby can't just sit in the paint like he's guarding them in Thompson. He can't just sit in the paint like he's guarding Klingon. No, he's got to come out of that paint. And with him being able to come and with him coming out of that paint, that allows Mitchell to attack.
That's not even.
I don't think he has to come out the paint. That's why we disagree. I don't think he has to.
But it's Wemby's recovery too. It's not just him staying in the paint. It's just like when you drive.
Well, that's what this is about. This is about.
I know, but he's not a stationary.
The way the Spurs are lined up is to keep Wemby near the rim. They know.
Sure.
This is what the chess match is going to be. OKC are going to try and get him away from the rim, and San Antonio are going to try and keep him near the rim.
Sure.
That's the chess match, and I think San Antonio have managed to make it a point to where they keep Wemby on the baseline pretty much at all times. So there's going to be a lot of pre-switching to keep Wemby on the baseline. The Spurs now, the OKC, in order to counter that, are going to put their best shooters in the corners. That's what they're going to do. And now when they drive, Wemby's going to help off the corner. It's now on the Spurs to rotate out of that.
Which they do
I think they've done a
well.
good job of scrambling. So it's not going to be Wemby scrambling out to the perimeter. For example, let's imagine Wemby's on the right baseline.
No, there was a possession in the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Especially when it comes to the corners.
Yeah,
if they did, then Wemby wouldn't be out on the perimeter.
No, time out. There was a possession in the Minnesota Timberwolves series where they literally Wemby closed out on a 3. They rotated 4 spots.
Sure.
With Vassell and Harper in them and got a contested close on a Nas. Now Nas made an incredible shot.
Yeah.
They have
I know
athletes.
Talking about,
they scramble extremely well.
The idea is to get Wemby away from the basket.
But you can't though.
I'm not saying we should. We just talked about
they
I'm
not gonna say
you can't.
I mean, are they gonna put Jay?
What I'm saying,
it's difficult
to your point, what we're gonna counter your perimeter defense with is a faster lineup. That's what we're going to counter that with, and we like our chances when we drag Wemby away from the basket.
You're going to go small. You're going to take Hartenstein out of the game, basically.
At some point, we're going to go to a small.
Chill. Do you remember me saying this last week though? And like when I said I would heavily consider not starting iHeart for reasons like this.
We don't necessarily
I was saying I would.
If you go small, then the Spurs are gonna dominate the paint on offense.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, it can't. But here's. That's what I'm saying though. That it comes down to Chet and J-Dub has played the 4 and he's been successful before. So that's what I'm saying.
And not go small though.
Like you're not beating. I think you're not beating the Spurs with athleticism though.
We can have a fast lineup with Chet on the floor. We can have
the Spurs more athletic than the Thunder?
With Jalen Williams on the floor. We can have that kind of lineup.
I mean, Castle De'Aaron.
Yeah, Carter Bryant is coming off the bench. And then you bring in Keldon, then you got Vassell, then you got Harper, then you got Fox, then you got Wemby, then you got Cornette.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Like they're not deficit.
I'm not arguing that point. What I'm arguing is that we've seen Carter Bryant get himself in precarious situations where he becomes unplayable, where he ends up fouling a bunch of different times. But I want to get back to what you were talking about, Moss. I don't necessarily mean small lineups. I don't necessarily mean fast lineups being small. No, I don't necessarily mean that. Small lineups can be fast, but I think that if you do go with Chet, J-Dub, Mitchell, Shea, and Jalen Williams, something like that. If you do go with McCain, Chet, Hartenstein, I can get rebounded and I can move the ball up the floor fast and put the San Antonio Spurs defense on their heels and speed the game up. But when we get in the half court, what I don't want to do is I don't want to just stand around the long ball line and expect Wemby to just come out to the long ball line and guard. No. We got to get action. We have to get ball movement, and we got to keep these guys on their heels because if we're just going to stand out there and just shoot the long ball, that's not difficult to guard. No, not at all.
Yeah, but
I think that's the conundrum, and Mars did outline it. The last person I just remember just a team whole strategy is like, man, we have to get this play away from the rim. I will never forget 23 AD. I will never forget that run. Yeah. Man, what a defensive run! But
defensive run for AD.
Yeah, well, I know. Oh my god!
I mean, the Nuggets had this problem with Rudy in 24, but I can understand. AD propaganda is perfectly fine.
Absolutely. Memphis.
For reference, just real quick, real talk, because I did look it up. Wemby's anchoring a negative 18 defense.
Damn.
Yeah, this is the greatest defensive player of all time. I don't care about the Bill Russell shit. Look, here's the thing. Chill. This is why I have the Spurs winning this series. Is just because after long thought, I've been very high on OKC. But here's the thing. If you can't drag Wemby away from the rim enough, you're going to lose. That's going to be the outcome. And I think that there's an interesting thing with OKC. Like, they're not used to playing a team, and there's a team that they're playing that has potentially a better defense than them for large portions of a game. That's foreign to OKC. They might be, on the court with a better offensive team. You know what I'm saying? That's possible because they don't have the best offensive personnel. But something they are not used to is being out-defended. And I do think there are going to be times in this series and these games for large portions of the game where the Spurs are going to have a better defense than them because of Victor Wembanyama. They cannot pull Wemby away from the rim enough, in my opinion. Ihart has to play, in my opinion, because of the rebounding and the Wemby-Chet matchup. I don't think if you put Chet at the 5, that's not going to be advantageous for OKC. And on top of that, we talk about like pulling Wemby away from the rim. If Chet is playing the 5 and he's guarding Wemby, Chet also is kind of now put away from the rim, which isn't good if you're OKC.
But in real talk, just to make a point here, I think the Spurs have a better option of pulling Chet away consistently than they do with Wemby at the other end, because they're going to just put one of the dudes at the 4, which has consistently been Julian. And like, if you're going to have to guard Julian or Vassell or Fox or Castle or Harper constantly, the whole program for them is like, we believe in an offensive 5-out infrastructure. We're creating good looks constantly because of our personnel. The Spurs have like a legitimately great rotation of 1 through 3, and they could all play 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I think that's the other side of that. Real talk, to your point.
I'm telling y'all, I'm firm on this. Just right quick, real talk. I just gotta say this because I'm firm on this. If I'm the Thunder, either Ihart is sitting to start the game, or Lou Dort sitting. We can't have 2 guys that can potentially Wemby can just sag off of and just do what he wants to. No, AJ Mitchell. It is 100% AJ.
In the starting lineup and adding Jada.
It's no way. I agree. Yeah, it's no way I'm sitting AJ just based on who AJ Mitchell is, based on what he's been our second best scorer throughout this playoff run. He's shown us this season who he is, based on his scoring punch, ability to knock down a long ball, but also his defense too, his perimeter defense. I'm starting AJ Mitchell in one of those 2. They're gonna have to figure it out, and it's. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's the
shit that really
I
remember
bothers me.
But you want coaches to coach though too.
Yeah, but Mark Daigneault did this in game 1 of the finals last year, where he changed the starting lineup, and they ended up losing game 1.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, sometimes you overthink things.
Who was it that started though?
He ended.
Was it in Kaysen, right?
I believe it was Kaysen who he started in game 1, and he took it was Hartenstein off the bench, and he started Kaysen. Yeah, he started Kaysen in place of Hartenstein, and that didn't necessarily go great. But now if they win, it's a coaching genius. So things are things. Yeah. I would think about changing the lineup. Obviously, we know J-Dub and Chet are starting. We know that. That's non-negotiable. Those 3 are starting. So then it comes down to, like you said, Hartenstein and Dort. I think AJ Mitchell has played well enough, and you need the ball handling. So I would start AJ Mitchell. Probably, I would start AJ Mitchell in place of Hartenstein because I know they like Lou Dort's POA defense. I know that's what they just prefer.
They do, yeah.
So I'd probably just go with Chad the 5, J-Dub at the 4, Dort at the 3, AJ and Shea as the 1 and 2. And then you just kind of like
How are we going to deal with Wemby?
You try and dominate the non-Wemby minutes.
Are we just going to leave Chet to deal with Wemby? Is that what we're doing?
No.
But he a grown ass man.
I'm comfortable with that.
Chet, you better go get that.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah,
Nah, man,
Ron's trying to play on a
Chet,
pride.
you better go get that.
They're going to
Hey.
swarm Wemby on his touches. That's what they're going to do. They're going to swarm Wemby on his touches.
That works
When
too.
he's rolling, they're going to collapse the defense. It's going
Yep.
to lead to corner threes, kickouts, and swings. They're going to commit a lot of resources to stopping Wemby as a roller. And if he gets the ball in the post, face up, wherever, the moment he puts the ball down, they're going to swipe at the ball. They're going to attack his dribble. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try and turn him over.
They're gonna hit him early. Hit him early.
I agree.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of physicality, getting up under him, pushing him.
Yep.
If he wants to catch the ball 12 feet out, make sure he catches it 16 feet out. All of those type of things. The moment he puts the ball on the ground or the moment he turns his back, we're attacking the dribble. We're attacking him from the back. I was going to say from the backside. That's kind of crazy. But like, point is, we're trying to force Wemby into traps and turnovers, and I think that's a good strategy. And you need the speed out there to do that. And I think having AJ out there with Dub, with Dort, with Shea, I do think that's their best strategy. And then offensively, when Wemby goes to the bench, that's when we need to really like run the table in those minutes. No disrespect to Luke Cornett. I think he's a good backup big, but they need to dominate those minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Shea playing in pretty much all of the non-Wemby minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and like dominate those minutes.
Which is what I didn't understand in the Minnesota series is as much as Wemby was doing against Rudy, I always felt like when Wemby go out the game, Rudy go out the game. When Wemby come back in the game, Rudy comes back in the game.
The issue is with Rudy is because he was so. I'm not going to say Rudy was so bad offensively.
I get it. Right.
Rudy allowed Wemby to just stay at the rim the whole time.
Yeah, he really didn't.
That's why he had to come out. He had to get to
And then
Nas at the
Julius
5.
Randle being ass on top of that, it just
Julius Randle haters, man.
He was Julius Randle truthers. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, I've been
also,
a Julius Randle truther.
another thing that Wemby does to your team is like he makes you have to hit over the top like jump shots. Your shot making has to be really good when you play Wemby. And I just don't believe in the shooting of OKC. If they have one Achilles heel, it is the shooting.
It's
You know
been
what I'm
good
saying?
thus far.
I don't know.
It's been good thus
Yes.
far, but like, hey, if the Spurs are like, hey, Lou Dort, gonna have to be.
That's the guy that they
You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
doing that. Yeah, they
Lou Dort, Payson, and Caruso.
Yeah.
Is Shea making?
It's the
Is Shea making
trifecta of
his?
their best guard defenders.
The difference in this series is going to be Shea and his jump shooting though. Like, 'cause they're gonna gap behind him with Castle or Fox or Harper, which the Spurs are perfectly comfortable with in any three of those situations. So, but it's Shea gonna be able to make those over the top shots in the fourth. That's really what a lot of this is going to come down to because the driving lanes aren't going to be there consistently, and if they are, obviously there's going to be a lot of hands at the rim. But then that's where the passing and the playmaking out of that drive is going to come. Shea obviously can make that pass, but they're going to bet and gamble that if we get Castle on you enough times, first off, you don't want to run a pick and roll against Wemby because in the playoffs this year, when Wemby's on the floor, teams are averaging 0.62 points per possession when he's the pick and roll ball handler defender, which is like in the mud. Like it's horrific. Like they you can't do anything. So I think some of this is you're not going to run a pick and roll a lot. They're going to try to mismatch hunt versus Julian versus Vassell. But the difference in last series was even though Ant was hurt. What'd you say?
Right, I'm saying you said those numbers about the pick and roll
Yeah.
and what he's doing in that pick and roll on defense, but you got to look at the difference in personnel with what you were dealing with then and what you're dealing with now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, agreed.
See, it's a different personnel. I don't think those numbers in particular are going to be reliable against this matchup. You got SGA having the ball. You know, he's got
But who do you have
more
screening
ability
for
to do
SGA?
things than what'd you say, Mars?
Who do you have screening for SGA? Because we're all pretty much all in agreement that Hartenstein's minutes are going to go down.
Right,
He's their best screener.
He's their best.
So who's screening? Chet?
What, Chet?
No.
It depends. So for me, it depends on who Wemby's guarding.
I agree.
Because like, you
But
know,
now
what I'm
you
saying?
have
like,
Lou
like,
Dort
like
setting
Swapper said. Now I might have said that those numbers might not be reliable just because of the difference in personnel. I still don't want to involve Wemby in that right there. Unless we think we can get Shea to pick on Wemby a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm fine with that. I think Shea will absolutely pick on Wemby.
Yeah.
Like that's no knock to Shea. Like I think Wemby's a great defender, obviously. But I still think that Shea cooks Wemby in that matchup.
Man, what's
I don't think there's gonna be much switching from this.
who's the weak
Right, but
matchup?
if you're setting good screens, you have to get to
I
Shea
agree.
quick.
That's why I asked who's
You
going to
see what
set
I'm
the
saying?
screens, because who do you think who on OKC can set good enough screens
And who are you getting
to where
separation
Castle
against, man?
or De'Aaron or Dylan can't get around it and then
Lou
force
Dort?
the switch?
Caruso.
You think
Lou
these guys are
Dort,
good enough
J-Dub.
screeners to force switches?
Mars, you to
I
force the
think they're gonna
switch,
do that
not
anyway.
necessarily,
The reason why
but
I
to
think
to slow the defender down, yes.
But I was just trapped.
Well, it depends how Shea comes off that. screen.
Then it's going to be a hedge and recover. Yes,
Yeah, but if
when he's
you-
not hedge,
anyway.
and he's so long that it's going to be hard to make those passes around him, and then you can just scramble him out.
But if you bring Wemby into the action, Ox, and you got Lou Dort the screener, I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing. I'm trapping and
Absolutely.
you're rolling.
Yeah, we just forget about
That's-
Lou Dort.
that's
Lou
the
Dort
thing,
playing the
too.
pocket.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
Yeah,
now
so
Dort.
that's
wrong.
the
No, we
thing.
don't.
It depends on who Wemby's guarding. If he's guarding Lou Dort, I was just answering Mars's questions about who's going to be able to set solid screens. I don't really want to involve Lou Dort in it because I don't see the advantage I'm creating right there. Right?
But see, you know what is an advantage though. Just right quick to answer that, Swiper. With Lou Dort setting the screen, so if you are gonna double, that actually can be used to our advantage. Shea just got to get off the ball quick because now you've dragged Wemby from the hoop. Remember
That's what they
that was
want,
our
bro.
initial
They
that was
want
our
to get the
initial
ball
plan,
out of
right?
his hand.
To get Wemby from the hoop. Shea either has
that's why
to
I'm
drag
not
the double
trapping.
out as far as possible, or he has to make sure that the double commits. Then he got to get off the ball.
I say all you got to do, but like, so let's say Shea gets a ball screen on the right wing, right, and Lou Dort comes and sets the pick, sending him towards the middle of the floor, and they trap. If the pocket passes to Lou Dort in the middle, all they have to do is send their help over to Lou Dort in the middle, and then the person who's defending the two in the corner lifts up to the wing, and now we're forcing Shea to make a skip pass all the way to the weak side corner, in which I'm
over
that
Castle and Wemby.
over Wemby's length and Castle in rear view pursuit. He has to make a skip pass to the weak side corner, in which I'm fairly confident we can either get a deflection or Wemby can cross that ground across the court in about 4
I got to
seconds.
retract my statement to your point, Mars. I got to retract because I don't want Lou Dort. I don't want Caruso settings because all they do is switch. That's all they're gonna do is just switch these if you set these screens because it's guard to guard. It's
If
guard
guard to
guard basketball. That's number one. Number two, I don't want guards coming up and setting screens. Same reason why I felt in the Detroit series with Cleveland. What you're doing is you're inviting the blitz. When you do that, I want Shea playing in more space. I don't need
But if
Shea.
you have AJ or J-Dub setting the screen, now you have good decision makers in the pocket.
Right, I do, but I also got the best decision maker that I have on my group. Right,
Why don't you use Shea as a screener?
I could do that, but here's the difference. The difference with using Shea as a screener, they're just gonna switch. They're not gonna blitz. And with them,
Then you can do handpick Shea's matchups.
I could do that. I could
who's the weak
handpick them,
matchup?
but also remember now
I
remember
mean,
too.
it depends who do you want to foul out.
Now here's the difference with Shea. Now with Shea, what we're not gonna do, like I just said, we're gonna switch guard to guard. But San Antonio, a lot of those guys, they know that you're mismatch hunting when you're screening for Shea. They know that you're specifically trying to get Harper on Shea. They know you're specifically trying to get Vassell on Shea. They're good at navigating screens, so they won't a lot of times switch these screens. They'll give you enough room.
But
And
yo,
I'm
they
going
will.
under.
They'll OKC sets that. Shea will set that screen though below the 3-point line. So like they run that a lot, where Shea will just get well, I don't know who the Jalen.
And I'm going
like, if
under
they,
on
next,
when Lou
next
Dort,
series,
I'm going
if
under
they
on that
if they
screen
make
all
it
day
past,
long. I'm going under on that.
no. If they make it past this series, you best believe that boy JB. Every single time, they're going to try to force that switch underneath the 3-point line to get Shea at that nail. So they're going to do that in this series. But I'm good with the switch. I think that's the point about the Spurs, though, and why I'm higher on them in this series, even though I think OKC is going to win. If you switch Keldon or Vassell, Vassell did a great job in the last series. He was phenomenal defensively. They don't have a weak perimeter defender, and I even think to this.
And
to
if
your
you're
point,
switching everything, then you just got to start slipping. And then if you slip, then you're behind the defense, and then Wemby has to help, and then now you can get your swing threes and whatnot.
yeah.
Well, am I?
I just think you need as many decision makers on the court as
It's
possible.
not like I'm slipping to the rim because Wemby's standing right there.
Yeah,
I
but
know,
the
but what
point
he's saying is,
is
like,
if you're
Wemby,
able,
it's gonna create-
if you're able to slip and get into the pocket,
Yeah.
Wemby has to now help. especially if it's your good decision. If it's Shea in the middle or J-Dub
He's so
or
damn good
AJ
at
Mitchell,
recovering, man.
he now has to
Yes.
help just because like he has to
Sure.
protect the rim. That's
I
his
get
job.
that point.
And then now you can swing out to the corners where Wemby's no longer there, and you've
Yeah.
just got to move the ball quicker than they can rotate out, and you're going to generate good offense, especially if you have your lineup with, let's say you have Jared McCain, AJ Mitchell, Dub, Shea, and Chet.
Okay.
Now if they're scrambling, who you concede in a 3-2? Chet, Dub on a closeout, AJ Mitchell, like someone is going to get a good shot
Sure.
if you're able to counter the switching by slipping. Like it's
But
it's
here's
gonna be a
the
chess match. That's it.
I'm glad
That's
you brought
still
that
that's
up,
still
Mark.
a win though, Morris.
It is
I
a
agree.
win.
Like,
Anytime
from
it's not short of the rim, I
begin-
think it's a win. I agree.
Right, but no, from the beginning, from what we were talking about a moment ago, with the what do you do with the screen when SGA? That's why I was saying it depends on how SGA attacks the screen first. But if you blitz SGA, if you get the ball out of SGA's hands, that's a win regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like if any of these guys
Think
beat
somebody
us,
else do it.
that's what I mean.
So
That's
you agreed with the Lakers' plan in like game 1 and game 2, basically.
I mean, that's the Lakers. That's what
Yeah.
they had to do. Like the Lakers, but like that's
Yeah.
different. The Lakers
Yeah,
were
we
that's
didn't have a
that's
choice.
such an uphill battle that it's just
yeah, I
like,
liked your plan better in game. I mean,
Yeah.
game 4.
you know,
was
but
probably
still, like
the
with
best
the
defense.
Somebody else
Spurs,
do it.
they got so many good defenders. You know what I'm saying? That it's a little different, and it's like from that point where you were saying if Lou Dort, if Lou Dort's the one that's wide open right there, and that we're kind of just looking
yeah,
at Lou
there we're
Dort.
fine with that. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We're kind of just looking at Lou Dort and just get back to him. We're not going to super scramble and mess up everything and be
That's why I had
rushing
to
to
put
Lou
Jared
Dort.
McCain in there. Yeah, that's why I had to put Jared McCain in there.
But Jared McCain is going to have to survive defensively as well. That's going to be the chess match with Jared. Look, I do think
I'm going after him.
I don't.
I mean,
think
we probably
that-
put
really, I don't-
him in Champagne. We probably put him in Champagne.
Yeah, I don't really
Yep,
think that
I'm
it's
going
going to
after
like
him.
determine as far as like SGA trying to pick his matchups with screening and stuff like that, getting a switch.
Sure.
Because if you look at the previous matchups, I went back and rewatched some of their matchups this year. Like
The regular season game.
everybody can guard Shea well, but not because like there's some all-time defender, but like you can get into the ball when you know Wemby is behind you. And so when the rim is shut off for Shea when Wemby's in the game, and then he has to deal with these players getting into his dribble, like that, then
And he's not a
he has to
proficient pull-up three-point shooter. Like,
exactly. So it's like it's a bunch of tough mid-range pull-up jump shots for Shea. And yes, Shea can hit those shots. He's going to have moments where he's going to hit those shots. But like if he's living off of that shot diet, it's going to be tough. So like I don't know. I don't think it really matters for the Spurs.
As long as the
that-
Spurs
yeah,
keep him off
who's
the
gonna
free
be
throw
guarding
line,
him.
as long as the Spurs keep him off the free throw line, the way OKC's offense and Shea, the way they win is of Shea having a ridiculous shot making series,
Exactly.
which I think is doable.
It's possible.
But which means like for the spreadsheet FC, his relative true shooting is not going to be +9.
Right.
Strictly off the fact that it's going to be
Well,
a bunch of
simple.
mid-range jumpers and low free throw rates, which means it's going to be, if he's shooting 52% from mid-range, he's going to be like, 59 true shooting. But like, that's still the way to win this series. So it's not going to be about efficiency so much for Shea. It's going to be, is he able to navigate the defense that are showing him without turning the ball over? And can he be that good of a mid-range shot maker that it bends the tide in their favor? And if he happens to make pull-up threes in this series, that's the icing on the cake. But the mid-range shot making has to be there.
Well,
Like, you can't have a Phoenix game 1 where he doesn't make a mid-range jump shot. You can't have a Lakers game 1 and game 2 where he doesn't make a mid-range jump shot. We need regular season Shea mid-range efficiency.
He's going to have
That's
to
what we
be
need.
Phoenix the last 3 games, Shea. He's going
It's
going
gonna have to be
Shea,
2010
Shea's
Kobe
going to have to
Bryant
be
shot making.
incredible.
But I think the actual
he's
way
gonna have to be incredible
OKC
this
beats
year.
the Spurs though is going to be the same thing that they need to do versus high level teams. It's that top of the second quarter, top of the fourth. This can be the transition. I don't think half court is the way to go with them. I think they have to win that transition battle, and they have to win the rebounding battle, like especially on the defensive end as well. Because the more possession you can limit the Spurs to, and then the more times you can run out and transition, especially when Luke Cornett's in. Like that means Luke Cornett's a great player, but like I'm saying, like lacking that athleticism at the center position. Shea needs to drive in the Luke Cornett minutes. They need to run in the Luke Cornett minutes, and they need to get stops and rebounds in the Luke Cornett minutes as much as possible. Because if you can be a +12, +8 over the course of a game multiple times versus Wemby when he's out of the game, that's how you get those gaps. Because the problem is if they're winning the Wemby minutes and then you're not stabilizing it by the other side by saying we're going to absolutely dominate on the transition at the top of the second and fourth, well, then that's how you lose to the Spurs.
I agree.
They
Also,
can't do
you
it.
gotta win.
we didn't talk about, because like we're talking about subbing out iHeart, right? I think another player they've been kind of grooming for this moment as well is Jalen Williams, not J-Dub, but like I think Jalen Williams, we could potentially see like a double big lineup with him and Chet. So you're still kind of getting some big man things done as far as rebounding.
Yeah, Jay Will's guarding Wemby.
Yeah, maybe Jay Will guards Wemby, and then
They
Chet
did that last year with
roaming
Joker.
off of
They ran a
somebody,
triple
right?
big lineup.
So they'll have J-Dub guarding Wemby, Chet roaming off of somebody. So that's going to be another look that they can do, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see as well. It's going to be interesting.
And Jay Will's been a floor spacer too.
Ron, I just don't
Jay
like-
will be smacking that three, boy.
You know how Ron
He's gonna
feels
take
about-
charges. You know,
But chill. But this is the solve. I think OKC is going to win because I don't know if Wemby has this in his bag.
That's all.
But, and I mean, but if Wemby has two of those like crowd pop, I'm gonna pull up from 30 feet 3-point games in his bag, like where I'm like, at this point, I'm so unbelievably hot that like I'm shooting from.
How many
30
are you
feet
getting?
on pull-up.
Like 4 or 5 of them?
It's just
If
when
he gets a game one against Portland, 3-point barrage, like 5-6 threes.
Those are the games
It's a tough
that
game
it's
to
over.
win.
It's
It's a
over.
tough game.
Yeah.
It's a tough game.
And then he did it versus Mini. What was that game? 4 versus Mini or 5? 4.
The one after you got ejected. Whatever game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
was
he
4.
had 30. He had 39 and 39.
It was
and, like,
ridiculous. Yeah. That Wemby's defense is such a interesting presence that if he gives you the offensive punch in 2 of those games, it's pretty much an 85% chance you're going to win those games.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to say the Spurs are going in with 2 wins under their belt because there's no guarantee Wemby's going to have these games, especially against his defense.
Yeah.
But if he does, those are going to be the games where it's going to be very hard for OKC to win.
And I'm telling y'all right now, this might be a hot take or whatever, but it might not be. You know, we watch the playoffs. If Dylan maintains his comfort level, he's shooting 63% on 2s so far in the playoffs.
And if he maintains
Swiper,
that against
I
OKC,
promise
then
you.
I know.
Harper on that scouting report, he is at the top of Oklahoma.
But there's
City's
nothing
list.
that I'm saying Dylan at this point, because he doesn't know what he doesn't know, obviously.
Sure.
Dylan, he's so comfortable versus elite defenses so far. I want to be clear. Donovan Clingan and Drew Holiday, that was a very good defense. The defense he just played with Rudy Gobert, and like when he was in the game, that was a very good defense. Dylan at this point, though, he
It's
is
a different
so
level of defense that he's going to.
I know, but like
He's played him 5 times this year too.
Yeah,
And I know playoff. It's a different level of intensity, but
different,
he looked good when they were playing OKC earlier this year. That was one thing that I specifically was watching. I wanted to see how Dylan Harper looked
Dylan
against
follows
OKC.
the same formula
He
that I
looked
talked about OKC second quarter. He's a transition dude. Like
and this was before like his second half of the season jump.
right
where
when he's shooting 40% from 3. Castle shooting 40% from 3 since January. So look,
Castle can't shoot.
okay, but I think this is chill. This is the other side
element.
of this.
Yeah, the other element. Yeah,
With
I get that.
Harper and Castle, if you get comfortable, and then Vassell, and then Julian.
He's saying everyone but De'Aaron.
I mean, De'Aaron's going to be De'Aaron.
incredible.
No, De'Aaron. I'm saying De'Aaron
Is
is like
he?
their. Well, no, he's not been incredible. I'm saying he's their floor. De'Aaron is their like floor player. Ceiling. He plays mid. They're still really good. He plays really good. Chill. They're
I agree.
very
I think
good.
De'Aaron is the
linchpin here. Yes.
But I don't think he's not going to be the second most important player in the series. I don't think.
Ron,
I think Castle guarding Shea and then providing
Yeah.
what he provides on offense is important.
Yeah.
But if you get a De'Aaron where the mid range is clicking and his speed is too
Sort of.
much to handle
Yeah.
for OKC's physicality on defense, because for all of their defensive strengths in terms of their perimeter defense and the rim protection, they're more of a physical, like get up into you, press into the ball, disrupt you that way defense. But when they're going up against someone who north-south is just that fast, that's where they can fall into trouble. So De'Aaron, I think, is important.
Since we're on the subject of trouble, Mars,
Yeah.
really quickly, Ron, since we're on the subject of trouble, Ron, I promise you, Harper, De'Aaron Fox, that hook is going to be quick if we don't get production now. Like, we don't have time to wait. Like, the margin of error in the series is like this. So if you coming in the game and you turning the ball over 2-3 times, if you coming in the game and you missing shots, that hook is going to be quick.
I'll tell you what,
We
Ron,
doing all this
I'm
talk and
attaching
OKC just fucking around and
attaching
sweeping.
Fox and Wemby like
Moss,
this.
I'm already on. I'm already saying that. Like I would not be surprised if OKC walked by these dudes in 5 games.
So chill.
It could be close, and
That's the question I want. I want to ask everybody. Now's the time to, Real Talk mentioned it earlier. I want to get everybody's prediction in how many games and why you think that this team is going to win. Chill, kick things off. Who wins in how many games and why?
I think Oklahoma City beats these dudes in 5, maybe 6 games. I think firepower in terms of their offense, I think it's just better. I think they're deeper. I think that in terms of their experience, I'm not gonna just say that San Antonio is young, because Oklahoma City, they had the youngest team win the NBA championship since the Blazers in 1977. So I'm not going to say that, but I just love the poise of what's going on in Oklahoma City with the entire group. And I just love what I've seen from this group as a unit. I love the fact that they screen. I love the fact that how connected they are on defense. I love the fact that how awesome they are as a gang rebounding team in these playoffs. And I think that if they can neutralize Wemby, I think that they can win the series in 5, maybe 6 games.
Hold on, Swiper. You can give your prediction. Just hold on. Let everybody get through theirs. Real talk. Who do you got in how many games and why?
I got the Spurs pulling off the upset, if you will, in 7 games. I do think this is going to be a great series. It's going to be a nip and tuck series. I think this is going to go back and forth. The only thing is I just have come to the conclusion, if Wemby can stay near the rim, which I do think he can, like in this series, I just think you're going to lose. I really just think it's that simple. Like, no disrespect to Shea, no disrespect to OKC. I think OKC is the best team in the league. I just feel like this specific matchup, because of how good Wemby is guarding the rim and the fact that I don't think they have enough shooting to really drag Wemby away from the rim, I got the Spurs pulling it off in 7 games.
All right, Mars, who you got in how many games and why?
Can't hear you, Mars. Yeah, now you hot. Now you hot. You hot now.
OKC in maybe 6, 7, maybe. I don't know. I'm on the side it can go either way. I guess the reason I'm going with OKC is more so just I'm more concerned about how Wemby deals with the defense he's going to see. I think this is going to be a quote unquote lower scoring series, especially in the half court. I think both teams are going to struggle. And I'm with the more reliable half court offense, I'm going to go with OKC. But it can go either way. Like, if the Spurs win, I'm not going to be like surprised. So like, I don't think either team is going to. I can see it going either way. That's it. But OKC in 6, 7, one of them.
Swiper, who you got in how many games and why do you have this team winning?
We didn't even say Harrison Barnes still. Like, they just have so many dudes. They just do. I mean, I'm saying Harrison matters too, bro.
He absolutely does.
I'm probably going OKC in 7. Like I said, I think this is going to be a crazy series. I just think OKC, like, they're so grown up and they're so professional, and I think that speaks to Shea. Shea is like insanely professional player. Like, he just doesn't get rattled, and I think that matters a lot. Your best player is just like, I'm not fazed by what's happening in front of me. And I truly think, bro, it's going to be that same thing. When Shea sits, if there's any moment Shea is sitting and Wemby's not in the game and OKC's just doing that thing where they're running and they're just it's a transition game all day. Luke Cornett, like, good as he is, not a great athlete. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some of this is just, I think that, like, OKC, man, that they're just such a force of nature. I'm going OKC in 7. I don't truly feel confident either way. I'm not going to lie to you. I've not felt this split about a series in a while, but I'm going to go with the veterans. I'm going to go with the champions, that they'll be able to get the job done. Like I said, I do want to say the Spurs, but like, I just seen OKC do it so many times. Like, so many times.
Big Ox, who you got winning in how many games and why?
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I've seen the Spurs beat up on OKC all season. You know, God, dog, man, this is going to be a good series. And I mean, obviously, somehow the people swear that I always pick against OKC. I don't know where that comes from.
That being said, I got the Spurs.
I know Mars is crazy, but if it goes to 7, OKC is going to win. Like game seven, OKC is going to beat the Spurs in game 7. You know, because like what Poppy said, they got SGA. I believe he will get the job done. But
Mitchell
I don't know
too.
if it's gonna go to 7 though, yo. Like the Spurs, they got something good going on. They got the 3-guard lineup that they could throw at them. They clearly got Victor Wembanyama, who shakes up everything more than any other team in the league. I'll probably say Spurs in 6.
Bro, chill. There's a real world, Ron. There's a legitimate world, bro, where we're sitting here. It's like it's 2-0 Spurs back in San Antonio, and everything's on the line because they won 2 tough games, but everything's on the line in San Antonio in that game 3. There's an actual world where we're sitting here like,
How healthy is J-Dub?
That's what I'm saying.
don't
Like,
know.
he's
say
back.
how healthy
He's
is
back,
he?
and he probably got more time off than
He
like
should be good.
needed.
Yeah, he should be out.
But it's a hamstring, man. Them hamstring
you just
should be
never
good,
know, though.
and then
You never know.
And then you drive downhill, and then your hamstring not good no more. So we just gonna hope he healthy. I don't want this series
Healthy.
to be like quote
How
unquote
healthy is
decided
Wemby?
by.
How healthy is Wemby?
he's great.
What you mean?
How healthy is Wemby?
He's great.
What's wrong with him?
Right. So
His
I mean,
elbow, his
I know
elbow was a
about
little bruised, but that's it.
and
But if you get a healthy J-Dub, chill, he can shake the series up though.
Yeah, for sure. J
I mean,
Dub is the
I
tipping
don't
point.
think that's the J-Dub's been dealing with the same muscle group all year. It's a bit different to everyone's beat up this time.
I think they need J-Dub to beat these dudes, man.
They're playing that not the play-in. The in-season tournament matchup was interesting because I watched that game and OKC basically had everybody available in that game. Like I know in a lot of the matchups they didn't have Jared McCain yet, but I also see San Antonio playing Jared McCain off the floor, in my opinion. I think they're going to make it damn near like the Mike Conley factor where it's like, oh, if Jared McCain is in, we're going to get Jared McCain. Like Dylan Harper, Fox, Castle, whoever he's guarding, we're going to make it a point to go at him. But like the one thing that also, again, with Wemby behind them, they guarded SGA well, even though SGA got his points and stuff. But they definitely guarded J-Dub well. And AJ Mitchell played that game too, and they guarded AJ Mitchell well. So like AJ Mitchell, this is going to be a huge jump from seeing Austin Reeves guarding you to Stephon Castle's looking you in your face and Victor Wembanyama's back there. Like it's going to be a completely different matchup. So I just feel like the Spurs are going to have the better defense in the series, and that is not something that happens to OKC.
Okay,
Real
bro.
talk.
See, I don't think that's the case, though, real talk.
Is Dylan Harper ready for this?
We're gonna find out.
I mean, this is the toughest matchup a guard can have in the league. Quite
got
frankly,
four of
it's
them.
the
They have
toughest
four of them.
matchup a guard can have in the league.
That's no knock to Dylan. I'm just saying
Harper,
he's the young fella. You know what I'm saying? He's the youngster. So I'm asking, like, is he gonna be able to Western Conference Finals step up against OKC?
And by the way, Ox, he is all over Oklahoma City scouting report. Of all of them,
if he's able to be consistently good, then I think
Yeah, I might have to go to Spurs,
that
bro.
pushes his stock higher than if he's not consistently good, pushes it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that they know. I think they know who he is, but in the end, like he was in college last year, like, and we know about being
He
young
ain't
in
even
the
playing the
playoffs.
tournament, so he ain't even like.
He's one of those young players that's, and I love
He's
these
been
kind
great
of
in the
players.
clutch so
He's
far
one
in
of
the
those young
playoffs.
players that's dumb enough to think that I could do it. I love players like that because they don't know.
He
They'll
ended
know
the
no
game. He ended the game versus
Yeah,
Portland.
they'll know no
versus
better.
the Spurs.
He just look. He's not looking at it like we're competing to win the NBA. He's looking at it like, yo, this is just ball, and I'm better than this dude.
Chill.
And
What if
I'm just gonna go after
Wemby
him.
is Hakeem though? Like, I think I'm not factoring in like
86 Hakeem?
no. I'm just saying. What if he's Hakeem? Like he's legitimately. And I told you that, and I'll end it right here. I told you, Mars. The first time Wemby won me over seriously, remember when they were playing Denver, and then AG and him were going at it. Remember AG was getting in his grill, and they were down like 15 points or whatever else it was. Bro, I saw rookie Wemby turn that thing on in his brain. He scored the next 16 straight points and had 2 half-court threes. And I'm like, all right, bro, this is – so to me, I feel like I've been watching this. Chill, there's a very real world he watches SGA win this award and said, I'm never losing to this dude again.
Just so y'all know, the night that just so y'all know, the night that Lajuan saw David Robinson win,
David Robinson
the league,
won.
won league MVP. Everybody talks about, David Robinson. I mean, Lajuan, he went for 43 that night. David Robinson went 32-12 that night.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he sucked.
Yeah.
He was awesome. It's just later on in the series he got his ass kicked. That's all that was.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask real talk, because when you had the Spurs in 7, you said you feel if you can't remove Wemby from the rim, you just don't win the series. I think that's what you said pretty much.
Yeah.
With that being said, how many teams do you think are capable of moving Wemby away from the rim? Actually, I'll ask that first, and then I'll ask my follow-up question second. So how many teams do you think are capable of moving Wemby away from the rim?
The Nuggets and the Knicks. And this is why I have the Knicks beating the Spurs in the finals.
Cleveland.
Okay. So 2 of the 30 teams. Okay. So with that being said, if Wemby is such a game-changing force that his presence can pretty much beat every team except 2, why isn't he the best player in the world?
The best player in the world.
Yeah.
I've been asking myself that recently.
Now me and Mars are asking you.
For that.
I mean,
No,
maybe
I've said this. Like, I also feel like that. I feel like that title is earned. I don't just go by play. If that make like, I feel like SGA has played at a certain level to where he's earned that title from us, at least for the moment being. Right now, if Wemby continues to do what he's doing, if they beat OKC and it's because Wemby has an outstanding series, I have no pushback against crowning him that. But like for me, it's the 23-24 season being absolutely fantastic in that season, leading his team to like 50 plus wins, doing that again the following season, 25, getting those wins, having that fantastic like historic guard season, winning a championship, and then following that up with another historic regular. Like, I just feel like he's earned the right to this point to be crowned that. Now, again, if Wemby,
do you think Wemby's better than him?
I think he's better.
Do you think Wemby is better than Shea? Shea's done enough to get the. If someone asks you who is better at basketball between Wemby and Shea, who do you answer?
Come on, nigga, stop bullshitting. Is your name Real Talk or Cap
He
Talk?
thinks Shea's the 3rd best too, bro. Like he doing all
The
this
third
nonsense.
is crazy.
Third is
he
insane,
thinks
but I
he
know
thinks
it's
good.
at worst second. But
Is at worst second.
He might think he's 4th.
Who do you think is better?
I'm going SGA right now.
Okay.
You really don't want to say that.
Y'all love it. Y'all
We'll
love
let you-
Real Talk.
we'll let
He
you
don't
get
stand
that
on
off.
business. I stood on business, Real Talk. You won't stand on business. You are not standing on
No,
business.
you're
right now.
not standing on business.
I said 3. I
You
said
won't,
3.
you won't say 15 is the best anymore. Joe,
Well, I think Wemby's been better
you
than this year.
can't.
Doesn't mean he's better than him, Swiper.
No,
Because you
I said
think he's been better this year.
No, I think
Is he better?
He went out in the
Is he
first round with 3 bad
better
games. What do you want me to
basketball
say?
Than Joker? Yes or no?
Wait, December.
Is Wemby better
wasn't the
at
second player after
basketball
the injury,
than
Chill.
Joker? Stop with the 25-26 season. He's been better this year. Is Wemby better than Joker?
I think a
at
healthy
basketball?
Joker is better than
Yes
everybody, but he's
or
not
no?
been that. He's not that. He wasn't that this year. He wasn't that this year,
Stop
Chill.
with the this year shit. Is Wemby better than Joker at basketball?
Everybody
Period.
on the table, money on the line, game on the line. I'm taking Joker, obviously,
Okay,
because he
better
showed he
than
get the
that.
Wemby already.
Who's better?
You
Say
know
it.
who's
Who's
better?
better?
The dude that gave him 40 and 13.
Who's better? I
That dude.
want to hear it out your mouth. Either say Jokic is better or say Wemby is better.
K. Kendrick Lamar. That dude. Yoke. I know, but I'm saying Wemby's still better right now. He's better right now. He's better right now.
So Wemby's better. Is that what you're saying?
I think he's better this year. Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Yes.
Swiper.
Yeah.
Say it.
Quick,
Wemby's
just a quick
better.
question. Swiper,
I just said he's better. How many times you want to say it?
Swiper, one question.
All right.
Just one question, and we
I stand on business. Real talk.
One-
You
one
don't stand
question,
on
Swiper.
business.
and
Yeah,
no
exactly.
questions asked.
Over here, pussyfoot, beating around the bush.
I said SGA is third, and y'all started the whole
Man,
segment.
it's like pulling teeth around here.
Once again, Swiper, it's a very direct question. It does
Yeah.
not involve an elaborate answer. It's just a yes or no question. Is Wemby better at basketball than Joker?
No.
That's it.
Be-
That's all I
better
want.
basketball player. No.
That's all I want to know.
No.
Yeah, all right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into these
Sure,
super
bud.
chats. Before I do that,
Hey, real talk.
I want to let you
Your
guys
time is
know.
over. Your time is over.
I want to let you guys know that we will be in the Discord having a watch party today. Everybody is free to pull up. You might not have a Peacock membership. You might not have cable subscription. You might not be streaming the games from illegal sites like certain people up here. But if you need somewhere to watch the game, pull up to our Discord. Also, by the way, when you become a member, you have access to our members-only streams. We talk about this all the time in the Discord. We debate all the time in the Discord. And on top of that, the All-Star members have access to an All-Star chat in the Discord, which gets you an opportunity to come onto our members-only streams. If you're not a member, join up. If you're not subscribed, join up. And if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and do that.
Real talk
Once
with a hated
again,
our talk.
there's people who watch the show and they don't actually know who we all are. So I'm gonna keep introducing us so the people become familiar with us who don't know. This is Real Talk. This is Big Ox. This is Chilltown Hoops. This is Mars the Martian. I'm your favorite host, most hated host, Ron. And this is the MVP. This is Shay.
If you haven't won an MVP on this platform, don't talk to me. Real talk. Mars, Chill, Ox, and you. You
forgot
didn't win
they
MVP
did
either.
give you that damn MVP, huh?
Swiper won the league MVP? Did he?
Gabe,
Yeah, he really did win the MVP.
When did he win the league? When did he win the
What are you
when
talking
he
about?
won
Last
the
year.
MVP?
Finalists.
You didn't
Last
win
year.
MVP. You got panelists of the year.
Those
You
are
ain't
the-
getting
what is
MVP.
that? What is
Put
that?
that
What is
board
that? What is
down.
that?
Put that board. You got offensive player of the year. Okay,
That's exactly what you got.
I'm him. All right.
Ron was
Speaking of which,
I think Ron won the
panel
MVP.
awards
you
coming.
got the
panel
most
awards coming up
attendance
very
award.
soon.
You got the most attendance award. That's what you got.
Hey Mars, what you just say about Shay and Wemby? The whole minutes thing. Yeah. Hey, play some more minutes, nigga.
But you got more.
Hey,
You got way more negative segments than I do, though. Way more.
they like that.
Your net rating is in the dirt half the show.
They like that.
We know
Hey,
You ain't-
I'm
Real
Joker
talk.
in 23. They like that.
He ain't talked about Trey Young in months. Not months.
That is true.
months.
Trae Young hasn't played in months.
No, stop.
Exactly.
That
Don't
is
stop
all
saving
Mars.
Lamar. Stop saving Lamar.
Hey, Swiper, I've been on the right side of history. I've been trying to tell y'all about Victor Wembanyama. I've been trying to tell
said
y'all
Brook
about
Lopez
Stephon
was just as good as Al
Castle.
Horford. No,
I've been, you know.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't
That
even
was-
do it.
that
Don't
was
even,
2 years ago.
Don't even pretend. I don't want to hear it. I'm not being rage baited right now. Nope.
It was two years ago. But anyways, y'all, you guys sent through some super chats, so let's go ahead and see what it's about. The first one is from Devontae231. Said, I'm glad someone finally mentioned the Jokic fan to Wemby fan pipeline. LOL.
Just to be clear, you do know that a lot of Denver people don't like Wemby or the Spurs.
As they
Just-
should.
Why?
Just to be clear. Well, because they think well, their opinion. They think he talks too much and all the other kind of stuff and all this other stuff. I don't feel that way. You know how I feel about that, Ox. I like yapping. I like yapping. Those are my kind of guys. Those are
Yeah,
my kind
well,
of
I know
guys.
you like yapping. Yeah.
Whoopity scoopity sent through $20 and said, glad to see a rivalry I grew up watching reborn in the Thunder versus the Spurs. People forget because it was the 2010s how classic those series were. Also, add D Mitch to the list of people who made the conference finals before MB did. Sorry, Mars.
That is true. Damn, Embiid. Duh.
Hey, you see Embiid? Did you see Embiid defensive numbers that Mark never brought up? Real talk from this playoffs.
I mean, yeah, it was bad. I mean, he was out there looking like Jokic.
Why am I hearing him?
Whoa, not even close. I don't want to hear it. I'm not letting y'all slander Jokic that bad. Shoot. Beat out there looking like a stiff board.
Yeah.
You like Ron after a long night. Go ahead, Ron.
So I'm finna be looking on the panel tomorrow. Fred Vincent's son said whole team looked invincible in game 7. Disappointed with our attitude and defensive effort. I like what Kenny said about a sore after the game, though. I'm leaving with something. Credit to Cleveland's front court.
Did you say invincible?
Invisible is what it said.
Invisible is the word.
That's what I said.
No, he said invincible.
Shout out to Asar, man. Yeah, shout out to Asar.
How many teams have gotten blown out in their building in Game 7?
Suns 22 was the last one,
yeah,
I think.
Phoenix in 22.
That was incredible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what was the gap in
Crazy.
the game between Denver and Minnesota in 24?
Eight
What
points
the final
maybe.
score?
They never didn't score 100 points though. So
Oh, Luka. Oh wait, that was Game 5. That wasn't Game 7.
Yeah, what was the score? Because I mean,
well, it was a blowout.
you guys blew a big lead, so maybe
They was up
Yeah.
20. Yeah, they were up 20 at one point.
Yeah, you only ended up losing by 8, but
Yeah, man. Too bad
felt
nobody
like
could
a
join.
blowout, though.
yeah, it was bad.
And then last year, Pacers were up at halftime, and then they lost by what, 15, 20?
Yeah,
I mean, but that
obviously,
was
we know the
bullshit.
circumstances. We,
Oh,
we
that
know
was
the
some
circumstances.
bullshit.
And they were on the road.
I'm talking about
They were on the road, but we
losing.
know the
I'm talking about the home team losing.
Yeah, he's talking about at home. Yeah.
Spurs
Yeah.
technically were home. I mean, not the Spurs. The Clippers were at home in the bubble. They were Game 7. They were the home team. They got blown out.
No one was at home.
Well, technically, Orlando was at home.
No one was at home.
Orlando was at home.
Was Orlando even playing?
Americans were at home, by the way. We're always at home.
Nice.
He's not even Americans, by the way.
As you were saying, Ron.
I don't want to say
We got a couple new members. Jeremy Kahn, 23. Shout out to Jeremy Kahn. I believe this is Jeremy Conley. Salute to you. Appreciate you for joining up as a member. Charlie Rogers, 1292, also became a member. And Cold Train, 26. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Cold Train. And shout out to Jeremy. The next super chat is from No Longer Gape. No Longer said, I would like to remain anonymous. As a Knicks fan, I secretly miss watching Hallie play. Man. Also, who's going to guard Brunson this series? Free eats for Brunson Burner. Mobley going to get out-muscled. One more.
It's gonna be Max. It's gonna be Max Struess, right? That's gonna be that matchup.
Yeah, probably.
I have the
that's
Knicks
a good
winning that
lead.
series in like 5 games, 6 max. And if it goes,
I think the
6,
Knicks are the way better team.
yeah, they're way better than the Cavs. If it goes 6, it's gonna be because like the Knicks.
You ain't got the
blew a
Cavs winning the
or
game.
something
Mark.
like
You got
that.
them sweeping them in 4 straight.
This many.
Yeah.
Even without OG.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be.
Okay,
Real talk,
so
what
without
was,
OG, this many.
I don't think
OG?
OG needs to play in this series. I think he can sit this whole time, and he'll be. they'll be
Yeah, I
okay.
don't think they need OG to beat the Cavs.
I
Now,
wouldn't
does that
go
mean
that
you?
far.
You think they need OG Anunoby to beat the Cavs 4 out of 7 times?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
he
Well,
definitely-
you're just higher on Cleveland than I am. But
Yes.
I'll let OG rest at least the first.
I'm not
2
saying that
games.
they can't lose without OG. I'm just saying I don't think they need him to win.
The Swiss
Maybe-
Army knife that he is, the offensive player that he is, the
Yeah, he
defender
just makes
that
them
he is.
way better, but that doesn't mean you need him to beat them.
Yes, you do need that. You do
I don't
need
agree.
him. That
don't
wing defender that they don't have. Like in terms of
Check the
slowing
chat real
down
talk.
Donovan Mitchell, in terms of slowing down Donovan Mitchell, in terms of slowing down. What I don't want to do is I don't want to talk too much about. I don't want to talk too much about Cleveland because we went over this whole
The
thing
Cavs
about Donovan
might
Mitchell.
win.
I said before the season started, I had the Cavs in the NBA championship. Before the season started, I had the Cavs in the NBA championship. Before the season started, I think I had the Cavs and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken. With that all being said, I think the Cavs are going to beat the Knicks. I do. I think they're going to beat them.
I hope you're right.
We'll get into that some more tomorrow. You know, we'll spend a lot of time previewing and talking about that series. Chill. I would like to know why and how many games and all of that good stuff. But as of right now, the next super chat I got is from Masinko. Masinko said one player getting a lot of turnovers in a heliocentric system is overblown. If no one else can handle the ball to even turn it over.
Facts.
I
It was
agree.
not overblown.
I do think people that are going off on Cade, and I'm just kind of like, bro, do you not see the situation he's in right now? He had a lot of turnovers is bad. Obviously context is always important though. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, Tobias Harris has 0 points. That's the second best offensive player. Like,
Tobias Harris being their second best offensive player is the bigger problem.
In general, is the problem.
Jalen Duren was meant to be their second best
Oh,
offensive player.
man.
That's the problem. Jalen, but yeah, Kate's turnovers aren't good. Like, I don't think he's helping. But
I
they
thought
have
they
to
did a
get
good
it.
job on Cade throughout the course of the series. I do. I thought the Cavs
I agree.
did a damn good job with their ability to switch, keep staying in front of him, forcing him into turnovers. I thought Dean Wade, with his size and his length, I thought he bothered him. Also, I thought that Max Strus did a good job navigating screens, fighting around screens, making Cade's life really difficult, disrupting his dribble, throwing him off rhythm. I thought they did a damn good job at that.
I also think it's very obvious. If Franz Wagner doesn't get hurt, they lose in round 1.
Bye. Goodbye.
Like,
They're gonna do it right there.
Now they lost in game 7 of the second round, so it makes them look like they're a better team than they probably are. Like, this team was a Franz Wagner injury from losing in round 1 in maybe 5 or 6 games
Don't leave that part out, Mars. That's very
to a
that's
team
very
that was
important to mention.
woefully disappointing in the eyes of everyone. Like, they are very far away for the reasons that we've all illustrated all year in terms of their offense. Like, they're not close to. I think all of us agree, give or take Ox, OKC and San Antonio were the 2 best teams in the league. If not, the Knicks are in that group, maybe the 3rd best team. Detroit are way worse than those teams, quite clearly.
The way you guys feel about the Cavs and the Knicks, like if Detroit were to see Oklahoma City, that's how I would feel. They wouldn't get a game. I think they would.
I don't
mock
think they're
them
better
dudes.
than the Lakers. Like if they matched up in the finals and the Lakers were healthy, I would have picked the Lakers to beat Detroit.
I mean, that's not crazy either.
I think Detroit it might be far away, but I think it's like a quick fix. Like, I don't think they need a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think one simple piece will, you know what I'm saying, put them where they need to be. Like, they might be further, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to retool. Like, they don't need 3 new guys to make them a play. You know, it's just one simple move. I think it'll put them right where they need to be.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ox. Like, for instance, like if they would have went and got Harden instead of Cleveland, they beat Cleveland. Like, and that would have been a move like that. That's a move that they could pull off. They got like if they were to attach Ron Holland, a first and somebody else, they can do that. I'm saying a pick and one of their younger players, they could have. I mean, we talked about this all season. They could have easily went and got somebody. So we'll just have to see. But I am excited to see year 6 Cade. I'm very excited to see, you know. Obviously, he had this year where he took a massive leap, played in the playoffs, second straight year, balled out. I'm eager to see what that looks like next year.
Swiper, why you be going back and forth in chat?
Ponzu Hat said, Jared Allen said, these bright lights ain't shit. I really hoop.
Yeah,
Jared Allen been nice. Also, I think it's relevant when Swiper read out like the on-off numbers for Jared Allen. Him and James Harden are pretty much playing their minutes together.
Who, James Harden?
Which is why both their numbers look. Because
I also want to say, because I said to one of my media members in the chat, Real Talk Mara Talks and Chill, I gave the numbers at, and he said, well, that's just because Harden plays a lot of minutes with Jared Allen. Can you please note to people what the numbers look like when Harden's off the floor, when it's just Mitchell and Jared Allen, please? If you have access to it. Just Mitchell, Jared Allen, no. Okay. Yeah, Mitchell and Jared Allen, no Harden.
Mitchell, Jared Allen, no Harden. I got you. Okay. Mitchell, Jared Allen, no Harden. Jesus. It's very small sample.
21 minutes.
Yeah, they're a negative 14 in those minutes. But
exactly.
realistically, what that means is the score was like 11-6.
Yeah, sure.
Give me a break.
Chill, that's an assumption. He doesn't know if that's for sure, but we have 100.
But that's real. Yeah,
but you do have 122 minutes of Harden and Jared Allen on the floor, which is a large swath of time.
Yeah,
plus 15. That's a big number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their minutes are so heavily tied together, which is why their on-off swings look so crazy. Is because they're playing their minutes, and then Mobley and Mitchell are playing their minutes, which is why their numbers don't look as good. Which I think, do with that information what you will, because Mobley and Mitchell together are +4. So it's not as good as obviously Allen and what's it called. So, you know, here's what it is.
Chill, your little heart's gonna be broken when the team that you hate the most beats your guy, it's gonna be tough for you. Not gonna lie.
The Cavs gonna win. I got the Cavs in 6, man. Cavs gonna win.
Just a quick question for you, real talk. What happens on the other side of that? What happens if they end up the Knicks?
Now you're going to be able to,
and they're going to get bent over by whoever comes out the West. But I mean, at least they made it to the finals.
Which is where I thought that they would be at this time.
Would that be the first? That's the first Cleveland team to make the finals, like without LeBron, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first Cleveland team to make the conference finals without LeBron?
Yes.
Since LeBron. I don't know about without him, but
no, they was in the conference finals in '93. They lost in '92. I'm sorry, they lost to the Bulls.
Well, yes, since LeBron for sure.
Yeah, since James, yes.
Was that the only time they've ever been in the conference finals?
Yes. Mm-hmm. In '92, they lost to the Bulls.
It's their second ever conference finals appearance without LeBron James.
Mm-hmm. Come on, D. Mitch, make all of Cleveland forget about LeBron.
No, you ain't gonna do that.
This is your opportunity to do it.
No, you ain't gonna do that.
They win the chip this year. Sure. What's the LeBron? James Harden FC.
Hey, Bron, then you can't come back. All right, SSG Verified sent through $9.99 and said, chill. It doesn't necessarily mean a player is better because he made the conference finals, but it's definitely a huge accomplishment. Like Wemby making it in year 3 is pretty impressive.
Really? Was it impressive when Allen Iverson made the conference finals in Game 7 when they beat Toronto when he was like 9 for like 30 or some bullshit?
Respect.
Like that?
I think Iverson played well in that game, but that's
really and
yeah. They were trapping him the whole game, Chip.
Yeah, but that's the point that I'm making. Like it took the unit in order, because if we're relying solely on Iverson and we're putting all of this on Iverson, they're not winning.
16 assists, Chill.
Yes, he got busy. I'm talking about with that part. But who is Iverson known as? Iverson is known as a bucket getter. He was the league leading scorer during that time.
I agree.
Right? He was the league leading scorer during that time. So if Allen Iverson, if we're relying on him to score like he does, we lose that game. So we needed them other guys. And on top of that, the idea of getting to the conference championship, yes, it is a huge accomplishment, but it's not anything that we've always had the bar for. Like,
I do agree with that. Yeah,
we've never done that, and I'm not going to start doing that. I
also think the Spurs were favored in both of their series, so it's like, is it a big deal that the favorite won their 2 series? No, I don't know. So the
especially against like a hurt team too, like
like Ant was hobbled. Julius Randle has mental deficiencies, and the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, Julius sucks, and it is what it is, man.
All right, I'm gonna move off this quickly. Dub Ball Out Highlights said, "What up, fellas? It'll probably be too much to give up for this guy, but how about a guy like D-Book to be traded to the Pistons? Thoughts? Also, if Wemby beats Shea, would that make him best in the world?"
I think he becomes the best in the world by being the best in the world. Everything the Suns say is that Devin Booker's not going anywhere. Now, if that's them trying to drive up the price or they're genuinely not sending him anywhere, I don't know. But I don't think the Pistons have anything the Suns would want. I don't think they want Jalen Duren, Ron Hollins, and picks. It's not. So,
your best bet if you're Detroit, AR's hitting the market, need to be trying to compete.
They were going to draft Austin Reeves, right? Back in 21. That was like the team that he was.
Yeah, but he said he didn't.
Yeah. But now they're good, so
Yeah, people are saying Tyler Hero. I mean, sure, I don't think Tyler Hero's good enough, but
what about Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown is interesting. Jaylen Brown for a couple of teams to me is actually very like Jaylen Brown in Denver. Interesting, right? That new element for Denver, like of athleticism, size, being able to get downhill, and two-way viability. But yeah, Jaylen Brown in Detroit makes a lot of sense. In my
Jaylen Brown in Detroit, what?
And he kind of like fits their
that other ball handler.
They would have to give up too much for him, though. I don't see how they do that and still.
Yeah,
I mean they would still be good as long as they have Cade and Jaylen Brown, but it'd be weird how it would look.
Cade and Asar. Everything else.
I mean, after the performance that one guy just put up
for Jaylen Brown. No,
I would heavily consider it. Actually, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All I know
is I don't want to, but buy.
Yeah, I would
because
your defense gets so much worse if you lose Asar.
Ron Holland got to step in, and
I feel like you're asking Ron Holland to then be your Asar 2.0.
All I know is Swiper.
Really like 0.5,
They told
Yeah,
me-
it's our
0.4.
beta version.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but
all I know.
Theoretically, you'd be able to get off that one big guy if he would have,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jalen Duren sign and trade,
know.
whatever. Jalen Brown coming back the other way, and then attach as many picks and Ron Holland, if you can. That's probably the deal I would offer. And this assumes Jalen Brown wants out, and assume that the Celtics really want a big. So
Yeah. Chill.
All I know is Swiper. They told me that Dennis Rodman couldn't play in today's game, and I'm watching the Sword Thompson.
I can tell you where he would play. Chill.
Mm-hmm.
Bring all that colored hair round here. Real talk. I tried to go to the.
I heard Coach Atkinson say we actively
ran
kept
away.
the ball away from him.
Ran away.
He actively did that. So if I got a guy, no, I don't. Absolutely not. I don't. But
he's got some of the everybody talks about like fast twitch, like his reaction time it's insane. I don't think we've ever really like seen athletes like a man and a star. They are one of one athletic.
I love both of them.
someone put out
They're like teleporting
and
across the court. It's fucking
someone
crazy.
put out a tweet maybe a week or so ago, and it made me laugh. They said mainly Asar. I'm gonna leave him out of it. Asar is like if LeBron James had no offensive responsibility and was just tasked with being a defender, like just that freak athlete just running around, just killing people. And I was like, I don't know if I agree with that, like, but it's just funny, like having like the best athlete on the court at all times, and their only job is defense. Like you end up seeing ridiculous. Like that man averaged like 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 3 offensive rebounds. He was strictly out there just messing things up. That's what his job was.
But then like absolutely just shutting down whoever has the ball, and like him on ball was crazy.
problem is he
It
couldn't.
was just
control
like
he couldn't
Donovan
control
Mitchell
himself. That
could
was the
not
problem.
score on Asar Thompson like at all. He just couldn't score.
I think he's gonna be a little better on offense too next year too. I can't project anything, but I think he's gonna find a way to be just more productive on the offensive end. Whether that's just moving, whether that's just getting a floater, knowing when to cut,
he
or
tries
even
to
just
get to like that mid-range pull-up. He tried.
yeah.
You just don't care when he shoots it.
And even attacking downhill too. Like if he could find just even like kind of how a Min gets downhill, find like a Euro step or something like that. Because he got there a couple times. He just kind of wasn't able to finish. A couple times he bullied his way in there, got some finishes. But I think like I could see an angle where he just becomes a little more comfortable attacking.
I agree.
Fizzy Faye Facts sent through $9.99 and said, I said this last round. The Cavs are the perfect matchup for the Knicks. Cavs to the finals.
Rebounding is going to be the difference in this series. That's what I'm standing on.
Hey man, if Evan Mobley go
Second
out
chance
there,
opportunities and rebounding, that's going to be the difference in this series. I can appreciate how, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, Ron. Again, I think rebounding is going to be the difference in this series.
All right. We got 2 new members that I want to shout out. Rod7192. Shout out to Rod71. Appreciate you for joining up. Sakol Dub became a YouTube member. Shout out to Sakol. Shout out to Rod. Appreciate y'all for joining up. Welcome to the family. A guy that you guys are very familiar with. He goes by the name of FYTB Jay Sean. I think that stands for Fuck Is You Talking About, Jay? He tapped in with a super chat and said, Pistons fans was all in the chat talking about Knicks don't want to see us. Laughing my ass off. Y'all let D Mitch break his 2nd round curse against y'all. L Pistons, Knicks sweep the Cavs, beat OKC or Spurs in the finals.
Crazy. The Knicks are 8 wins away from the NBA title.
Yeah, man.
They were last year too.
And then Becky Hammond gonna be fried. That's what
They were
I
8
want
wins
the
away
Knicks
from the
to
NBA
win.
championship last year too.
Yeah, but I mean, this time, well, in about a week or so, they're going to be 4.
Yeah, well, they're playing the Cavs and not the Pacers, so they're playing the
Exactly.
worst team.
Was what I was saying the whole time. The team that keep bouncing them isn't present. But people tell me there's no basketball.
Yeah.
Nims Nims Gassed Up said, it's funny how Swiper starts acting when Shea gets brought up. You clearly have an agenda against him. Your hate for the Thunder is blinding you from greatness.
Shout
Keep
out. I was
flailing.
cool until Real Talk started talking, and Real Talk, Mr. Flip Flop himself, Mr. Luca and Shea himself, Mr. Dribbling himself, Mr. Flutter himself, Mr. Drizzy Drake Gobbler himself. You, sir, started that whole segment. And so therefore you put yourself in that bind. Don't blink too much. I'm talking to you. Don't go looking around the room. I'm talking to Real Talk. See me one-on-one if you want. Matter of fact, pull up in the members chat, Real Talk. Pull up in the members chat, Real Talk. Wake up. Thursday, Sunday.
Chat, my social battery is I can't. I don't, it is.
All right, Free Devin, another super chat directed towards Swiper. Free Devin said Swiper finna be salty about SGA winning MVP. Jokic ain't get it because he ain't got it. That Jokic being the best narrative, blunt ingredients now.
Well, it's legal. It's legal in Seattle, legal in Colorado, legal in all a bunch of places. I didn't even bring it up. That was Real Talk. Y'all blaming me for Real Talk's conundrum. He passed the ball to me and made me score. So I had to go 1v1, score 50 points on this man. And then he said, Swiper, calm down. Swiper, you won't let him talk. Cause I don't like getting light on. I don't like getting light on.
Swiper, you do be having we see it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mars have peeped you out. We peeped you out.
This me and Mars thing, this Tweedle number 1 and 2. I don't care what y'all do. Both of y'all together. We can do. I will.
I'm in the class clown, y'all. Promise y'all that.
I will do handicap match both of y'all on my words. Y'all lie on me and try to tell me stuff that I said. Mars tries to build his legacy off my Twitter. Get off my Twitter, Mars. Leave me alone. I believe what I believe. 4 of the 12 best players. Well, don't look around. Don't look down. 4 of the 12 best
I don't make up your words. I quote your own words. I don't make up your words.
This is not what
I read them and I repeat them.
This is Real Talk. Hey, chill. This is Real Talk and Mars. Every time I post something,
exactly what he said.
They be like rats in a tree. I wonder what Swiper got to say. I wonder what Swiper. But Real Talk, when I get dunked
Swiper,
on,
they got your notifications on, like you shams or something.
And then when I get dunked on for all kind of stuff, Real Talk for these issues, Real Talk be silent. They ain't got nothing to say. You believe me?
I retweet you all the time on that.
Paul, are you saying that we're not paraphrasing? That you're not paraphrasing?
I retweet all that.
I don't misconstrue Swiper's words. I repeat them back to him. That's all I do. I just repeat them.
And how did Mars get on the Real Talk train? Mars is also Jokic FC. That is doesn't
Jokic. Stop making Jokic.
It's not just me. It's Mars too. Why am I lying about myself?
I addressed Mars about that, but Mars has seen the light.
I said,
sir,
you didn't believe me
because you're lying.
What?
You're just look.
You try to get a pass for the summer, and we're not going to give you that.
Yeah. You were too much of a Jokic fan.
I think he's still
bored this quickly.
I'm not. Like I think next year he can get it back. I just said right now.
I don't like.
Just like I think Drake dropped a great album. It doesn't think I think he better than K-Dot.
We don't even have to talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we got a new YouTube member by the name of 3 Mike. Shout out to 3 Mike. He sent through a super chat earlier. We read that super chat, but he also followed up by sending another super chat. 3 said, also Mars and everyone else, I hate the Wemby is the best in the world talks because he's not as consistent as Joker or SGA, but he has the perfect chance to prove.
Oh, was that another one or was that it?
Nah, this is it. Oh no,
I just don't.
Yeah, that's it. He sent another one, but it's not tied.
I just don't like their consistency is only tied to offense. That's where I just disagree. I think Wemby's like clearly the worst offensive player of the 3. I just don't think it matters that much. It's the same way when Jokic was the best in the world. He was clearly the worst defender of whatever players you were bringing up, Embiid, Giannis at the time. But he was so good offensively, I didn't think it mattered in terms of whether or not he was better than them. Same thing with Wemby and the other way around. It's just he's that good defensively that offensive consistency doesn't really tilt his value to a way in which I don't think he can be the best.
All right, Dead Op Smoker said, love the ball talk, but y'all ain't gonna mention the GOAT just dropped 3 classics in one night.
Classics. Look,
Classic.
I did a very honest review of Iceman yesterday. I thought Iceman a good album.
Yeah.
He addressed a lot of people. He addressed DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, DJ Khaled. That's the most woke thing I've ever seen Drake talk about. He talked about Palestine, and I was like, I've never seen Drake do this. He addressed all different types of people, including A$AP Rocky. He said that his baby mama didn't even share his song. His song.
That was hilarious.
Is that true?
Your baby mama ain't even.
Is that true?
Damn. Where she at? Damn. Where she at?
I ain't as tapped.
Drake's a funny guy, man.
Unfortunately.
Well, shout out Drake, man. I hope you guys enjoyed those 3 albums. Chopper Stands said Evan Mobley's stock going up. I love it. 1-for-1, Giannis trade incoming, and get off Cade's back. Man, he fought hard. JD might be a bum. Cavs in 6.
I'm with like chill though. Like I'm not. People talking about they need to get rid of Jalen Duren. It's like no, Jalen Duren needs to take this opportunity to self-reflect and then get better. That's what needs to happen.
Them the dudes.
Does he need to get better with a $50 million contract?
He doesn't have to get that
We don't got
contract.
to do that.
But
No, we don't have to do that. But
What if another team offers it to him? Are the Pistons meant to match it?
Shit.
That's up to you.
I would do with what did like the Rockets did with Green and Sengun. Then they give like it wasn't like a.
Well, they gave Şengün a long-term deal, but it was like 30 a year.
It's like
3 years.
Maybe do something like that.
Well, Jalen Green chose to take 3 years because he bet on himself. Now we'll see how that works. But
Yeah.
Şengün took the long-term security for
Yeah.
less money.
Detroit,
right.
if you're Detroit now, you're gonna have because you can low key like damn they can lowball them right now. I ain't gonna lie.
King's Ransom 444 said 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP, 4 straight seasons averaging 30, a scoring title, one of the most efficient 30-ball seasons ever. Gotta be a top 3 point guard ever.
You heard that swipe?
Yeah, I did, and I pushed back. And Mark's going to be silent about it because he's not going to want to get the blow black. But he doesn't think he's better than Nash either. He doesn't think he's better than CP3, but he's not going to say it. So I'm gonna be out here on myself.
Nash.
It's
Yeah,
CP3.
He doesn't think he's better than Nash.
You think Nash is better than SGA?
I think Nash has by far been better in the playoffs for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like no question.
Oh my god. Do you think Steve Nash is better than SGA?
Yes.
I think his peak has been better. Yeah, offensively. Yeah, for sure.
What?
Ron,
Yeah.
do you remember Steve Nash, Ron? Are you stupid?
No.
We don't need to. No, it's fine.
You're trying to push back to me, Steve Nash and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Steve Nash. You said Halliburton better than Steve Nash. We don't listen to you, Ron. We don't listen to you.
Okay, but Halliburton's not here. Instead of Halliburton, whoosh, he vanishes and in pops SGA. Are you what? And then Chill talk about Ron, are you dumb? What?
What are you talking about,
95% of
Ron?
people think Shai's the best Canadian player ever, and Steve Nash is Canadian. So therefore, it's fine. We don't need to discuss it. Shai, everyone thinks Shai's better. There you go. Everyone thinks Shai's better.
Did you just hear Chill's reaction to me? Like,
Yeah, but Chill a year ago thought Stockton was better than Shai. So like, it's fine.
And in a year, things change.
Which means you think Nash is better than Stockton.
Yeah, do you think Nash is better than Stockton? Thank you. Do you think Steve Nash is better than John Stockton?
I think we can have a conversation about it.
Mark, do you think Nash is better
don't
than
believe-
SGA?
I think Nash is a better offensive player than Shai.
I think we can have a conversation about it.
Chill. Where did Mars? Where did Chill have because you have the list.
I
Pull up
put it
Chill's
up.
PG
I
list.
put it up literally just like 2 minutes
Like
ago.
4,
He had John
something.
Stockton at 5 and Nash at 8.
I thought I am.
Okay, so you think John Stockton is better than Steve Nash because it's not like something has changed. It's not like they're playing and something has changed.
I think we can have a conversation.
These are 2 retired players.
Yeah, I think
You
we can have
had
a
John
conversation.
Stockton 4 spots better than Steve Nash,
3,
but
actually.
you have SGA better than John Stockton, but not better than Steve Nash. Would you have John Stockton better than Steve Nash?
Wait a minute. You sound like you just double talked me right there. Hold on. So
You think Stockton is better than Nash?
Yes, I do.
You think Shai is better than Stockton?
Yeah.
But then you looked at Ron crazy for saying Nash is worse than Shai. but you think Nash is worse than Stockton, who's not better than Shea.
I think he
See
was
what you
also
did?
protecting my take.
Which means biological deduction, if Stockton is worse than Shea and Stockton is better than Nash, Nash is worse than Shea.
Okay, well, why do y'all let real talk escape? Real talk. Go do the same nonsense you just did for all of Jokic's offensive run. Go do the same thing with Nash.
So
and SGA.
is this the player?
No. Go do the same thing with Nash and SGA. Real talk. Use your growing platform and all those
SGA
Blazers.
is a two-way.
No. What?
He is.
Shea's not a two-way player.
Yeah, he is
Yes, he is.
better than Nash. I'm talking about like in the playoff. He's not been a consequential defender. Like respectfully, with respect to you. But even real talk, you spent all that time with Marv. Look at me. Your eye don't itch. You spent all that time with Mars going through every single segment of Jokic's career. I want you to do the same thing with SGA and Nash today, this week.
That was Mars that did that. If you have a problem, you need to just go.
He was just there. That's what real talk is.
That's what he was doing all this. Yeah. Clapping and twerking.
I mean, I still think Nash is a better offensive player than Shea, but Nash is just in like
I think he
tier
is
with
too.
the all-time greats. That's just my opinion.
Whenever Real Talk's trying to avoid getting caught,
I know the people like Real Talk
start
and Ron
doing
who
it.
never
This
viewed
player-
Nash in that offensive light. Like I'm never going to push back that
No.
you guys think. Shea's
No,
better.
Nash is like that. For me, it's Nash overall as a player. If we're talking about offensively, like Nash is like that. My thing is like
Yeah, the fact
Nash
that Nash
needs.
is a bad defender is the reason why I think if someone says Shea's better than Nash, I'm not going to argue with you. Nash
Yeah,
is
I'm just talking offensively, though.
defender. Shea helps you. Like that's a big gap. That means
Mars, I'm just talking offensively though. I'm saying like the thing about it is these are both great offensive players, both efficient at what they do. The thing about Nash is
Nash is much more efficient. Than
yes,
Actually,
but no, real talk. You're expected to be more efficient when you score 15 points a game.
Oh, yeah.
SGA gives you an efficient 30 ball nightly.
Nash never had 30-point runs.
I mean, Nash was hitting
runs,
like,
yeah.
90-point runs is different from averaging 30 plus.
Yeah, like
come on.
scoring. The scoring volume is drastically different. So the fact that Shea's able to give you whatever +9 relative in the regular season, and he's second in the league in scoring, is different than Steve Nash leading the league in true shooting, averaging 18. Like it's different.
Agree. Of course. Agree. Yeah, of course.
Like we can obviously understand that. I do think Nash's scoring gets slept on in terms of the value of it, but at the end of the day, Shea's a better scorer. Like if Shea was free relative true shooting, he's a better scorer. We can watch him play. He's a better scorer. That's fine.
Yep.
I still do think Nash is the better offensive player in terms of driving offense, being an offensive engine, creating offense for your teammates. The value of his versatility as a shot maker and the fact that he can pretty much take on a full ball handling burden the same way Shea can, and it drives the offense in which it does regular season and postseason. I think he's a better offensive player. But the fact that Shea, in my opinion, is probably tier 3, maybe offensively, and the fact that he doesn't kill you on defense the way Steve Nash was killing you on defense is why I think it's a very valid conversation to have. Now, I know most people think Shea is just clearly better, but I'm higher on Steve Nash than most. So I'm on the side of it's close. Most people are on the side of Shea's clearly better, and I'm not going to argue with that. I've said everything I need to say about Steve Nash.
Get pushed off.
People see it the way I see it, or they don't. I'm tired of trying to convince
because of what's going on right now, right, and what's in front of us.
Yes, tier 3, because tier 1 is like Bron, MJ, Steph, Magic, Nash, Shaq, Jokic. That's probably like tier 1. Tier 2 would be like
Look at this clown. Look at that yellow. Look at the yellow. Look at the yellow hat guy.
Yeah, whoops. Yeah, sorry, whoops. And
What
then
about the other one?
tier 2 would be like Harden.
I mean, we getting there too.
Kobe,
Jerry West,
Oscar Robertson,
Kareem, Jabbar, Chamberlain.
Maybe those guys would be like tier 2, and then Shea would be in that next group down with like Chris Paul himself. Birds would probably be in that tier 3.
Yes, I think he's in tier 2.
People really playing.
That's fine.
You said Nash was tier 2?
No, Nash is in my top 7.
yeah,
Nash is in my top 7.
1.
Now, I will say there are times where I fluctuate with like tier 1 is really like just like a couple of names, and that 3 through 7 is like tier 2. Sometimes I play with that. Sometimes I have my top 7 as tier 1 all by themselves. It depends. But point is, I think Shea is with like James Harden. No, he's like the group with like Larry Bird and everyone else in like offense, Chris Paul, which is nothing wrong with that. But I do need to see a bit more offensively in the playoffs before I can put him in the group with the Kobe Bryants of the world. That is Kobe.
All right, moving along on these super chats. Fizzy Faye Facts said Shea still needs to complete the job. The standard is not MVPs, it's championships. That's the standard.
All right, let's find out. Yeah, I do think that Wemby could guard. I do think that Olajuwon could guard Wemby, and I think Wemby could guard Olajuwon. Yes, I do. Now, I think what you're trying to do, Solo Poppy is trying to start an argument. Do I think Hakeem would shut Wemby down? No, I don't think that. Do I think Wemby would shut Olajuwon down? No, I don't think that.
All right, 3 Dot Mike sent through another super chat, $4.99, and said, also, real talking Mars. I'm a Rockets fan. I wonder if you guys ever seen the retour where we get JB and Rob Will and get rid of 28, 17, and other assets. I don't mind. So talking about Şengün and Tari.
Tari, yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen.
Yeah.
Robert Williams.
That'd be
So
fire.
Jaylen Brown. So it would be Fred, Jaylen Brown, Amen, Kevin Durant, and Robert Williams as like
That-
25.
What? And Steven Adams coming back too,
Yeah,
right?
Steven Adams coming off the bench, Reed, and then you have to just fill out the rest of the
I
bench.
love how y'all think.
Oh,
that these
Jabari
teams is
would
just
be
playing-
gone too, right?
Ron,
Or when
Ron,
Jabari-
Oh, I mean, Jabari was still there. He ain't saying
I
nothing
swear to
about
God,
Jabari.
I'll hit Ron in the head.
I would do that if I was the Rockets. I would do that.
Because y'all just think
Yeah,
that these
but
dudes
the
is going to hand
Celtics not
over.
doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why
No,
the I don't know why the
they're
Celtics are taking Şengün.
What the fuck?
Like
y'all
Şengün might be the
think these dudes
antithesis
just going
of
to hand
what's
over
the
their
Celtics
assets
basketball.
to you. For a
You don't
bucket
think they would take Şengün and Jabari?
Why
For
would they
JB?
want Şengün?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Why would the team driven by analytics want Alperen Şengün?
No, they wouldn't.
He's like the opposite of everything they'd want.
Yeah, he is.
They
yeah.
would not. No.
Bad defender, dribbles out
Doesn't
the
shoot
clock,
threes.
can't shoot threes.
Yeah.
Can't defend.
Like
barely rebounds.
yeah, it's just nah. Şengün's got to get shipped to a tanking team somewhere. That's where he going.
The Rockets blew it. Şengün's PR was so good last year.
Yeah, it was. It was way
I
better.
mean,
Amid's
yeah,
PR was so good.
When Şengün scammed that first All-Star team, that's when they should have messed
Over
up.
Sabonis that year too.
Then he scammed the second All-Star team. That's when the writing was on the wall. Like the fact that Şengün might be, is Şengün the worst player ever to make 2 All-Star games?
No, can't be.
He's up there. I mean, he's got to be in the group.
I don't know. I don't know people who have made at least 2.
Yeah,
All-Star games.
I don't know. Just off
I feel.
ribs.
I don't. How many people have made 2 All-Star games? Like, god damn.
Did what's the name for Sacramento make an All-Star game? Chill.
Vucevic has made 2 All-Star
Kevin
games.
Martin. Did Kevin Martin make an All-Star game? No.
Vucevic is better.
Kevin Martin's never been an All-Star. I don't think.
But Vucevic, that's why he was in Orlando, right?
Yeah, but even Orlando Vucevic. Like, come on,
Vucevic is
man.
better than Alfredson. Go.
Worst player to make 2 All-Star games.
Fact. Who's a better offensive player? Mars. Since you make the face, who's a better offensive player?
Şengün's better on defense than Vucevic.
Did Andrew Bynum make an All-Star game?
True.
Yes.
One.
Maybe in like
Andrew was
2013,
hooping
maybe
when he,
2012, 2012.
Here you
Bynum?
go.
Yeah, respect Andrew Bynum.
Was it 2012? Yeah, Andrew Bynum in 2012. Yeah, he made the
Jabal
All-Star team.
McGlure. What a name's odd.
Roy Hibbert.
Andrew,
Roy
before
Hibbert
he
is
got
better.
hurt,
Roy
was on
Hibbert
the
is
way to
better than
being-
Alperen
No, matter of
Şengün.
fact, chill. I'll
Roy
tell you
Hibbert is better than
exactly
Alperen Şengün.
who's worse than him. Antoine Jameson. You're never going to convince me he was good. You're never.
Antoine
convince me
Jameson is worse than
I
Şengün.
like Antoine Jameson. You're not convincing me. I didn't like Antoine Jameson.
Twan
Nope.
was my guy.
Ball.
Oh,
with
Roy
forearm
Hibbert
hands.
is better. Roy Hibbert is better than Alperen Şengün.
Is Sengun better than Divac?
That's one of the best defenders on the planet.
No.
Like, he's better than Alperen Şengün.
Was Sengun better than Divac?
No.
No,
Was Sengun better than Wally Zerbiak?
No.
he only made
Respectfully.
1 though, right? Wally Zerbiak only made
No.
1.
He probably is a better.
Şengün probably better than Wally Zerbiak.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, I get he could shoot the ball, but like,
Yeah.
he's better than Wally Zerbiak.
You're not convincing me about maybe that's just like a scarred child because they said he's going to be the second option next to LeBron, like, and then he was garbage.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Is he better than Zydrunas Ilgauskas? Because I think Zydrunas made it
He
twice.
could a good defensive player for a while.
Big Z
man.
made it twice.
Yeah, I think Big
Did he make it with Bron? Because I know he made it before Bron.
Mm-hmm. I think he made the All-Star.
Oh, he
team
is a
twice.
2-time All-Star. Yeah, Bron's second year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably taking
Alperen
Big Z
Şengün's
over.
better than Big Z.
So he's not the worst.
Nah, because at least like
Wait, did Brad
Big
Miller
Z
go?
can play
Brad Miller
like
made it
some.
once.
He could do some
Mhm.
role player stuff, like spread the floor for a big man at the time and stuff like that. Like,
Did Rick Smith make an All-Star game?
Yes, in
Rick Smith might have
98.
made a couple.
Yeah, he made it in
Might have made
98.
one.
He was mid. So like, how many did he make?
One.
Respect,
That
he
one in
made one. He
98.
made one. Respect. Yeah, Rick Smith was cool. Now he might not be better than Big Z actually.
Nah, he
Like
not
Big
better
Z,
than
7'28", can protect the
Yeah,
rim and whatnot, screen and roll, pick and pop middies.
Would you rather have him or Sean Bradley at his apex? I mean, good Sean Bradley.
Who? Big Z or
No,
Şengün?
Şengün or good Sean Bradley.
Jesus.
Sean Bradley was good. No, he gets a bad rep. He gets a bad rep because he's tall. He got dunked on by T-Mac. He was actually a good player.
That's Chet Holmgren. Let Chill tell it.
A better version of there you go. A better version of Sean Bradley. There you go, right there.
He better than Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley offensively was just not good enough. Like at all. I understand like the rim protection, he just wasn't good enough offensively.
Would you rather have peak Brandon Haywood or Şengün for your
Brandon
team?
Haywood.
Stop.
For your team.
Stop.
No, for your team.
Yo,
Now- okay,
stop
see,
it.
Ron, for your
Come
team.
on.
Now it's disrespectful. All I was asking was, is he the worst multi-time all-star? We come to the conclusion he's not. He's not. So there we go. He's not. But he's better than Brendan Haywood. No disrespect to Brendan Haywood.
Hey, man, Antonio Dice was my dog, but
I think Brendan Haywood knows Şengün's better than him. I'm not trying to make Şengün do it. I said he's not. Well, I guess.
All right, Linderon sent through a super chat and said, "Can we before the OKC versus Spurs series have a non-winning bias have the non-winning bias merchants state their best in the world? Surely a potential Game 7 series shouldn't change your mind." Or 7-game series.
Because real talk kind of yell at
I
me
don't
for
know who I
30
think
minutes.
is the best in the world. I think it's between Shea and Wemby. I don't know who I think it is.
And
Yeah,
by
I
the
think
way,
it's Wemby right now.
And by the way, Sengun ain't better than Reggie Theus neither.
Who?
I mean, Reggie Theus ain't better
Ricky
than
Pierce?
Reggie Theus ain't better than Sengun.
Oh, Reggie Theus. I thought you said Ricky Pierce. I was like, what the hell? Oh, okay.
Now, would you rather have Horace Grant or Şengün show? Rather have.
Grant was
Horace
tough.
Grant. Horace Grant.
Horace was tough.
I'll take Horace Grant. But as you were saying, Ron,
Who y'all got as the best in the world?
SGA.
Shay. Until further notice.
Here we go, real talk.
Will you guys' opinions change in the next 2 weeks?
No.
No.
I mean, mine can change.
So if Wemby wins this series, you still think Shea's the best in the world? Chill.
Yes.
If Wemby wins the title, you still think Shea's the best in the world?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to understand. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's those two. I genuinely don't know because I think Wemby's been. I don't think anyone's played better than Wemby in 2026.
I've always been consistent with this.
And I think he took a quite clear
But
jump.
championships
as a
are not
player.
what matter to you, though. Like
They
I
do
don't-
matter.
if Wemby wins the ring, chill. Like as
Okay,
the best
but
player.
but with him just winning the ring, it doesn't just matter with him just winning the ring and playing better this year. Was he better than him last year?
No.
Was he better than him the year before last?
No. This is the first year I think it's
That's my
close.
point, Swiper. Like you don't
Joker's
just,
Joker's been better than if we're doing that. We're going back to 7 years now. Like he's better.
But I
than
don't know. I
And-
don't
and
know if
that's the
Chill thinks
resume that
Wemby's
Joker
better
built
than
up to
I don't
become
know
the
if
best
Chill
player in the
thinks Wemby's
world.
Better than Giannis, to be honest. I don't know where Chill thinks Wemby is. Is Wemby top 5 to you?
yes.
Hey man, Giannis
Is he
about to
better than
be.
Luka?
Hey, real talk. Me and you finna link up in Denver, bro. Giannis come to Denver FC, bro. Me and real talk finna be like the Bash Brothers, bro. Can't wait.
Giannis is not going to Denver. At least he better not be.
SGA, it's SGA,
Hell
Luka,
no.
Giannis, Luka, Wemby.
So Wemby's the
Say
fifth
one more
best in the
time.
world.
One more time, chill.
It's not in particular in this order, but it's SGA, Joker, Giannis, Luka, Wemby.
Wemby's better than Jason Tatum, in your opinion.
Today, yes. I don't think he's better at basketball than Jason Tatum. No, I don't think that.
But Wemby's not not in his top 5. So that's the difference.
Do you think Wemby better than Luka? Like in a in a vacuum chill for you?
I don't think he's better at basketball than Luka. No, I don't.
Yeah, so
Chill,
we're just further-
this series is gonna open your eyes. And here's my thing though. Here's my thing is, as of right now, I got Wemby, but I'm not gonna ignore if Shea goes crazy and like clearly outplays him, and then goes on and wins another finals.
You mean playing like the best player in the world, Ron?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ignore it if he does it. Like
Okay.
Shea, you got it. But he gotta play. His team can't just win the game or win the series, and then they go win the finals. Like, no, Shea, you gotta come with it for me to think that you're better than Wemby.
Yeah, this is an instance where I think it is okay for some winning bias. in my opinion. Like, not to the full extent, but like, yeah, it's going to matter when judging these two players who wins this series. Now, it's definitely going to matter who performs. You know what I'm saying? But like, if we're anticipating this being like a showdown between two titans, like carrying your team to victory is going to matter.
100% that's going to matter.
me,
And I saw him do that
should.
throughout the course of the regular season. This year, I saw SGA do that throughout the course of the regular season. He answered the bell when it got rung. He answered it.
Well, all three of them. Well, all three of the players in the conversation did, don't you think, Joe?
I just think SGA did it more.
Jokic
All
not
right.
better. Ooh, let me be quiet. Let me let 34 get healthy again.
Why you always picking on that? That's the thing. It's always the same person with you. We know who you are. We see your game. Real talk. You're a fraud. You got exposed today. You got this. I'm the exposure.
If you think
you
you
are
won
the
today,
exposed.
you're
I'm
more
the
delusional
exposer.
than I
Verb.
You're the exposer?
Verb. Yeah, it's a verb and a noun.
If you think you
I'm
won
the
today,
verb.
you're more
You
delusional than
not
I
the real
thought.
exposer.
No, I'm the verb. He's the noun.
You're more
I'm the verb. He's
delusional
the
than I
noun.
thought. That's great.
All right, LeVar B. Ballin said, which one of y'all said that Jalen is better than Bam? Bam would have cooked this series. Who said that?
I don't know if Bam would have cooked this series is accurate, but I do think he would have at least got himself to like 17 points. It might have taken 17 shots, but he might have got himself there. Jalen Duren didn't have that ability to like generate stuff. So I think that's the biggest difference.
Talk that double agent. Get him double agent.
I don't care what the double agent.
You don't care if any chat that's against
double
you don't like.
agent been on
Any
my
chat against you, you
shaft
don't like.
for
You know
the
who you are.
longest.
You know who you are.
Don't
You know who you are.
care,
You're
brother.
Drake.
Oh
You
my
sue
goodness.
people who talk about you.
Double
That's who you are.
agent, bro. Please.
Isn't it better
leave
than
me
putting the
alone.
hands
I know
on him?
you don't
No.
like me. It's okay.
He is
bro.
a
Get off
lawsuit
my
king, Chill.
shaft. I'm flaccid, bro. Please get off my shaft.
Double agent, you want the link?
Now you're on his shaft for disagreeing with him, double agent.
Yeah.
Double agent, you want the link? Q-Tip 3479 said, Amin and Asor are amazing defensively, but these brothers need to lock themselves in the gym and develop a damn jumper.
Genuinely don't think that makes a difference. Asar needs to make free throws. And the way jumper development work, like if a men and Asar come in next year, and let's just say they both shoot 35% from three, no one's gonna guard them. Like they're still gonna be left wide open to shoot every time.
I think Amin and Asar are more two dribble pull up guys. I think that they could be respectful at that. And I think that that's the catch and shoot thing. I'm not as high on as I am on the catch and attack a closeout, two dribbles and pull up with the weak hand, or one dribble, pull up with the weak hand. I think that they can be respectful at that.
But I think like them.
That's what they
I
need to learn to
disagree.
dribble.
I be disagreeing with y'all. Y'all be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like even if like he's hitting those and nobody's guarding him, especially when you're like that caliber of defensive player. It's just about minimizing you absolutely harming offensive rhythm, or just you contributing to empty offensive possessions. Like to me, Asar Thompson is a good enough defensive player to where like, hey, if you can hit this is dream world we're talking about, but like 38% of your wide open corner threes, I mean, that does to me like that just
major.
allows you to stay on the court more, in my opinion. And Asar on the court is a win. Like that.
That just means he's gonna go 2 for 5 some games.
Yeah.
Like
But
we're
to me,
thinking
that's
if we're thinking realistically, 38% on corner threes, they're gonna leave him wide open every play. He shoots 5 of them, he makes 2. Then another game he's gonna shoot 5 of them and he'll make 1. So like let's say 5-game series.
What about the one where he makes 3?
Well, then he's gonna have a game where he goes 0 for 5.
Right.
So I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. So let's say there's a 5-game series, he shoots 25 corner threes, all wide open. In order to shoot 38%, that means he's probably going to go 2 for 5 in 4 of the games and 1 for 5 in 1 of the games.
That's 6.
At what point does him making 9 of 36 from 3 or 9 of 35 from 3 How does that change the landscape of a series when he's being left wide open on every single one of his offensive
It
possessions?
depends on when he's left wide open, Mars. It depends on how
It's
he's left
all the
wide open,
time.
too.
It's Evan Mobley roaming off of him every
Right.
play.
So, and if we're
He
leaving
shoots
him
5 threes and makes 2. Like,
Right.
I'm not saying that doesn't help you in an individual game. I'm saying because like, there might be a game where he hits a big 3 in the fourth to put his team
Yeah,
up.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's impossible. But what I am saying is the more pressing thing. I'm not saying don't work on your jump shot. Work on that.
Mhm.
I'm saying if there's a list of priorities, the jump shot is not number 1. He needs to learn to dribble the basketball.
I mean,
Thompson needs to learn to dribble a basketball. They need to have better touch around the rim, particularly Asar. Asar cannot be shooting 50% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
A man got himself to 80% this year. That's a big jump. Asar is at 50%. If Asar can get to 75% from the line, that helps. If Asar can get to the point where they even used him this year, like where he's being left wide open in the corner and he uses that to flow into a DHO. If he's able then to catch the ball in the pocket and get to a floater, that's better than him hitting a standstill 3. Like, in my opinion, the layers to his game, the jump shot is very far down. A is borderline. I don't believe in it improving anyway, like to any meaningful stretch. But B, I think if he improves his touch, if he adds a floater, if he's able to play in the middle of the floor out of DHO, if he improves as a screener, if he improves his touch in the dunker spot, if he improves his ability to dribble and now he can initiate the offense and give Cade some respite, and he's now able to, because the big guarding him, he's able to run a pick and roll and get downhill with his first step. If he's able to do those things, that means more than if he can hit a wide open standstill 3 that no one's going to care about anyway.
You know what else
So,
that means too?
That's just
You know
far
what,
down the list.
you know what else that means too, real talk? Because what Mars sounds like he's saying is he needs to get better at basketball.
Yes.
Maybe we got that. So how about we do that?
I don't
Why
think
the
hitting
hell-
wide open corner 3s is the answer.
Why the hell are we
'cause at the end of
going
the day,
to
that's
go out
still
and get this
different.
guy or get that guy? Maybe you got that guy right there. Get better at your game. How about that?
Absolutely.
That's what that
But I
sounds
just
like to me.
And we also just
Like,
got to be
I'll
realistic.
use-
Real quick, like we got to be realistic. This man has shot year 1. He shot 2 threes a game at 19%. He then shot 1 3 a game at 22%. He's now shooting less than half a 3 a game at 25%. Like, in what world is that going to turn into anything viable?
He hit one yesterday, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Like
He smacked that too, chill.
There's never been a shooter with his priors before the NBA and what he's shown in his first 3 years in the NBA who's turned into a decent shooter. When have you ever seen someone who shoots 60% from the free throw line in their career, 20% from 3 in their career, and before they got to the league, everyone knew they couldn't shoot, turn into a viable shooter? Like, we at least sometimes we just gotta be realistic. Like, he's not gonna turn into a viable shooter.
Malone
So
did it.
let's prioritize the things that you can work on.
Malone
Let's
did it.
prioritize the handle. Let's prioritize the decision making. Let's prioritize the touch in the paint. Let's prioritize those things. Maybe if Asar can add like some semblance of a post game, not where he can actually like go to him, but if he has a guard on him, if he has Jalen Brunson on him, can he get down on the block and punish that matchup and draw a foul? That's what he needs to work on, not shooting threes. He's not going to be able to shoot threes. Like, he's just not going to be able to. So let's focus on other things to make him viable, in my opinion. So
I can agree with that.
Brook Lopez had a mid-range game coming into the league. Like, it's
No,
different.
Brook
It's
Lopez
different.
could shoot. You guys
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
when
bro.
We heard the story.
Al
What was
Horford
it?
was
And he
saying
went to
too.
Stanford. He
my
said
guy
he
from
was
Swiss,
with Van
Antoine.
Yeah, like it's different. It's different. This guy has no shooting indicators, no free throw percentage, no floater touch, no priors at OTE, nothing. There's nothing that indicates this guy can shoot. There's not even a hot shooting game. There's not even like, oh, he went 3 for 3. No, it doesn't exist. Like, he doesn't have games. Like, the most threes he's ever made in a game is 2. Like, what do we do with this?
I agree with that. The point I was making, though, just to be clear, because I do agree with everything you said, like it would be more beneficial for him to do all of that stuff. But to the point of like, oh, the bad shooters that get wide open looks, like them hitting 2 or 3 isn't going to, like, it doesn't change anything. But I just disagree with that, like that belief. I just feel like defenders to that magnitude, they're so impactful on a possession to possession basis that, like, the more I can keep them on the floor, the better for my team. Like a loop, we talked about this. Like, it's kind of like the OKC element, where like OKC is so good defensively to where they have the threshold to have these bad shooting nights and still be in the game. But essentially when OKC's making shots, and you said this about Wemby earlier, it's like when OKC does make shots, though, the game is like over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not up for debate. So the defense is good enough to keep you in the game regardless. If Asar Thompson then also hits 2 or 3 threes, he's going to be like plus 29. I just know it. That is just
Sars made 18 threes in the last 2
yeah.
years.
I mean, he might not. But I'm just
That's
saying,
regular
play
season
like
and
that.
playoffs. Going back to
Not
2024,
gonna
he's made
get it
18 threes.
at all.
Like he's not. It's never gonna happen in my opinion.
The level that I'm thinking, like, if for him, I would want his ceiling to be like, in a guy that we would highlight, if you could get to like Lou Dort levels. If you could get to Lou Dort levels, because we see Lou Dort wasn't
has shot 40% in back-to-back years before.
all right, maybe the Lou Dort from like 2 years ago, where it was like
when he was shooting 33%.
Yeah. So if you can get like that, because even when you shoot 33%, and you guys know as basketball players, you might not be the best shooter, but if you can get hot for a stretch, you can win
a game
games.
where you go 4 for 6.
Yeah. And so I'm saying like those are the type games where like over this playoff run, he could have had a game where let's say he shoots 3 a game. He would have had one of those games where he makes 2 or 3 threes and it either blows a game open or it brings them back or it shifts the momentum.
Yep.
So I'm more so talking about like that.
I just wanted to be respectable. I don't want you to be the double team man. That's all.
He's always going to be the double team man.
It's
just can he play out of that
Mm-hmm.
viably? That's always going to be the question, in my opinion. But we'll see. Imagine Osar coming next year, he's just shooting 40% from 3. I'll just shout out.
That'd be insane. All right. Ashton J said, at what age would LeBron not go number 1 in the 2026 draft?
Oh, so basically, there's the guy who went to Michigan, Yaxel, right? He just won the national championship. Because he's 24, once the season starts next year, that's apparently like hurting his draft stock. The people are saying if he was 19, he'd be in like the running for the number 1 pick, or at least like top 3. Like that's what people are saying.
Yeah.
So with that being said, is there if LeBron was 25 on draft night, would he still go number 1?
And by the way, 25-year-old LeBron James, that's 2009, 2010.
No.
Oh,
18-year-old LeBron.
Okay.
So high school Bron.
He's 25.
That was the number 1 pick. Imagine that was just a college player who was 25. Would he go number 1?
No.
LeBron goes number 1 hold on. If he was what?
High school senior LeBron that went number 1.
He's coming in the draft.
That LeBron was 25.
Coming into the
draft. The
draft
exact same player, but he's 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Would he go number 1? I would say
no. He's not. No.
Exactly. So what age is it where he would still go number 1? I would say maybe 20.
This is a tough hypothetical, given how
21.
American laws are with high
And
school
in
age.
this draft,
Caleb Wilson is 20 right now, and he's gonna go number 4. Maybe 3. Depends on how people.
I would even say 20, 22, 21, 22. LeBron was such an athletic freak. Like, because then I got to imagine.
I don't think a
think
team takes a 22-year-old Bron over a 19-year-old AJ. I don't think they do that. Not knowing what he's going to become. That's the point. Not knowing what he's going to become.
But then I also got to think about it, too. Let's say LeBron got injured a year, or let's say he had to sit out a year for whatever. You could say he played all 4 years of college, whatever hypothetical you come up with. That doesn't matter. What I'm saying is at 22, me remembering who he was in high school, being able to be the number 1 overall pick and all of that stuff, and then going into the league and doing what he did, he was very good at that age. So I'm just imagining him playing for, let's say he's playing for Syracuse. You know what LeBron's gonna do, like with his size, strength, and athleticism?
Yeah, he might be the best player in the country.
I think he'll be. I think 22.
yeah, he's going.
I think he would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think,
for me, it's probably 20 to 21. Once he's for me, if you're 22 and you're the best player in the country, I'm not saying he's Zach Edey. He's not. Obviously, he has the tools to translate to the league. You're seeing a 6'8" wing, that athletic, the playmaking gifts. But we're also got to acknowledge this is a 22-year-old who at the time can't really shoot.
Yeah.
Like when you're 18 and you can't really shoot, development. He's now 22 and still can't really shoot.
Man,
I think LeBron goes first until he's 23 years old, 24. Personally,
So
I'm starting. My starting age is
I'm
like
saying
maybe
2021. I'm saying I'm probably 21. I think is probably the low. I'll say 21. He still goes number 1. 22. I think I wouldn't be surprised if a team took AJ over him. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think
LeBron even at 18 though was like
insane.
It
I
was
mean, yeah,
crazy.
you put regular Bron in this
He
draft
just
class. You going
he
number
moved at
one.
a
That's not
different
even a
speed
question.
than everybody at, bro.
That's a
Like,
different prospect. that's a
Yeah,
different
this
prospect.
is like, oh, this is an athletic. Just
Duncan went one, but that's also 1997. Like that's a different time.
yeah,
They took Kenyon Martin number one. No disrespect to 20. He was
Yeah.
22.
I'm just thinking though, like
that's a different time frame. They just took the best player in the country more often than not.
Braun was just 6'8". I'm the fastest player on the court. I'm the strongest player on the court. I jumped the highest. Like, you know what that would look like in NCAA?
passing is
the pass,
insane.
the passing.
Yeah, my vision is insane.
I'm just bullying my way to the rim every time.
Does he lead the country in scoring in college?
Yes, hell yeah.
So he averages more than 26. Just to clarify, he averages more than 26. Because AJ averaged 26. You know how crazy
well,
averages 26
it would
in college
depend on like, is he at like, you know, is he at Kentucky with like 4 or 5?
He said he would have gone to Ohio State. That's what he said he would have gone.
I mean, if there's not like if he's not on one of them teams, there's like 4 or 5 other McDonald's All-American players and stuff like that, and he's the guy, like, yeah, he's averaging 26.
All right, Christopher
He
Drake.
averaged 26 as a senior.
He did, but keep in mind,
That's high school.
high school though, 8 minute quarters. So he would have 4 more minutes, or he would have 8 more minutes to do it. So 32-minute high school game, 40-minute college game. So that's another thing too.
Oh, my fault. He averaged 32. I don't want to lie to people. He averaged 32.
All right, Christopher Drake said, "Are we lower or higher on Cade after the playoffs?"
higher.
I'm about where I was before. I think.
I'm not going to be told that 30 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, good defense, very good defense, best guard defense among any of the high leverage players in the league, and then 40% from 3 and 45% from 2 is bad. With
45% for 2 is bad. But
well, I mean, yeah, but contextually too of who he's with.
any context 45% for 2 is bad.
I mean, but second run in the playoff, he was bad last year. I think there are things he needs to improve on. But I think he's 24.
24. He's 24. He'll turn 25
He's
over
gonna be
the summer.
25 next year. I'm about where I was before. I still like everything that I liked about Cade. I still like everything I disliked about Cade, or I was lower on Cade. I still, other than the 3-point shooting, the 3-point shot was really, really good.
He shot 40% throughout this playoff run.
That was the biggest difference from last year.
Shout out that boy Cade, man.
So yeah, I probably view Cade in a very similar light to where I was before, but I was high on Cade before. I still, yeah. So it's just, although apparently
Cade is the 3rd best guard in the NBA, and he's in the tier of point guard with Shea and Luka. Yes, he is that good. Now he's the worst in that tier, but he's in that tier, in my opinion.
I don't think he's in the same tier as Shea.
No, that's fine. I mean,
that also means he's a tier above Ant, which I don't agree with.
He's stepping into, I don't know, he's stepping into that room.
Is he in the conversation?
That's all I know is he's stepping into that
Would you
room.
rather have
I
him or
think he's
Ant?
quite clearly worse. Shea, I'm leaving completely out of this. I think he's worse than Luka. I think he's in the group with Ant. That's their group. The next 2 best guards. I think they're the 3rd and 4th best guards in the league. I think Ant is better than him, but they're the 3rd and 4th best guards in the league to me.
for everybody that says Ant is better than him, and again, why? I do need an expert. Nobody
good to see you here, real talk.
This because, like, first of all, I want to be clear. I think Ant is more talented than Cade for sure. I've said this again. I think Ant is the 2nd most talented player in the league right now, only behind Wemby. I think Ant's ceiling is the best guard in the league. I think he could be better than Shea. I think he can be better than all those players. But as of right now, what Ant displayed this season was fantastic scoring and fantastic scoring versatility as well. I was very high on Ant scoring the ball this year. Everything else, passing, playmaking, consistency and defense, and
defense again. Say defense 5 times.
I like Ant.
So you're on the side that
Ant
Cade's a better
should be
defender
better
than Ant now?
Yeah.
Because when I told you Cade was a better defender than Ant 5 months ago, you called me crazy.
Real talk grew since that point.
Ant needs to apply himself more. That's what I'm waiting for Ant to do. Just apply himself more. When he does apply himself, he is a better defender than Cade. But
That's also
Cade
why I
is
think.
more.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Cade is his motor is more consistent on that end of the court than
Also
Ant,
why I
as
said.
of right now.
You just saying what I
So,
said 5 months ago.
You know what happened when you drive by
Okay, so
Cade
I'm saying,
Cunningham?
how is Ant better right now? Is what I'm asking you. Like, how?
Because I do think the turnovers with Cade are a big problem. I genuinely do. And also, I think the fact that, and in my opinion, outside of probably Shea, and Shea, even we've seen it, like he got stifled a little bit. There's no scheme to stop Ant from putting the ball in the basket, in my opinion. And the fact that his play style is so versatile, the fact that he can post you up if you're smaller than him. The mid-range shot has come along. He added a floater this year. His pull-up three is ridiculous. The spot-up three is ridiculous. And he became a much better finisher at the rim this year. There's so many layers to his offensive attack that, yeah, he's not the same level of playmaker that Cade is. He's not the same level of decision-maker that Cade is. But he tilts defenses in a way because of his scoring threat that it still organically creates offense that is, in my opinion, undeniably easier for the people around him. He just, in my opinion, happens to play with criminals on offense. I don't like Julius Randle, and I never have, and I never will. I think he actively makes the game harder on Ant.
Do you see the jail?
Yes,
Cade
has
playing with.
Yes, I'm getting there. What I'm
Okay.
saying is the way I think both of them are in bad offensive environments. I think both of them are. What I'm saying is Ant's natural proficiency to tilt a defense create in a harmonious environment. If both of them were in harmonious environments, Ant's presence alone tilts the defense to create easier offense than I think Cade's playmaking does. Cade is a better passer, decision maker, all of that. He's better at that. But Ant's presence alone still creates more havoc for a defense than Cade's passing does. So yeah, a lot of Ant's value to me is tied to his scoring. But I think that scoring still provides better offensive value than Cade's all-around game. Now, Cade's defense to me is better than Ant's. And I do think that's more of an application thing. I do think if you told both of them to lock in on one possession, I think Ant's a better defender than Cade, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's more possession to possession value. I think Cade is better. So I think that's where a lot of the gap closes, which is why I think they're in the same tier. Because I do think Cade's versatility, I think Cade's a more versatile player than Ant. And I do think his two-way impact, especially possession to possession, is better than Ant. But I do think Ant's pure... The scheming you have to do for Ant, to me, is less tenable than the scheming you have to do for Cade.
Mar, did you see when I tweeted that out? That he might be the best scoring guard in the playoffs we've had? And like,
yes, I saw you tweet that. Yeah, we know what that was. But yeah, I do think it was a
basketball. Like I'm saying that's a fair point. It is a fair point.
Yeah, but I think
no, you don't have to have an agenda with everything. I like Ant. I also just like Ant Edwards.
At a different level. Not a different level. I think Ant has shown the level of player he is. I value that scoring. The issue is, I just think the weird thing with Ant is I think he's this good, and I think he leaves so much on the table with like the easy stuff. Like if Ant decided to run the floor in transition, he goes from +4 efficiency to +7, just like that. Easy. He averages 30 points per game if he decides to run in transition. Easily. If Ant decides to make the simple reads more consistently, not only does it open up his scoring, it also makes offense easier for his teammates more than it already does. But I also think the Timberwolves genuinely play like they are slow. Like I genuinely believe they play like they are slow. Like they can't think the game. And that doesn't, like when the team is tilting their whole defense to Ant and he gets off the ball and then it turns into a Julius Randle dribble poster, you've now wasted the advantage that Ant has created. But that doesn't hurt Ant's value, in my opinion. If Ant creates the advantage, he creates the advantage. So I'm not looking at what comes from the advantages because his teammates are stupid. I'm saying that hurts Ant's value because I don't think it does.
But Ant still just Ant
doesn't pass
a lot of basic reads, and with him, and he was a great scorer this year. But he also led like this. He had the scoring blinders on a lot this season. Like it was. So I'm not saying. Look, again, I think Ant should be better than Cade. I think he should be. But from what he put on display this year and what Cade put on display this year, to me, evaluating them objectively, I just feel like Cade is in a better spot as a basketball player right now than Anthony Edwards. But again, it's not like I'm saying it's some big gap or anything like that. Like obviously, we're talking about players right next to each other.
I'm rocking with Cade. I said this about
a different tier. That's what you just said.
But because what I'm saying is, I could feel like he's in a different tier, but it's still close. I don't like. I'm saying Cade is for sure to me better as of right now, but Ant doesn't have to do much to be better than Cade, if that makes sense. I
understand.
It's.
I just think they're in the same tier. But I got Ant. I think they're in the same tier. You got Cade. We'll see next year because I think both of them can still get better, which is
absolutely both of them can.
fun.
But again, I think Ant ceiling is higher than Cade. For sure.
all right. LFC said Shea comfortably the best.
I'm not comfortable, but I think he might be.
Frankie the Baldhead said real talk. For now, that's how you cook Swipe. And Swiper is lying. I edit Real Talk's videos, and he has said Jokic is the best in the world. I just cut it out. LOL.
Shout out to Frank.
Shout out Frankie the Baldhead. Arian Fogel said, let me know as an OKC fan. The playoffs really start today. I could say Vic is the best after this series outcome, but not since January 1st, Swiper. I'm nervous, though.
I don't think people will acknowledge how good Wemby already is. If I'm
Guys
being honest. Like he's that good. I'm sorry to ask him. He is that good.
And once again, like I try to like say this to you guys so you can recognize this. And this is back when I first started my Wemby propaganda, pushing that he's the best in the world because he does so many things. You guys got to stop just looking at scoring. Scoring is not the end all be all. Wemby can score 18 points and be the best player on the floor. Clearly,
he can score 12 points and be the best player on the floor.
I mean, sure. But Ron is being hypocritical though, because when Rudy Gobert does it, but we don't have to have that discussion.
Rudy doesn't have the same
is out there
impact
being
Wemby does
or
either.
defensive.
But
yeah, I know you guys think defensive, and you know you can go to
Rudy
metrics
has
and stuff.
absolutely cut off the rim before. I've seen it. I've seen that.
Hold on, wait. He has before or today, this year, this season.
No, I think
This
Wemby's
year.
better
He
than
was this
Rudy
year.
defensively now. Wemby's better than Rudy defensively now.
Do you guys not remember how I used to talk about Rudy Gobert? That used to be ticking up here.
Was Rudy Gobert ever a top 10 player in the league to you?
A top 10 player, probably not.
No,
I probably would never have him top 10, but
And his defensive impact was still like all the way up there, right?
yeah.
But he wasn't because his offense wasn't good enough. We understand that.
Yeah.
But the point is, Wemby still needs to provide that baseline of offense to still be in the best in the world talks. If Rudy couldn't even be top 10 because his offense wasn't good enough. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you also, because I saw this picture on Twitter since we're talking about Rudy Gobert. Look, it's a table full of the best Euro bigs ever. Or
Pau Gasol
best Euro bigs.
Yeah, Pau Gasol.
No, hold on. Let me ask the question first. Best Euro bigs ever, Ron, right? Just at a table. Dirk Nowitzki walks in, right? Somebody has to get up so that Dirk can sit down. Who's at the table already? It is Rudy Gobert, Pau Gasol, Wemby, Giannis, and Jokic.
Yeah, Pau.
Who has to get up so Dirk can sit down?
Stand up for me, Pau. Come on.
The real question is, it's either Dirk is going to have two reactions. A pat on the back. Thanks, buddy, for keeping my seat warm. Or, nigga, why the fuck are you even here, Rudy? It's going to be one of those two. Rudy, how did you break into this room?
Rudy's getting up. Yeah, Rudy's getting up.
Did you break into this room? Did you steal my keys? How did you get here? Or, thank you, buddy. A nice, good handshake, pat on the back. Thanks for keeping my seat warm. We'll see you later.
Sky blue, grass green. Rudy's getting up. But Pau Gasol's the next in line. So,
he is the next one, but Pau's better.
Yeah, Rudy's getting up.
Come on.
Slat sent through a members chat and said, Cavs FC, we up. Smacked them back to Coney Island.
Shout out to the Cavs, man. I got the Cavs OKC finals. That'd be interesting.
Kingster MH became a YouTube member. Shout out to Kingster. Vegani Oda?
Vegan yogurt.
Vegan. Oh. Nah, that might be Vegani Oda, though.
You right.
Vegan Yoda became a YouTube member. Shout out to Vegan and shout out to Yoda. Shout out to Kingster as well.
Yoda didn't eat meat, by the way. His species wouldn't eat meat, so he's already a vegan.
Got you.
Well, vegan is more than just not.
Yeah, yeah.
That's vegetarian.
I know. I don't know what other substance they had on his planet, so I can't speak to it, but he definitely was more vegan than he was anything else. He's also like this big, maybe this big.
Shout out Yoda. 206 Nate said Swiper only slights other stars when it's a convo.
I don't care. I really don't care anymore. I think Wemby and Jokic is a combo. So whatever. Like obviously.
So do you genuinely
Which
not
one?
believe that you've been extremely more critical of certain players?
I think
when their runs coincide.
I think when
with
you said
being
it,
better than Jokic.
I think when you said that, people ran with it. I know how I feel about Embiid. I know how I feel about Giannis. I just don't. Matter of fact, if you go through this list, I don't think SGA is better than any of these people.
I'm not arguing
Sure.
how you feel about them. I'm arguing, do you think you were more critical of them
Yeah, I think because
while they were battling Jokic for MVPs because they were battling Jokic for MVPs?
I think the fair assertion is they're the ones that are in the conversation, so I didn't have to break down their game and criticize them or criticize the game or talk about it like more pleasantly than.
But do
if
you
we're
think
doing
you were
back and
more
forth.
critical of them during that time? I feel like you've been
Not more. I was.
complimentary. You've been more complimentary of Embiid since he's respectfully no longer in these talks.
But Embiid did some
And you've also
crazy
been
stuff,
more
dog.
complimentary because I vividly remember.
Well, I've never talked down to Giannis, mind you. I've not talked down to Giannis. I've not talked down to Giannis. Real talk? No.
You
what
was
you're not
up here passionately arguing
Yep.
that Giannis didn't clear Jokic on defense.
What?
You was
when
up here
this?
passionately
No,
arguing
because
that
this
because
is
Giannis
no,
is
Mars,
getting attacked
no,
and all
this is the issue. This is the issue, Mars. This is the issue. When Real Talk comes to me and says all this defensive stuff, and then I come to Real Talk with the Pacers series, and then he doesn't have anything to say. He's like, "That's not my job. That's not my job to slander Giannis. That's yours. It's my job to slander Jokic." Then yeah, I'm gonna say what I say. But the Wemby thing is not is whatever. I just think Wemby's like that. So therefore, Wemby's in different conversation.
Slander him. That's great.
Anyway, Wemby's in that conversation for me. I just don't. I genuinely just this is how I feel about SGA. But it
I
is
remember
what it is.
Giannis scored. What did he score against the Pistons? Like 56?
56, and you brought your black tail up here
When?
criticizing him the next day
No, I
after
didn't.
he had a
No, I didn't. No, I
56
didn't.
point-
No, you're lying.
It's
You're
on-
lying.
it's on
You're lying.
YouTube.
You're
Pull it
lying.
up.
You're lying. You're
Chat.
lying.
Yeah,
No, you're lying. Get your fingers out of the camera.
Giannis scored 56, and the next day, Swiper and Penn were passionately arguing why he's not the best. All of the stuff he
What are you
does.
talking about? What's the subject
64,
of
my
this
fault,
podcast?
64, my fault. Find the episode. Giannis scored 64. We can find
That was the
episode.
Pacers. That was the Pacers game, wasn't it?
No, he scored 64 against the Pistons, I believe. He scored 64 against the Pistons. And we were up here the next day talking about all the things he's not good at. I vividly remember we was
that conversation of I didn't start that though. That's the issue with y'all. This is what I don't like what y'all do. Y'all will start this. I get involved. Now it's Swiper. That's crazy. Today it wasn't about SGA. I didn't make it. I said Wemby, and then it turned into an
It was
SGA
about
thing.
SGA. It was about him being the MVP.
No, that's not what happened. I was silent on that whole segment, that whole thing, and then I was
57
asked my
against the
It
opinion.
was the
Okay, sorry,
57 against the
57
Pistons.
against
Yeah, because the 60-something is against the Pacers.
Yeah, it was against the Pistons. I know it was a game against the Pistons.
57-point performance against
right.
the Pistons. They were up here talking
Who's
about
they?
all the
What did
things
I say?
that Giannis
What did I say?
couldn't do.
What did I say?
You and your other,
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, please find it. I want to know. I want to know what it is.
Doppelganger.
But the thing you
Yeah,
can't do,
hey.
and this is what I will not let Real Balk and Lars tell me. I have always been like this about Wemby,
You're in
Castle,
gold season
Vassell.
right now.
I'm staying on this side of the train. You can say
Clearly.
whatever you want. I feel this way about Wemby. It is what it is. If you disagree, you disagree. That's on you. But you have your American right and English right to believe what you want to believe. I think those are the two best players in the
I
world.
don't know. Do I have my
You think
right?
differently? Yeah, you on your side of the state because you live on the red
2026.
side of the state. You're fine. You, sir, you will be fine. You fit in. I, on the other hand, will be disbanded. I'm saying on the other end of this, though,
What you
that
get out
I
there? What you
believe
talking about?
what I believe, and this is how it stands. Shout out, man.
All right. Also, speaking of him, Swiper, Stephon Castle is the 5th best shooting guard in the NBA, by the way, if you classify him as a shooting guard. But double agent 003. What?
It's a weak position right now.
It was 59 against Detroit.
Do you think Stephon Castle is better than Austin Reeves? I'm just curious.
I'd rather have him.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stephon. Yeah. Double Agent 003 said, has Chet's insane playoff run, or will Chet's insane playoff run continue versus Wemby?
I don't know, maybe.
It's a tough matchup, man. Chet's been amazing in the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
time.
And if he has.
Hank 2087 said, Cavs in 6, Mobley gonna earn his respect this year.
He's got to respect.
I think Mobley deserves. Who disrespects Mobley?
It was getting a little like.
But it was also a little like, what are you doing, Mobley?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he had a worse year than he did last year, but in the playoffs, he's been really good. So, shout out.
All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been a great time. We'll be back tomorrow. Same place, same time. Swiper, Mars, Real Talk. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all soon.
Yeah. Shout out to the charlatan down there. See y'all later.